Lifetime warranty, and the way you feel rolling over smooth glass instead of cheap, crackling plastic, it's like working in $1,000,000 office. And it's your office.
And we got to mention this. Shipping is absolutely free.
Absolutely. Lifetime warranty, scratch-resistant, stylish Vitraza glass chair mats.
You can't get them at the office superstore. You got to order them direct at vitraza.com/life. That's V as in value, ITRAZZA, vitraza.com/life. You'll want to remember that website. There's a discount code waiting for you for 10% off, only at vitraza.com/life.
Attention business owners, join us at New York City Small Business Expo on Wednesday, June 5th at the Jacob Javits Convention Center. Free to attend. You'll network with thousands of business owners and entrepreneurs. Get access to more than 20 free business workshops, speed networking, exhibitors, and keynotes from leading industry experts. Plus, attend a special 45-minute digital marketing workshop presented by Salem Surround. Learn about cutting-edge strategies that can help you get more customers, grow your bottom line, and get ahead of your competition. Stop by the Salem Surround booth and get a free digital analysis for your business. New York City Small Business Expo, 100% free to attend, Wednesday, June 5th at the Jacob Javits Convention Center. Register online at thesmallbusinessexpo.com. That's thesmallbusinessexpo.com.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Traffic moving slowly on the eastbound Gowanus, getting up through the Prospect. Eastbound BQE, stop-and-go traffic right up toward the Battery Tunnel with an accident blocking one lane. LIE westbound, stop-and-go right through Woodhaven Boulevard, getting out toward the Queens Midtown Tunnel. Harlem River Drive southbound, very busy down through the 140s in toward the 130s. Over on the Cross Bronx East at the Deegan, a disabled truck cleared. Inbound GWB moving smoothly. No problems over at the Lincoln Tunnel. The Holland Tunnel moving along smoothly. Alternate side parking rules in effect. Jamaica-bound E-train delays, and it's all due to some ongoing police department activity. Southbound thruway moving smoothly, heading down toward the Tappan Zee Bridge. Checking in on the forecast, thunderstorms likely today, high of 72. Tomorrow afternoon showers, high of 76. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Live from the smartwaytobuy.com studios.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day with your host, former Saturday Night Live superstar Joe Piscopo. Produced by Frank Morano with news guy Al Gottulo and traffic with Debbie Duhame. This is the Joe Piscopo Show on AM 970. The Answer.
The Sands is proud to present a wonderful new show, A Man and...
It's Joe Piscopo. Here I am, George, over here. Hello. Thank you very much. Yeah. You got to let us know, George. I love you, man. Let us know when the camera goes on. Frank's putting makeup on. I'm about to put stuff in my hair. Let me know. We're standing by live. Is there any? Do we have a red light in here at all? We are streaming. We have purple hair, no red light. Hey, good morning. Great to have you with us on this Tuesday after Memorial Day. Joe Piscopo live on AM 970 The Answer. We're talking, we're schmoozing, we're make-upping, and the camera goes on, and we have no idea where we are. Hey, but it's great to have you with us, and we're off and we're running the end of May already, if you believe that. And I hope your Memorial Day weekend was great. 7 minutes after 6 o'clock. And I thought more than ever that we were more celebrating the warriors who put their lives on the line for us in the United States Armed Forces. And I thought that was great. I saw more memes and more posts on social media, even on the network news. I saw us paying homage to those fallen in the United States military for our freedoms. That's unbelievable, because I really feel like the mainstream media is like anti-American, and I really feel what they're trying to do is take away the flag, take away the anthem, take away all their patriotism. It really is, and you know what's happening. And for them to go and acknowledge the warriors was a really positive sign for me. And then as the president went to Japan, that was great. He looked great. He met the emperor for the first time. He's the first president to meet his new emperor over there, and it was all pomp and circumstance. And he and Abe this great relationship. I thought that was great. The sumo wrestling. You see the sumo wrestling? That was great, man. The president watching sumo wrestling. See, there's where the president has patience. I do not. I would say to Prime Minister Abe, I would go, you know what? I don't the sumo thing with the thing and the big gut hanging out and the bouncing of bodies. Not so much, sir. Respectfully, sir. Do you mind? But President Trump went right in there, sat, watched a sumo wrestling match. Oh. And then I got to tell you what happened to me. Oh, my God. Only me. But I hope you had a great weekend. And we're going to get into it now. The one thing politically that I want to stay on, it's 9 minutes after 6 o'clock, is we have a great show for you. And we are online. We're on Facebook and we're on YouTube. And Curtis Ellis is going to join us. Martha Boneta, Executive Vice President of Citizens for the Republic. A great gal is going to join us. Mike Gallagher's coming in. Deidre Ball Scaramucci, Anthony's beautiful and lovely and very, very smart and talented wife, is going to come in live into the studio. So we're going to have some fun. We'll get the inside line on Anthony, who we absolutely adore. And Caren Boscaino and Lori Sawyer, they're founders of A Clean and Fitness, which is that's the co-authors of this new book, Shrink Your Body, Grow Your Mind. So they're physical fitness folks. So after the weekend, did you eat too much? Did you the burgers and everything? So here we have it, and this will be good for Al. We'll have a couple fitness gals in the studio. And your phone call's always on our Balance of Nature phone line, 877-970-2999. I'm so tired of hearing about impeachment. It's so curious. I don't know if the media drives that. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. What's the story? Well, we'll drive impeachment because that will cause clicks. That will cause people to watch. And it's like, but then I see they have Buttigieg, but mostly Beto. I mean, these guys and Senator Blumenthal. This guy who from Connecticut. He's like this a creature that goes on and talks about impeachment, and there is no basis for it. Show me the basis for impeachment. Show me the basis for obstruction of justice. Move on to infrastructure. Move on. They don't, and I tell you this because I know it. And I don't know that if I didn't work with at-risk children for 25 plus years, I wouldn't know. Why don't the Democrats go to the inner cities, stressed areas, the way the president has done in enterprise zones? And some Democrats, our friend Robert Wolf, former CEO on Wall Street, actually has a great program. He's in Detroit, I believe now. But why don't the Democrats go there and say, there's young children of color in the stressed areas of the United States of America, and they're not being helped, and their whole community is. They don't even touch that. That's how I know the party has gone completely awry. The Democrats. I don't know who they are anymore. They don't care anymore. It's all you're going to get free college, which is my. Excuse me. Could you please call me when you get there? Am I going to be eligible for it? No. Who's going to be paying for it? Hello. It's going to be you and I. So I don't see any. All they have is the impeachment. And I think when people say, and like Five Boroughs said, Bring on the impeachment. Impeach the president. Start the proceedings in the House of Representatives. Sure, go ahead. It's a kiss of death, I think, for the left. It's just curious to see this is all they have. Hey, but we'll get into it all, and you could call at any time, 877-970-2999. It's light out. It's almost warm out. Listen, I actually had the best weekend. It was like a summer weekend. Did we have a great weekend? But every time I do that, I think, and it's hot, and it's beautiful, and I love the sun, I think of a soldier in a desert country fighting for us, trying to defeat terrorism that would come onto our shores, with the sand and the heat and just we can't imagine. So through the Memorial Day weekend, first and foremost, I was so cognizant how grateful I was to the military for putting their lives on the line as I had the joy and privilege of being with my family. But see, this is what happened. Can we talk in 12 minutes after 6? And we'll go to the guys. So it's Memorial Day, there's a religion, and I believe it's a state law in New Jersey. You have to go down the shore. Okay, state law. You have to go down the shore. So, and I've been doing that for my whole life. Down the shore, we go down, and I love it. And to me, one of the greatest places on planet Earth, and I've been pretty many places, is down the shore. Right? But my life is getting up, packing everything in, going into the car, driving into the city, going into a hotel room, unpacking, carrying no bellman at the hotel that we stay. We keep it cost effective. Listen, we're making money. That's all you got to tell me. As long as the company's doing well, I'm okay with that. I'm a corporate warrior. Not a warrior. I'm a corporate minion. And proud to be. So there's no balance. I'm walking down the street with my bags and my valet bag and my suits. Try to pack a week's full of suits into a valet bag with my radio bag that now weighs heavier and heavier, my Rawlings bag. People, strangers walking up to me saying, "Can I help you, sir?" No. And then when you open the door to your hotel and there's somebody behind the desk and they don't jump up and say, "Can I help you, sir?" They just stare at you as you're juggling please. It's like, that's my life. So it's Memorial Day weekend. I don't feel like moving, man. I don't want to go anywhere. Am I right? You don't want to go anywhere. But it's like against the law. Now, my mom's down the shore, but thank God my nephews, Brett and Brian, my sister's kids, who are just beautiful young men, and they always take care of their grandmother. And Joey was there taking care of Grandma. This is great. So I take the initiative. I'm not going to go down the shore. I'm going to stay home. I'm not going to unpack. I'm not going to pack my clothes. I'm not going to get in the car, sit on the Garden State Parkway for 5 hours. I'm going to stay. So I said, but I don't get the call. If I got the call from Mom, and Mom goes, "Oh, you're not going to come down the shore?" Boom, I'm going down the shore. Right? Am I right or wrong? Oh, Joseph, you're coming. Yeah, I would have been down. I never got the call, figuring everything's okay. And all of our dear friends are down there, and I know I'll be down there 1,000 times this summer. So I don't go. So I had the best weekend. I stayed home, and Joey came over, Charlie all weekend long. Me with my beautiful 8-year-old daughter at my age. I had the best time in the world. You want to cure your ills? Have a baby. Maybe it's time. I'm just saying. Because you don't worry about yourself. You're always worried about the kid. So you don't have time to think about, oh, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that. And you worry about the ills of the world because you're so concentrated taking care of your kid. It's a great therapy. So this kid, by the grace of God, and a shout out to his mom, of course, great, beautiful child. So and then Joey came over. So I had my oldest and my youngest in my glory. The next day, Michael and Olivia come over. We're all playing. We're doing a great time. We're out there. I'm in my glory. And I don't go down the shore. And then, but then, yes, I got the call. But it was late on Memorial Day. "Oh, Joseph, you didn't want to come down the shore?" Mom, no one asked. If you need me there, I will do anything for my mother. If you need me there, I am coming down the shore. I am in the car now. We are locked and we are loaded and we are packed and we're coming down. And she says it too late. Now it's too late. Now it's going to really literally take me 6 hours. Then I got to get up and I got to go out and come into New York yesterday. So she said, no, I understand, Joe. I hope she understood. I hope she's not angry. But I said, I'm staying. All the kids are here. I can't really go. I didn't want to intrude and invade that. Because you see, when you're like me, you have a series of families. And you have like the first family, and it's great. And then your family accepts you. Then you have more children and a second marriage. You know what I'm saying? Your family is very gracious when they accept that. But I keep going. I have like a third family. I mean, how much can I put on to my family, So I didn't go down. Then I knew why I didn't go down when I left for New York last night. I got out late. This actually happened to me. And I'm driving 78, and I'm coming in. and great weekend, and everything was good. Mom was taken care of, so if I felt okay, everything's good. We remembered the Warriors on Memorial Day. That was all about. So I get to the 7-Eleven that I always stop at on the way home on 78, and I go, well, I think I'll stop. I'll get some Gatorade or something on the way home because I know I'm going to get traffic coming into New York last night, right? So I stop at the 78 7-Eleven. And I go in now. I said, well, I might as well use the restroom because I'm going to sit in traffic for about 4 hours. This is what I'm thinking going into the city last night. So I'm waiting in line for the restroom. Now, there's a young father with a young son, kid in his arms, and he's waiting. I said, oh, you're waiting? Yeah, so we're waiting. And I go, well, you know what? The ladies' room is open. I said, I said to the young father, why don't you go ahead? I think it's okay because I don't see any gals around. And I think it's okay if you take your young child. You look like you have to change a diaper. And he goes, oh, you don't want to go in? I said, no. You're a good dad. Why don't you go ahead and put the bed? So he goes in and did the laser. I'm still waiting. And I'm waiting. Finally. And another guy comes in. Oh, you waiting? I said, yes, I'm waiting for the rest. And I don't wait. I'm waiting. And one guy comes over and goes, you wait? No one. I said, I don't know. I'm waiting, yes. And I keep hitting it, trying to open the door. It's locked up. So finally, the guy comes out. Someone comes out. So as the one guy comes out like that, and I go in, I walk in, there's another guy in the restroom. So now, I didn't want to ask. I didn't know what was going on. So as I'm waiting, apparently I don't even want to know what's going on. And the guy walks out, who I think is using the restroom. I walk in, there's another guy in there. And it's on, oh, my God. And I stop, I freeze. And the guy's washing his hands going, no, it's okay. We're leaving now. And I go, okay. Oh, my God. This is why I don't want to get on the Parkway, go to a restaurant. I don't want any of this. What a way to start the weekend. Oh, my gosh. So I went in, and I just tiptoed around. I didn't even want to know about it. But that was a first for me. I mean, that was a first for me. And only in a 7-Eleven in New Jersey. And only would I run into that. But that's why I didn't want to get into the car, go down and have to deal with that. Because you never know what you're going to run into on the road. It's 18 after 6. Frankie Five Boroughs is here.
Hello there, Joe.
Isn't that the wildest thing?
Oh, boy. So it sounds like you had a great weekend.
Hello, Al.
Good morning, Joe.
Is that's the funniest thing, though?
That
you walk in
terrific.
What am I going to do? So now,
So you let the guy go in with his kid?
On the other one, yeah.
On the other one. And you're waiting for somebody to come out of the other bathroom, and there's still another guy in there.
Well, yeah. So he comes.
So there was a stall and a urinal.
No. It was just it was a one bathroom thing. It was a one bathroom. It was one bathroom. It wasn't like
gender neutral.
It was like no. It was like you walk. No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
It was the bathroom was just one for one person, so you can't. So two people really couldn't go in there. So there was. So it was like
okay.
I didn't want to know what was going on,
right.
but only me when I'm going in, and
right.
only on Route 78 at a 7-Eleven would I run into that like that.
Well.
So I go in and and it's like
right. Okay.
And this is why I don't want to get on the Parkway. This is why I don't want to have to battle with the rest stop.
You couldn't pull over to the new rest stop down in like Tom's River or something.
No. But I was up. I know. New York like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Debbie. Good morning to you. Did you go?
I'm just imagining your face when two guys walked out. And were they smiling? This is just too funny. I mean, did they look happy? Oh my gosh.
I hope so.
That is hysterical.
But how desperate do you have to be? Let's go to the 7-Eleven.
I mean, get a room, people. Really, you got to use the 7-Eleven bathroom? Oh.
Debbie, I didn't know what to do. I'm breaking out in a cold sweat.
There are hotels out there.
And I'm waiting, and then the guy waiting before me bailed. He just ran away. The guy behind me, I'm not going to there.
I would love to have seen your face. I would love to have seen your face.
Yeah, it was like, maybe not. And I tiptoed around as gingerly as I could. I didn't want to do it.
That's hysterical.
It's only me.
That is the funniest story.
Only me. See, but that's why I wanted to stay home,
Well, you don't expect to run into that, Two guys walking out smiling. Oh, okay, it's all yours now, Joe.
Anything Yeah. That's
No, so the bathroom's all yours now. We're done. Oh, my gosh, that's
Get
so
the
funny.
Duracell. Get the Duracell.
Duracell, you better
Sanitize
Duracell the
it.
whole room.
Oh, did you stay home? Did you stay home, or did you go down
Yeah,
the
we
shore?
went out. I didn't go to the shore. I was by my. We took Mom out for her birthday Saturday
Yeah,
night.
happy birthday. That's
yeah,
great.
so that was really fun. And then, I was just out with friends yesterday, and we had a really, really fun time. Yeah, so just kind of stayed local. It was great.
Oh, good. Hey, happy. Well, happy. I always find funny saying Happy Memorial Day because
I know, and we remember all of our fallen heroes.
blessed
Oh,
Memorial Day, or yeah. Anyway, Deb, great to hear your voice. Oh, it's good to be back.
Great to hear your love your stories, Joe.
Oh God,
Get us laughing really early in the morning. We love it.
6:21. Deb's on the roads for you right now. On AM 970, The Answer.
Good morning, Joe. Good morning, Frank and Al. Good morning, everybody. Let's take it out to 684 South, down by exit 4 in Bedford. It's an accident. Taconic northbound, getting up through Yorktown Heights. Getting reports of a collision. Still okay at the Tappan Zee Bridge. Inbound side of the GWB up to 30 minutes already. Lincoln 20. Holland up to 45 minutes. Expect delays on the New Jersey Turnpike. Easternsboro South, getting down past 15E. It's a collision over there to deal with, and still a tough ride on the eastbound BQE at the Battery Tunnel. Accident involving a truck and a fuel spill. Sponsored by Wendy's. Craving chicken? Head over to Wendy's. The Made to Crave menu now has a lineup of tasty chicken options. Try the delicious avocado BLT, sauce some bacon chicken, and barbecue chicken sandwiches. And download the Wendy's app for craveable deals today. Available now at participating Wendy's. A chance of thunderstorms later, high in the 70s. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Hi, it's Joe Piscopo. I'm so proud to announce that my dear friends at Trinitas Regional Medical Center have a brand new center dedicated to women. Together with the Connie Dwyer Breast Cancer Foundation, they recently opened the new Center for Excellent Breast Care, the Connie Dwyer Breast Center at Trinitas. Here, every woman is treated to the latest in screening, diagnosis, and treatment, regardless of her ability to pay. And there's even a breast navigator available to guide women through every aspect of their care. This is a state-of-the-art center staffed with a full complement of breast health specialists that features the latest technology and, most importantly, is a welcoming, safe environment for every woman who walks through their doors. If you or a loved one would like to learn more about the Connie Dwyer Breast Center at Trinitas, please call 908-994-5984, 908-994-5984, or visit their website at trinitasrmc.org.
In an era where it's tough to know which news outlet to trust, at a time where it's difficult to find facts, not just opinion, there is an oasis in the news desert. It's the Cats Roundtable. John Catsimatidis, the personification of the American dream, who built a multi-billion-dollar business empire, talks with some of the nation's top newsmakers every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. You won't just hear partisan spin. You'll hear directly from the newsmakers who are shaping the news cycle in the city, the country, and the world. On the Cats Roundtable, you won't just hear about politics. You'll hear about science, business, education, animal rights, and any other topics that you're interested in. Catch the Cats Roundtable every Sunday morning, starting at 8:30, right after Morano in the Morning on AM 970. The Answer.
It's okay.
going.
It's okay. We're going.
We're going.
I'm trying. It's
All right.
It's hairspray. It's just hairspray. Hi, how are you? Thank you, George. Now you're doing. Thank you. We're trying to get the guys to tell me. No, it was just hairspray that I laid. Trying to hold on to what hair I have now, filling it with everything, and I sprayed the hairspray to hold it all down, and then that's what. But that's what I'm talking about, being within the show. Stay with the show. Stay attention. It's exactly what I'm talking about. Joe, there's lint in your hair.
Well, you missed another spot there.
I can't see it.
I know.
We have no makeup.
Sorry.
We have no makeup person.
Does John Bramnick wear makeup? I don't think John Bramnick wears makeup, right?
No, he doesn't need. He's too handsome. Where am I doing? No, we're doing good. I'm looking. That's all I got is my computer. Is my iPad. I got no monitors in the studio. Oh my Lord, how are we doing it? But we are doing it. We are doing it, and so help me goodness, we're gonna get it done. Hey, no, telling you about. You know what I have is this John Bramnick book, which is great. You got to get this book. I'm gonna hold it up for you right now. It's called Why People Don't Like You. Is this not a great title for a book? John's the funniest lawyer in New Jersey. He's also a great guy, and he's also a great public servant for the great state of New Jersey. But he's got this great book called Why People Don't Like You. I want to tell you about. It's a hilarious. See, that's Jersey. Not hilarious rule book with illustrations by Pat Brentano that'll make you laugh as you turn each page. It's a coffee table book that you must have and a good read for teenagers. Here, there's a lot of stuff that he writes in the book, for example, don't say sorry to interrupt if you're really interrupting for no reason. And that's so very, very true. Don't back up on the turnpike when you've missed your exit. This is one of the things that John Brownnick has. This is about do not. How many people do that? You're coming up, and you go, and then you see somebody with the backup lights. You go, no, don't do that. And they keep doing that, My favorite, don't drive slow in the left lane. Right? You know me. I believe in the death penalty for murderers, rapists, and people who drive too slow in the left lane. Thank you very much. Grudges are a complete waste of time. This is from John Bramnick, and they consume energy needed to be successful. Very, very true. If you have to look at your phone, apologize before you do it. Is that not that's a good rule? Do you mind if I just check? That's a great, great, great rule. Why People Don't Like You is the name of the book by John Bramnick. You got to get yourself a copy of Why People Don't Like You. It's a great read. I highly recommend it because it's a lot of fun. And you can order it on Amazon by typing in Bramnick book. It's called Why People Don't Like You, available on Amazon. Why People Don't Like You. And just go to Amazon, and you could just type in Bramnick book.
Everybody knows this guy. Now, everybody knows he can do a radio show. Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.
On the road, Bruce Springsteen in 2020. Yeah, well, I know the liberals will be happy about that. But you know what? Enjoy the artist, the man, the Jersey of one of the great rock and rollers of all time, Bruce! Bruce is not going out with Western Stars. Is that the name of his new? I'm looking at Frank Morano. Frank.
Yeah.
What's the name of that?
That's it. Yeah.
Western Stars. He's not going out Western Stars. He's going out 2020 later in the year, right?
Well, yeah, he's going to do another album with the E Street Band apparently later this year, and they're going to tour next year. He is not going to tour for this new album that's coming out June 14th.
That's good stuff. Frankie, thank you, Albert.
Sure.
And we will be there. It's the thing. It's the politics. I could still watch Robert De Niro in Casino. I could still watch Raging Bull and appreciate the talent of the man. Personally, when he goes after the president, it's like, oh, please with that. I understand that. I could watch Alec Baldwin as an artist. Can you delineate the two between an artist if they become too political? I know a lot of people can. People just don't want to watch Bobby De Niro anymore. They don't want to watch Alec Baldwin anymore. Outside of the Donald Trump rants that they do. People don't listen. I don't want to Bruce Springsteen. I tweeted a picture of one of the nicest guys I ever met, and one of the most talented guys is Jimmy Fallon. So I tweeted a picture of me and Jimmy Fallon, and everybody goes, oh, please, he apologized for ruffling up Donald Trump's hair and everything. We just put the politics aside. We'll have debates. Let's just have debates on the show on what you believe in, what you don't believe in. And like my boy, there's a real progressive 629 with Joe on the radio, and he hit me up on Twitter, and he says, hey, Joe, can I come on the show? Do you mind if I come on your show? And I'm so pleased of what we built here, on AM 970 The Answer. What is AM 970 The Answer? It's the flagship station for Salem Media, which is a formidable media company throughout the United States with 120 stations plus. And so now I got the progressives calling me to come on. It's good to put them on, and we'll talk about it a little bit. Let's go back and forth. They'll never convince us, They'll never convince us. So we're going to book my friend Adam Green on and Robert Wolf, our Democratic friends. The trouble I have now is you could be Democrat and you could be Republican back in the day. You could be Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan and work it out. You could be Bill Clinton and Newt Gingrich and work it out, But it ain't like that now, man. I've never seen a viciousness like I have today. Like I was talking about earlier with the impeachment talk. The impeachment talk. And they still haven't told us why or what. or how. And the obstruction of justice. They don't tell us how or what. Be specific. Exactly tell us why. And if I see one more Democratic candidate and this guy Sewell, whatever his name is, he goes, I know the president. He says, and it's on video, so they're not. I know that the president colluded with the Russians. How do you know, Mr. Swalwell? Mr. Swalwell. How do you know? He doesn't know. It's just talking about it. And Gerald Nadler knows better. They know better. They just say it to like, I guess, embolden their base. And that's wrong. That is just wrong. Everybody's got to just, oh my gosh, stop. But if they keep going down the impeachment road, Frankie Five Boroughs, you're absolutely right. Let them try to impeach Donald J. Trump. It'll never happen, but it'll do. I think it'll work toward the president's benefit more than they could possibly imagine.
Yeah, I that's what I've been saying, and I definitely think that's the case. I'm all for an impeachment vote today. Let's get it over with, and let's move on with the business of the country.
That's exactly right. We could do it like that. He was great. Did you see the president of Japan? That was kind of cool. It was kind of cool.
I read the reports. I didn't see a lot of it.
If you saw some of the video, and I guess only Fox News showed some of the video, because God forbid they're not going to show anything positive about the president on any other, media. But it was what he and Melania with Abe in Japan, with the pomp and circumstance and the respect shown to the United States of America. And then I'm with my 8-year-old, and she goes, "Daddy, we're friends with Japan." I say, "Yes, but we weren't." So I have to explain to her the Second World War, what happened and how. And they, that's what kills me when they say America never was great, and you have people trying to tear us down with no patriotism at all. Then I think back, because that's my generation, of what my father always told me, how we.
Well, it's pretty much just Andrew Cuomo that says America was never that great. I don't know that that's a universal belief in any quarter except in the Cuomo household.
Maybe I think that it's from the left, the way left, the progressive left, and what I'm hearing from all those progressives in the United States House of Representatives, that they just don't want the country. They don't want the flag. They don't want God mentioned. They don't want the anthem played. They want to take everything away. So you're a benign country. You know what I mean? And that's how you lose. We're a very young country, the United States of America. We are very, very young, and things can change, and you can take away the sovereignty and the character and all that you and I stand for. That it could slip away. That's why I get so adamant on the air to keep the patriotism in your heart. That's why I fly the flag, and that's why I put the cross of Christ up, because it's just they're trying to take it. They're trying to take it all away. That's why I have a yarmulke right here for my Jewish friends. The anti-Semitic right. They're trying to take it all away, and we ain't going down. Yes. And by the way, the yarmulke that I have here, there, George, you go tight on this. Look, it's a yarmulke. It's red, and it says "Make America Great Again." It's a manga yarmulke. How much will that irritate the liberals? Yeah, choke on it. There you go. That's for you. 6:33 with Joe on the radio. Al, you had a good weekend too, buddy?
Yeah, had a good weekend. Had dinner with Mom on Saturday for her birthday. It was very nice.
Okay?
Yeah, we had a good time.
Was all right? It was
we had a good time. She parked in the parking lot, taking up 2 spaces, and so she was annoyed that people were parking close to her. And I was trying to explain to her that she didn't pull into the parking spot properly, and she, of course, chastised me. But it was good. We had a good time. Best time.
Today is Rudy Giuliani's birthday, actually.
Very nice.
Yeah, 75 years old.
Happy birthday, Mr. Mayor.
Happy birthday, Mr. Mayor. I was going to call him to say just happy birthday. I didn't know if he wanted to know. We're doing a little thing tonight, actually. Yes, we're going to go and he's been a friend for many, many, many years. Gosh, I remember. See, you guys are probably in high school when I was like campaigning for Rudolph Giuliani, Mayor Giuliani.
I was in college.
And we were in the top of the Pierre Hotel. I remember this, and I told you this before. Regis was there. Carl Icahn had been there. It was everybody who was anybody. Donald Trump, big supporter.
First time he ran for mayor, or second time?
Yeah, both times.
Both times.
So it was.
We ran 3 times. He lost the first time. Yeah.
So, but I was always there, and it was always great. And then I told you this before, where I would do some impressions up there. He goes, "You should sing. You should sing like Rudy." So we become very good friends. So happy birthday, Mr. Mayor, and thanks for all you've done for this great city, and what he and Jay Sekulow did as representatives, legal representation for the President of the United States was formidable as well. It's 6:35, and a great weekend. We'll get into it when we come back. Is that unbelievable? There's the restroom walking in. And they have,
I'm surprised that you're surprised.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know that I was that surprised because I'm so old and I've seen everything. But it's a single restroom. I'm going in. A guy we're waiting. Everybody's waiting, and it's too long. And then one guy comes out, and then I walk in immediately, instinctively, and then there's another guy washing his hands and I'm going.
I'm just surprised that you used the public restroom and waited that long for the public restroom.
Afterwards, I know.
Right.
No more. That's it. That's the
because you only wait for
Jesus.
Right.
That's only for Jesus. It was, so I don't.
Jesus wasn't there.
But as I wait, I don't just wait. I just go around. I get what I have to get. I have to condense my time. So I had everything, Then I put it out. You can't bring it in the restroom because they're going to think you're stealing it. But only me.
That's
only
even more
me.
uncomfortable.
I'm Memorial, and then everybody driving like crazy. On Memorial Day, I just stayed home. Did you travel at all, Freddie?
Only to Manalapan, New Jersey, which is not that far, but it was farther than I would have liked to.
Who's in Manalapan?
Well, all of Staten Island is in either Manalapan or
Old Bridge.
No,
I have friends in Manalapan. It's a great town.
Yeah, it's Manalapan and Marlboro. Those are the two most popular Jersey towns for Staten Island expatriates.
Do you remember they had Manalapan Day for you?
I had a great time there.
We were looking for me in the crowd. You thought I was up front.
You were with
I was with a number of platonic friends.
Covered in some kind of blanket. It was
I was.
Because it was a little chilly out there.
It was.
How far is Manalapan to Staten Island?
I guess about 35, 40 minutes roughly. I of course always make a couple of wrong turns, and then in Jersey you make a wrong turn, you miss an exit, you're driving for days.
Delaware.
Exactly.
It's the worst roads, the worst signs. Yet we love it, and it is home.
Don't you have GPS?
I know, but the GPS is not always clear.
It's not.
In Jersey, there's a lot of twisting and
That's
this and that. So what happened was we were 15 miles away from our destination, and then my fiance gets a look over at the dashboard and sees we only have about 17 miles of gasoline left. Now, I had seen how much gasoline we had, right? My plan was to go to our friends, right, visit with them, see their new baby, leave and get gasoline on the way back. That was not flying with my fiancée. So we had to immediately pull off and find a gas station, and that became about a 35, 40-minute diversion.
That's right. That's exactly right in Jersey. And it's Jersey where all the gas is refined.
Right, exactly.
So you should get cheap gases. That's no longer.
Well, it's cheaper than we have here.
And then you can't find a gas station.
But this is Frank Morano, who runs out of gas on a regular basis.
It's true.
I'm not surprised.
It's been years since I've run out of gasoline.
But
at least
still,
6 years.
But
7
still,
years.
She's smart for saying, get gas now.
Right.
Don't wait.
No, I've run out of gas as well.
No, I have too. But it's been a while.
Yeah, but he's had people pushing his car, like having to go and get gas, losing where his car is.
That's
you,
true.
among all people, should know better.
That's right.
You should.
But she filled it up and it was good?
Yeah, exactly. And we moved on with our lives. But the point is that it added another 35, 40 minutes to this trip, which, is what it is.
He just doesn't like to be in Jersey.
It's
Atlantic City.
No. I've grown an appreciation for Jersey. I don't like the whole Jersey culture. Every time I go to Jersey, everyone I know has moved to New Jersey, except for my cousins who moved to Pennsylvania. Everybody has moved to New Jersey. There's only two types of Staten Islanders: those that have moved to New Jersey and those that want to move to New Jersey. Right? So it's not enough that they've moved to New Jersey. They need to evangelize and try to win you over to the cause of moving to New Jersey. They show you houses. Look at what you could get for the price of a house in Staten Island versus New Jersey.
Is that right?
Oh, forget it.
And the real estate is better in Jersey like that? Forget about it.
But it's just
that's nice to hear. No, it's very refreshing to hear.
Yeah, it's true, though.
Because people are leaving Jersey by the thousands every month. So
That's true. If you see what you pay in property taxes in New York for some houses, because the way the property taxes are in New York are way out of whack, and then you look at what you would get for the same price in New Jersey in certain towns, it's a big difference.
Something good about New Jersey. I love it. 639, Joe on the radio. Hey, I'll stand by with the headline news, and you are welcome to call on our Balance of Nature phone lines, 877-970-2999. Hope you had a good Memorial Day weekend. Al's got the headline news live and local right here in New York on AM970theanswer.com.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970. The Answer.
67 degrees at 640. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. Shootings at two barbecues in Brooklyn have left several people injured, one critically, 3 people hurt, one critically after shots rang out shortly before 7 last night at the public housing complex on Stanley Avenue and Hemlock Street. Police found a discarded gun at the scene and have taken a suspect into custody. 3 others were injured when shots rang out at another barbecue was being held near a playground on Kingston Avenue. No word on whether an arrest was made in that incident. LIRR trains to and from Montauk are expected to be running normally today following a weekend of emergency repairs. A slow-speed collision between a pair of locomotives and a passenger train in Spionk early Saturday morning damaged switches, signals, and hundreds of feet of track. No one was injured, but the service suspension caused a great deal of frustration for people trying to head to Montauk for the holiday weekend. The rail company said yesterday cause of the incident remains under investigation, which they say could take weeks. In sports, the Yankees hit 3 home runs in a 5-2 Memorial Day matinee win over the Padres in the Bronx. Mets surrendered 6 runs in the 6th inning. They lost 9-5 to the Dodgers in Los Angeles. And the Stanley Cup Finals, Game 1 goes to the Boston Bruins, who beat the Blues 4-2. Game 2 set for Wednesday night in Beantown. Stuck in traffic? Debbie Duhame's got the answer.
Hey, good morning, Al. It's really tough this morning on the eastbound side of the BQE getting up toward the Battery Tunnel. Accident involving a tractor trailer and a dump truck. A fuel spill involved in this one. Delays go back down toward the Verrazano. As a matter of fact, the Staten Island Expressway eastbound completely jammed the entire length getting out toward the Verrazano because of the problems up on the BQE. We're still seeing delays at the Ed Koch 59th Street Bridge into town. LIE West moving slowly through Little Neck Parkway and getting out toward the area of Woodhaven Boulevard. Inbound side of the GWB, that's pretty tough already this morning. 35 minutes in. Lincoln, that's 40. And over at the Holland, 45 minutes. 21 southbound slowing down over by Route 3. It's construction. 3 eastbound building getting out toward the Meadowlands. Traffic is moving slowly. Garden State Parkway North getting up toward the Driscoll Bridge and heading over to 17 eastbound into 130A. It's an accident heading right out toward Monroe. Checking in on the forecast. Thunderstorms likely later, high of 72. Showers tomorrow afternoon, high of 76. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
At Farmers Insurance, we know a roof can withstand a lot. One exception being an airborne car. Seen it, covered it. Talk to Farmers.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Here, Al, hi. I got it. You see what I carry with me? I am so Jersey. I have my Balance of Nature in my little bag, you see? I will take my 3 Balance of Nature vegetables, and then you could take your 3 Balance of Nature. You could take the vegetables later. I take the fruits in the morning and then the vegetables. But you know what? You could double up on your dosage. You have a health coach if you call Balance of Nature. If you call Balance of, you know what I'm telling you? You have a health coach free of charge if you call 800-246-8751. And we love Balance of Nature. We're all on the Balance of Nature journey, as it were. And Dr. Douglas Howard says Balance of Nature is changing America one life at a time. You know, that 5 Boroughs have been telling us about it for the longest time. And then Al's on it and Debbie as well. And these are the fruits that I hold in my hand. And they're so easy. I could take these. I could take the Balance of Nature as we speak. Watch. See, I just go like this. And then hold on. Mm-hmm. You can't do that with a regular vitamin. This is not a vitamin. This is Balance of Nature, fruits and vegetables in capsule form. It's antioxidants now in my body. See, I can feel it already. I just love that you could take it and not have to worry about, take with food. Oh, and then it doesn't have that terrible smell a vitamin has. No, you got to check out Balance of Nature. Fruits and vegetables in capsule form, which are antioxidants that fight off all the free radicals in your body, I'm telling you. Now, for a limited time, all new preferred customers will receive an additional 15% discount and free shipping on your first Balance of Nature order. 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com. Use the discount code The Answer, please. Good health. It's only a phone call away.
Hello, I'm Alexander Green, Chief Investment Strategist at the Oxford Club. We're one of the oldest financial clubs in the nation with more than 140,000 members. And our audited track record shows we're one of the few groups whose recommendations have outperformed the market for the last 20 years. The reason? Our approach is unique. We ignore the mainstream financial media. We don't listen to politicians. And we really don't care about analyst rating. Those things are a waste of time. There's only one thing everything you need to know to do very well in the stock market, and that is find great stocks with breakthrough products, record revenue, and very happy shareholders. With that in mind, I've just uncovered my highest rated stock of the year. It's a company that brings in more revenue than IBM, Facebook, and even Google, and they're set to create 50,000 new jobs right here in America. And yet, the stock is available for just $3 a share. Go to onestockretirement.com to learn more about this opportunity. Again, that's onestockretirement.com.
Hey, Joe on the radio at 645 at AM 970. The Answer. Hi, we're YouTubing and we're Facebooking. How do I get a link on this, guys? Is there a link there? Because little Charlie wanted to kind of tune in. Did we send the link out?
Yes. If she just goes to Facebook and types in AM 970, The Answer.
Really?
It goes right.
Well, can we get Matt? Will you send me a link? Just send me the link so we can. Thank you very much, and then I'll send it so it's just easier like that. That would be great. Thank you, guys. 645. Telling you about Parian and Sons. Parian and Sons, Franklin Avenue, Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. I'm telling you, I have my watches fixed there. You got old jewelry? I want you to bring it to Glenn Parian. It's like the old days. Remember, you could go to a jewelry store and say, "Could you fix this?" And then Jerry LaGuardia, my buddy, right? Listen, his wife passed away sadly. Beautiful gal. He takes the wedding ring. He gets it made. He gets the wedding ring made into another special piece of jewelry that he will wear forever, remembering his wife. Right? How cool is that? And you know what? You did it. Glenn Parian did it. They really made, and they said, Jerry's such a nice guy. That was so nice that they did that. You could do anything you want with jewelry at Parian and Sons. And then if you want to buy a diamond engagement ring, you're going to have to walk through the colors and the character and the cut, and the quality of this diamond. You don't know. The Parians know that. That's what they've been doing for 98 years. So we invite you to go to Parian and Sons right there on Franklin Avenue, Franklin Lakes, New Jersey, or you can go to ParianDiamonds.com. Go online. I got my little cross I told you for Charlie, right? The little communion cross, diamond cross, beautiful cross. And Maria took care of me, and she'll take care of you the same way. Check out Parian and Sons. Parian and Sons on Franklin Avenue in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. Or again, you got to check out this great website, ParianDiamonds.com.
If it's happening in New York, New Jersey, or Long Island, hear about it with Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.
Live from the SmartWayToBuy.com studios.
Cole Porter, Frank Sinatra.
I've got you.
When you said, "Oh, that's what that song's supposed to be."
That's what I've heard.
Songs about got you under my. If you listen, I said to myself,
I have said to myself, this affair, it never will move.
Then they said Cole Porter was like dabbled in drugs, as it were, and apparently this song's about heroin. Did you hear that?
I've heard that.
We talked about it.
Yes, right.
But let's just make it a love song.
Yeah, well, that's the nice thing about these songs. They work on two levels.
Yeah, and I'll be doing that. We got a big show this weekend. This is Saturday night at the Scone Theater, and we'll be doing a whole big show there with Charlie Colello, but we got the whole big band. Mikey will be there. Olivia will be on stage with me, and it's for the Boys and Girls Clubs in New Jersey, and I'm going to be doing a lot of the Frank tunes, as it were, and I've been rehearsing all weekend, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
So I was food shopping over the weekend, and I ran into this.
Let me see.
This is for you. This is from me to you.
You picked this up
This
for me?
is sprayable maple syrup. This comes direct from a maple syrup farm.
Can I put it on my hair so I don't have lint in
Well,
it?
it'll be a little sticky, but you can do that. This is to combat your addiction, speaking of, things, with maple syrup.
That's what it's about.
So
Maple Stream sprayable maple syrup.
Here's the best part. No refrigeration necessary.
No.
Correct.
This is great. Thank
so
you.
you can spray that on
organic,
your French stuff. Right.
Grade A, amber color.
Yeah.
Rich taste. Look, point, stream, and enjoy. It's kind of like what we're doing on Facebook.
And if it clogs
today.
up, they tell you warm water, under the nozzle.
By the way, ingredients. I thought it would have filler in it. Look at this. Organic maple syrup.
Yeah.
We are going to try this momentarily.
What?
Do we have to? You know what I'm going to do? I have my French toast here.
Right.
And I will put the French toast, and we'll take it. We're going to take a traffic break now, but I don't know. I'm a little hesitant. It's hard that it's not dripping out. So which store did you find this? Not a 7-Eleven.
No,
a 78.
ShopRite by my in-laws where we go food shopping.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What is it? Which store is
it's
it?
It's a ShopRite by my in-laws.
That's good.
In
I'm going to try it. A Maple Stream. Is there a product on? I see. Yes. Coombs Family Farm. Yeah. We will try it. Okay. We're going to experiment.
For you, because this way, no refrigeration. You keep it in your office.
Can I ask how much that was?
No,
let me guess.
No,
$15.
No.
It was expensive. No. Maple syrup's always expensive.
No, not for that. Well, no, for that, no. It was reasonably priced.
All right.
But not $15.
Now, you're thinking of me. During Memorial Day
I saw it, and I said to my wife, I said, we got to get this for Joe.
I am moved by that. No one is really... Frank, you bought me maple syrup from
many times.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, what are you talking about?
Okay. Well, just,
I move you, Frank.
And Tom in Staten Island also has come through big
Tom
time.
filled us in with vats.
The
vats.
syrup in front of you, that's a Tom special.
Charles, I love you, Charles. Joey can't find the maple syrup. Charles, just open up that refrigerator. It'll all fall out on you like this.
Yeah, how did he not find it? That's a pretty... I mean, look... That's a big jug that's there.
It is.
That's not exactly minutes.
He said he was looking for the small clear bottles.
Right. Fair enough. Now we will be putting no refrigeration for the stream.
Look, it says it on the back.
I love it. All right, let's jump to Debbie, 651 right now. Debbie, going to try some Maple Stream sprayable maple syrup.
Wow.
Hairspray and maple syrup. I love it.
Hopefully it just tastes like maple syrup.
Look, he's going to use the canister in one shot because he's going to spray it every 3 seconds. That's the problem.
Al knows me. Deb, great to hear your voice, and your weekend was good. I'm glad, and here we are back at him already, right? Going into summertime already. Yes.
Summer. Love it. Let's see what's happening out here. Good morning, Joe, Frank, Al. Good morning, everybody. We see some volume for you on the southbound thruway, 14A, getting down toward 12 and approaching the Tappan Zee Bridge. 17 eastbound, that's busy by 130A. Accident on the shoulder, getting down toward Monroe. It's pretty tough at the inbound side of the GWB already. 40 minutes getting into town. Lincoln 30. Over at the Holland, that's 45 as well. 21 south of Route 3, construction. 3 eastbound, busy at the Meadowlands. Garden State Parkway northbound, that's slowing down by the Driscoll Bridge. More volume up through 137. It's a tough ride on the eastbound side of the BQE, getting up toward the Battery Tunnel. Accident between a tractor trailer and a dump truck. A fuel spill involved in this one as well. Delays going back down toward the Verrazano. And if you're heading over to the northbound Van Wyck, that's heavy up by Hillside Avenue. An accident reported there as well, so prepare for some delays. Still seeing some delays right now with Metro North on the New Haven line. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970. The Answer.
We all know the secret to the best Italian food is the sauce. And no one has sauce as good as Michael's of Brooklyn. Their sauce is made from scratch, using only the best ingredients. But don't take our word for it. Stop at any of your local supermarkets and pick up a jar, or listen to the Joe Piscopo Morning Show every Wednesday for a chance to win a whole case of Michael's delicious, authentic, and fresh sauce. You can also enter online at am970theanswer.com. That's am970theanswer.com. Good luck.
The following statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Amber in trials tested mild to moderate symptoms. Testimonial is based on 90 days of use. Results may vary. IRI US MULO, 52 weeks by UPC.
Hi, I'm Mary Lou Retton, and I want to talk to you about something I haven't liked to talk about until now, my menopause. All my life, I've had energy to win gold in '84. But when menopause hit me, with the hot flashes and the night sweats, I began to feel sluggish every day. That all changed when I discovered Amberen.
Amberen safely relieves 12 menopause symptoms by helping to restore your hormonal balance. Amberen is 100% drug-free, estrogen-free, and clinically tested. Amberen is America's #1 menopause relief supplement.
Thanks to Amberen, my fear of hot flashes is gone. My sheets aren't soaked every night, and my energy is back. Give Amberen a try and see what it can do for you. It works. It really works.
Hurry to your Walmart, Walgreens, Target, and other fine retailers nationwide and get Amberen today.
Here's your AM 970 Weather Answer Forecast.
Today will turn out to be a cloudy day, not as warm as yesterday, with some showery rains and even a thunderstorm during the mid-morning and afternoon hours, ending early tonight. A high today near 70, but staying in the 60s on Long Island. Later tonight, mostly cloudy, low 60. For tomorrow, clouds breaking for some sun. There could be a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, the high 75. And for Thursday, clouds, some sun, warm and more humid with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 80. AM 970, The Answer.
Joe Piscopo on the radio and on TV. Hi. Hello. We're Facebooking and we're YouTubing on AM 970. The Answer. Can I tell you about MyPillow? Oh, you get this great deal from MyPillow. I'm telling you, the MyPillow. You know, you can get a 2-pack of MyPillows, premium pillows, for $69.98. That's only $34.99. Look at this. Mike came up with this on our show a couple weeks ago. Remember, he called in. He thinks about these things. I think he gets those visions, and he goes, "I'm going to give you a pillow for $34.99." You know, that's the lowest price ever offered on radio or TV, and it's only available at mypillow.com or 800-651-0798. Use the promo code AM970. I sleep on the MyPillow. Well, I'm with the mattress topper. I'm with the Giza sheets. I'm all MyPillow all the time, and I think you should try it too. But now the special deal from Mr. Mike Lindell to you exclusively: 2-pack of MyPillow's premiums for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow, which is the lowest price ever offered on radio TV. This is not going to last, so I suggest you go to mypillow.com as soon as you can, or 800-651-0798. 800-651-0798. You got to use the promo code AM970, and then I went up with my little Charlie. She was doing a fake cooking show. It was hysterical. You know, she's videoing herself doing a cooking show. She goes, "Brought to you by MyPillow." The kid says that, and she looks to me like, "What am I going to say?" And I go, "Well, 60-day money-back guarantee." She goes, 60-day money-back guarantee. And I said, "And a 10-year warranty." She goes, "And a 10-year warranty." She's doing. I'm teaching the kid right. You know what I'm saying? It really, you can't lose. What other pillow comes with a 10-year warranty? You know. So call 800-651-0798 or mypillow.com. Please use the promo code AM970.
Joe Walsh coming up tonight at 9 on AM 970. The Answer.
This portion of Piscopo in the Morning brought to you by Modell's Sporting Goods Stores.
The radio, Joe on TV, it's YouTube and Facebook. It's great to have you with us this morning. Hey, we're back. We're back after a long weekend. I hope you had a good weekend. Here to spray maple syrup. This is what Al got me. I love that Al thinks of me like that, you see? And so he's a good radio wife. So it says Maple Stream, sprayable maple syrup. How cool is this? Here we go. We're going to experiment on it right now. And oh, well, it kind of, it drips. This I could do with this. It kind of drips out. It's not really sprayable. It's kind of oozable out.
Don't use the whole thing in one shot, please.
He knows me.
Please.
He knows.
Oh, we all know how much syrup
you got that gallon jug that's over there. You might as well use that. I'm just saying this is like an emergency syrup because you don't have to have refrigeration. So you can keep it in your office in case.
Well, my doctor, I told you, Dr. Vinny Boombats, he goes, "I've been listening. Lay off. Go." No, he said, "Go easy on the maple syrup."
Right.
He said, but look, watch this. This is so cool.
Look, he's like a 5-year-old with a new toy. You see?
Oh, this is great. Look at all this.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot. Now, how will it taste? Stay tuned, and we'll find out. What, you telling me we don't have riveting radio? Are you kidding me? With a maple syrup taste.
The only host in America who has a maple syrup addiction. Even the people in Vermont don't have maple syrup
I've got
addiction.
you under my skin, my maple
It's a
syrup.
little sticky.
Hey, Joe on the radio. You know we're going to have Dr. Alan Kadish with us, president of Toro College. We're talking measles. Curtis Ellis is here, a very, very bright man. He's a senior policy advisor with America First Policy. Martha Boneta, who I love. Thank you, Frankie. Martha will be with Mike Gallagher. Deidre Ball Scaramucci. Mrs. Scaramucci will be live in the studio. And then we have Caren Boscaino and Lori Sawyer, fitness experts. This is going to be a wild show, something tells me. Hey, welcome back. We're here. Coming right back at you.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970. The Answer.
66 degrees at 6:59. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. Suffolk County Executive Steve Bellone announcing the official launch of Suffolk 311. Bellone appearing today at 9:30 this morning at the new Services Call Center at the H. Lee Dennison Building in Hauppauge. Suffolk 311 is the first suburban 311 service in New York State, according to Bellone. He says the now fully operational system will reduce the burden on 911 call centers while improving the experience between the government and county residents. Jeopardy phenom James Holzhauer keeps racking up the wins. The professional sports gambler scored his 28th consecutive win Monday night. His $130,222 haul puts his total winnings at just shy of $2.2 million. It's not far from the all-time record of more than $2.5 million set by Ken Jennings over 74 games back in 2004. In sports, Yankees over the Padres, Dodgers beat the Mets. Stanley Cup Finals Game 1 goes to the Boston Bruins.
from the studios of AM 970 The Answer on Broadway and Wall Street in Manhattan. This is WNYM, Hackensack, New Jersey, New York City.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Severe storms cut a path of destruction across the Midwest overnight, spawning destructive tornadoes that have left millions without power in Ohio and Indiana. Todd Harmison with Madison County, Indiana Emergency Management is urging people who can to shelter in place.
We just believe at this time it is not safe. We do not want people to be driving or walking around in the town of Pendleton due to power lines still being on the ground.
In Ohio, some communities near Dayton have suffered extensive damage. So far, no reports of any fatalities. President Trump and the First Lady on their way back home following a 4-day state visit to Japan.
Melania and I are profoundly grateful to their majesties, the new Emperor and Empress, and the great honor of being their first state guests. That was a big honor for our country. We're also deeply thankful to our cherished friends and treasured partners, Prime Minister and Mrs. Abe. Very, very great people.
The president receiving a boisterous send-off from U.S. service members stationed in Japan. Mr. Trump also extending condolences to those affected by a deadly knife attack. It happened at a bus stop near Tokyo.
On behalf of the First Lady and myself, I want to take a moment to send our prayers and sympathy to the victims of the stabbing attack this morning in Tokyo.
One child and one adult were killed. The attacker also died, apparently of self-inflicted wounds. Oklahoma poised to become the first state to go to trial in a lawsuit against the makers of pharmaceuticals blamed for contributing to the nation's opioid crisis. 940 measles cases confirmed so far this year in the U.S., the worst outbreak since 1994. On Wall Street, Dow futures are down 18 points. S&P futures off 5 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Warren Buffett says our markets work in 10-year cycles. It's a shame we only have 7-year memories. The bad news is the last recession happened 10 years ago. What happens when the next recession comes? The Federal Reserve has manipulated rates so low, they'll now have to print tens of trillions of dollars. As they print more money, the dollar will devalue and gold will soar. My name's Adam Barata. I'm the co-owner of Advantage Gold, the highest-rated firm in the country, and the author of the national best-selling book, Gold is a Better Way. My book explains why gold is going to $5,000 over the next few years. And if you have an IRA or 401k with over $100,000, I want to send you a copy of my national bestseller for free. Text the words bestseller to 49776. That's bestseller to 49776 to claim your free book now. That's the word bestseller to 49776. Don't be a victim in the next recession. That's the word bestseller to 49776.
Balance of Nature's fruit and veggie capsules contain 100% vine-ripened fruits and vegetables, tested pure with no pesticides, fillers, or additives of any kind, and are the most effective whole food supplements on the market today. You might ask, how can over 10 servings of 31 different fruits and vegetables fit into 6 vegetarian capsules? Fruits and vegetables are on an average 85% water. Balance of Nature uses cold vacuum technology to remove the water, leaving only the whole food. We don't use any heat, air, or light drying methods that damage nutrients. Our cold vacuum technology maintains 99% of the fresh fruits and vegetables' original nutritional value. Along with diet and exercise, Mother Nature provides fruits and vegetables to help us maintain good health.
To order, go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751 and use discount code The Answer.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Alternate side parking rules are in effect. Stop-and-go traffic on the Staten Island Expressway eastbound as you head from 440, getting all the way out to the Verrazano Bridge. Eastbound side of the Gowanus, stop-and-go traffic getting up and out by the Battery Tunnel with an accident involving a fuel spill. It's busy on the northbound Van Wyck at Hillside Ave with a collision. Cross Bronx West heavy at 3rd. Bruckner South still slowing down by the Hunts Point Drawbridge. And the southbound Harlem River Drive busy down through the 140s. Inbound GWB about 45 to the upper, 30 to the lower. It's busy about 35 at the Lincoln. Holland about 45 minutes into town as well. If you're heading to 21 south at Route 3, construction continuing there. Watch for a chance of thunderstorms today with a high of 72. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Live from the smartwaytobuy.com studios.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day with your host, former Saturday Night Live superstar Joe Piscopo. Produced by Frank Morano with news guy Al Gottulo and traffic with Debbie Duhame. This is the Joe Piscopo Show on AM 970. The Answer.
Going to be on my tombstone right here. This.
I've been up. And I know one thing.
Remember that, please. Francis Albert Sinatra. I love this. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Who produced this? I know you're going to know. Ernie Freeman, is that right? They put the organ in the background. They had the girls singing in the background. They had Frank Sinatra tried this song. He did take one, and he was about to leave. He's packing up, walking at take one. One take. He was about to leave, and I believe it was Ernie Freeman. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know you will. The producer walks in and goes, Mr. Sinatra, sir, we'd like to try one more take. And he did not want to do another take. Please, Frank, we'll just do one more take. And so what you hear is the second take, and you could hear it that he wasn't happy. I've been a puppet, a pauper, and he wasn't very happy about it. But you know what? The producer was right. It made for a great, great take. Francis Albert will be celebrating the music of Mr. Sinatra this weekend at the Saccone Theater. We invite you to come on down. We're going to have a full band there and have a lot of fun with my buddy Charlie Colello from Bloomfield Avenue, baby. And it's for the Boys and Girls Clubs at this beautiful theater at the Saccone Theater. And we'll be doing the whole thing. Going to be a very, very busy week. I've got tomorrow. I got something tonight. And then tomorrow we have something for little Charlie. And then, it's just nonstop action, and this goes right through. When I go on that, when I go to Italy, when we all go to Italy, that's going to be, I think I'll be able to relax. With Frankie, when we go there, I just feel like I'm going with family because you listening are going. There's so much of the radio audience is our family, and I'm going to feel comfortable there, and I'll be able to. I just feel very comfortable. Like when we go to Lorenzo's, which I'm playing again in next March.
Great.
We booked it again.
Terrific.
We're going to have fun. So when I go there, I feel like I'm with family. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have a lot of fun. They'll relax. But when I'm home, I don't really relax because there's so many. You know that. You do that same thing. You never
I
stay
find
home.
it exhilarating. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Just getting up and going and never having a moment's rest. Which I had a great time with my 8-year-old, little Charlie, 708, all weekend long. And no help. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have someone that helps me. I do it all myself. So I'm making French toast. I'm making pancakes. I'm cooking dinner. I'm making sure the kid's okay. And I'm watching the safety of the child, of course. And then I'm watching The Greatest Showman. Is that the Greatest Showman?
With Hugh Jackman?
Oh, great film.
That was great.
I had no idea what it was. I didn't even. Jeffrey Lyons probably told us about it 10 times. Of course, God forbid.
Well, but it was a year and a half ago.
But it's not a guy's movie, It's
a musical.
It's a musical, and Hugh Jackman's great. But Zac Efron, he's great.
Yeah.
Was Zac Efron on Baywatch?
I don't know.
Was he Zac Efron? Do you know?
I think he was in. Wasn't he in the movie version? I don't think he was on the television
Whatever he
show.
was, and I met him at Seth Meyers' show a couple years ago. We met. Could not have been nicer. I mean, drop to the girls, drop dead handsome. One of these guys, great in this movie. And look at me. It's like, you know what I mean? When I sit with my kids, I find films that I would never even think about watching. I would never watch a musical called The Greatest Show. I just wouldn't watch it. This is a great movie.
Hugh Jackman's a fantastic
Yes,
actor.
This guy's
Fantastic
unbelievable.
And very I mean, when it comes to singing and stage performance
all
and stuff,
around,
amazing.
all
Amazing.
around. Like one of the greatest leading men ever.
Didn't he do on Broadway? What's his name?
Wolverine he did on Broadway. He did. That was great. We got
That's Wolverine the musical. That's what Al saw him in. Logan the musical.
No, he played what's his name? Oh God, I can't remember his name. He played somebody on Broadway. It was phenomenal.
He did play somebody.
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was recent, wasn't it? Really?
Like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I can't remember who it is. This like multi-talented guy who did
If you
Broadway.
remembered, I would worry about you. But you could name everybody on the injured reserve list of any baseball team. Oh, yes, you can. This maple syrup is good.
Yeah, but
it's
don't
not.
use
It's
it
not
all in
Crown
one shot.
Maple. It's not Crown Maple, but it is great.
Don't use it
Al
all in one
got
shot.
me. Al, was I using too much already?
I mean,
I love it. Watch this. This is a new
No,
trick for me.
what are you
we
doing
got listen.
again?
We
You
have
got
all
syrup on
politics.
there
We're getting
already.
into. Look at it. Watch this. Look at. Al got me maple syrup. I'm so excited because as I open the show, he's doing his beer cast tweets.
Your
You know what I mean?
I know how your sugar is in like 500 right now. I mean, come on. Really? You got to test
I'm working my way to diabetes.
Yeah, really.
Look, watch this happen. See what George? Thank you, George.
Look,
Can
like
you
a
focus on
5-year-old.
that, George?
Look, it's a new toy.
Look,
Oh.
see this? It's maple syrup. It's spray maple syrup. Are you kidding me? This is watch. It just kind of goes. Look,
I only bought one of them.
It just
yeah.
comes out.
When it runs out, that's it.
I love it. I love it. This is great. And hairspray too. I think I could put it in my hair.
It's like Shimmer. Remember Shimmer when Dan Aykroyd did
He's
the bit
great.
on
He's a
Shimmer?
very funny
Yeah.
guy, actually.
It's a dessert topping and a floor
I'm
polish.
just waiting for the inevitable day when you misplace that and your Duracell container, and you're spraying one of them on your hands and the other in your French toast.
Frankie, I got to tell you, and we're just catching up. Forgive us. There's news, but listen, it's all good. The president is doing a great job. It was great to see him in Japan. We'll talk about it. And please, let's not get crazy. But I have to tell you, we were talking before we went back on the air. We did that great benefit for the Duracell, Joe Giovanello, and I've talked about it before. I talked about it when we came back, but on what was it, last Thursday for the Wayne Warriors? They're sending these kids to Cooperstown, so they raise money. There is one of the best memories I ever have in my life ever, and I've got to capture that in this Joey benefit film, is me, Floyd Vivino, Uncle Floyd, and Jeff Norris. And they're really two really high-end comics. They are just as funny. They never miss. Floyd never misses. Jeff Norris never misses. I mean, and the three of us, how long are you supposed to do? The three of us, just at a round, high-top table, and we got we're drinking water and we're about to go on. And it's for a Little League. And we're going, how many times? And Floyd goes, I'm supposed to do half an hour. And I'm not saying, Floyd, you just got to do 15 minutes. And Jeff goes, there's kids here? I got to do kids here? I can't do some material. There's kids. I said, Jeff, just do the material. It was like a scene from a Woody Allen movie. It was so beautiful. And it worked out great, by the way. We had such a good time. And my favorite moment is when Jeff Norris is on show, getting huge laughs, and kids are selling raffles in the middle of it all. on the stage, on the showroom
Of course
floor.
they are.
Oh, I live for moments like that, But we'll have fun. This weekend we're going to have a big show. This is at the Sacone. We invite you to come down. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, and buy a ticket, not just they have to buy a ticket.
They do?
Right. It's not.
It's a donation to the Boys and Girls Clubs in New Jersey, and that's going to be a lot of fun. So it's great to be back. It's great to be here, and you had a good weekend. I had a good weekend. I feel rested. And I never feel rested because usually I'm traveling and I didn't go down the shore. I have a terrible guilt about that. I didn't go down the shore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Some
absolutely.
of the family, Carol was down. My sister was down there with my mom. She was and my mom was also so great, taken care of beautifully. Listen, she's the boss, by the way. She's the bank. She's the boss. She's everything. My mom. So she doesn't need anybody. But it's nice when somebody's down there. I want to make sure she's okay.
Yeah.
And it's like royalty and down the shore. And I didn't go. And
it's tough. I understand exactly your frustration.
You do that.
Because,
I know you run into that too.
You can't be everywhere physically, but you certainly want to spend time with your mom and your family. It was my cousin's birthday in Bethlehem on Sunday. I didn't end up going.
I heard
down
about
there.
that.
You heard about it, right? They're still talking about the fact that I didn't go.
He's too big. Oh,
Right,
Mr.
exactly.
Big Shot.
Right.
Mr. Big Shot on the radio.
My aunt cut me out of her will.
That's okay. You have 7 listeners who are going to
Thank
leave
you. Yes.
Mr. Muckety Muck, Mr. Big Muck with the Piscopo thing. Morano can't show up. You know somebody.
I'm sure.
Somebody said that. You know.
The only thing that may have saved me is that I was just down there a week before. But what does that do?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
You're as good as your last family
Right.
visit.
Exactly.
Really
right.
are. So where do you go? So I have to tell you though, and I say to you, if you're going through a divorce and things, and then you end up and you're like the only parent there, the single parent there. Just it's a joy. Embrace it, love it. And I had the best time with my little 8-year-old. Like at my age, I have an 8-year-old. Oh, and then we go to Walmart. I went to Walmart. I have so many. And I want to get to the news, but I got so many crazy human interest stories that happened to me because I said, Charlie, we needed one thing, wheat germ, or whatever it was. We had to get something at Walmart. So
waiting online for an
in
hour.
a bathing suit. Listen, in a bathing suit. She goes, I have no bathing suit. I said, Mommy doesn't have bathing suit. Mommy said to go buy a bathing suit. I said, all right, come on, we'll go to Walmart. So it's like the day before Memorial Day, whenever it was.
Sunday.
It was a Sunday? Yeah, I think we went out Saturday, maybe. Walmart. Go to Walmart. Haven't been to Walmart in a long time. When I went through the divorce, and you got those kids, and there's no safety net, and it's you, and you can't turn, and you're a single, hardworking guy, you can't go, honey, you can't, none of that, honey, none of that. Hey, sweetheart, honey, do you mind if you, no, it's you. You are the safety net. Walmart saved me. I would go in, I would buy all the clothes, I told you, all one clothes, that whole suit hanging for $8.99. So I went there and said, well, we're going to Walmart. Charlie, come on, we're going to go buy bathing suits. They had the best bathing suits. However, I'll tell you this, Frankie, are those tariffs, did they kick in yet?
Yes. Well, the retaliatory tariffs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Walmart would have to charge more for us. They did. I saw that because I saw that $8.99 now is almost $17. You know what? I was happy to pay it.
Good.
$17 for a bathing suit, but I said, wow, that's in my mind. I'm thinking that's expensive. That's Walmart language because think about it, you can't get. It's Walmart language.
No.
You buy a suit. You buy a bathing suit.
When was the last time you bought Charlie a bathing suit?
A
couple of years ago.
No. I buy. Believe me, I'm the guy.
I'm just saying she's getting bigger.
Yeah.
You know, she's getting taller, so you probably had to get the next
like
size
a regular one.
Yeah,
it was the kids' club, but still, I bought kids when the other kids were 8. It was $8.99.
Right.
Now it's 17. But the tariff.
But you're friends with the general manager.
If that
you got
means,
pulled.
I got this general manager's cell phone number.
I thought
at
that's
Walmart.
what you were going to say with all these people. Like
I'm sorry.
when you're running through a tough time in
know-
life,
I know
you
we have to
befriend
go.
the general manager of Walmart.
I know we have to go, but
I'm just
That's
saying.
exactly what I did.
Right.
I don't know.
Jay, could you put that bike together for me, please?
I don't know if you saw Thursday. The president did this big event with the farmers that are being hurt by the tariffs.
$16 billion.
Yeah, he's giving them $16 billion. These guys in cowboy hats. Where is your aid, your tariff relief package, right? If the farmers, no, I'm serious. If the farmers can get $16 billion, how about like $3,000 for all your increased expenses on
At Walmart.
items?
At Walmart.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. There was a patriotic swell that I got
I'm with
inside
you.
my body.
I'm with you.
When I looked at those bathing suits and I said, this used to be $8.99. I'm going to spring for the 17. I'm going to spring for the 17 because I'm doing my patriotic duty.
Right. Take that, G.
Take that. Take that, President G. I'm going to
He felt it as you were swiping your credit
I
card.
loved it. I bought 3 of them. I bought 3 bathing suits just to show my patriotic fervor. I really did. I swear to goodness, I thought about that. But and then we got to go. The Walmart guy we're checking out. The Walmart guy is singing. He's singing songs. The Walmart guy. I said, "Is there a cover charge here now as well?" There were tariffs on the song, by the way.
It could have been
Was he on his
worse.
speakerphone?
He could have
Was he
been
on his cell phone on his
He was
speakerphone?
singing. He was singing rock and roll songs. You know.
Could have been worse if A, he either asked you to sing at Walmart, or B, you recognized him from the rest stop the previous day.
No, but he did say.
Hey,
he did say
no,
to Charlie.
no, he didn't.
He said to Charlie, "Well, your grandfather treats you good, doesn't he?"
No, he did not.
Oh, yes, he did.
Oh, wow.
Charlie just rolled her eyes. I rolled my eyes.
Oh, well.
Huh?
See, now it would have been funnier if Charlie would have came back with something snappy. Like, no.
Yeah.
My dad.
Don't stop calling him my grandfather. Oh, Lord. You could tell it's a Monday, but it's not. It's Tuesday. And here we are streaming. It's 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. We are actually going to come up with some substance on the program. I know. But we thought maybe we'd deviate a little bit here. Usually you wait till Mike Gallagher comes on. Nope, we're going to give it to you early. Dr. Alan Kadish is on, president and of Toro College and New York Medical College. We're going to talk about measles coming up. Curtis Ellis also. And Martha Boneta. Good show, Frankie Fibros. We always appreciate it. And Mike will join us now. And here, what about this, Debbie? Streaming maple syrup. I love this. And it tastes pretty good. I have it here. So I'm all pumped up. I got my sugar fix, you know? You like my tie is working? My tie is working there?
Yeah, very nice.
I was going to buy gold. I did gold. I've worn gold before. I want to do something different. This is I don't even know what color is this. It's like goldish.
Right. It's nice. It's in the tie, everything's blending very nicely. Perfect.
Thanks. I got my maple syrup from Al. I got my fashion advice from Debbie Duhame. Frankie tells me what tariffs to give. I tell you, I am covered on this show. 20 minutes after 7 o'clock in the morning on this Tuesday, post-Memorial Day Tuesday. Debbie's looking out for you on the roads, traffic-wise. Thanks, Deb. Always appreciate you being here.
Thanks, Joe. And people coming back from the shore, so we're seeing volume on the Garden State Parkway. The Garden State Parkway northbound slowing down by exit 90, getting up toward Brick. It's an accident in the right lane. More volume getting up through 120 and getting up and over that Driscoll Bridge. More volume heading up through 140. Prepare for some delays this morning as well as you head over to the Hudson River crossings. About 45 minutes in across the board. Southbound Thruway busy as well. Spring Valley getting down toward the Tappan Zee Bridge. Expect some delays on 17 East out by exit 124. Disabled vehicle on the ramp as you head out toward Goshen. And it's still terrible on the eastbound BQE at the Battery Tunnel. Accident involving a tractor trailer and a dump truck. Fuel spill involved there. Sponsored by Wendy's. Craving chicken? Head over to Wendy's. The Made to Crave menu now has a lineup of tasty chicken options. Try the delicious avocado BLT, sauce, some bacon chicken, and barbecue chicken sandwiches. And download the Wendy's app for craveable deals today. Available now at participating Wendy's. Watch for some thunderstorms later, high of 72. I'm Debbie Duhame, AM 970. The Answer.
At Farmers Insurance, we know a roof can withstand a lot. One exception being an airborne car. Seen it, covered it. Talk to Farmers.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Mike Gallagher wants the never-Trumpers to open their eyes.
They want to be relevant without realizing they would be 1,000 times more relevant, and yes, even popular, if they would recognize the incredible conservative accomplishments of the last 2.5 years and the extraordinary achievements of the Trump administration.
The Mike Gallagher Show. Weekdays at 10, right before Dennis Prager at 1 on AM 970. The Answer.
From the Fox Business Network, Sports Illustrated has been sold to Authentic Brands Group, a licensing company, for $110 million. The Wall Street Journal says the seller, magazine publisher Meredith, will continue to publish the print magazine and manage its website for the new owner for at least 2 years. Authentic Brands will collaborate on digital and social strategy. It will obtain Sports Illustrated's photo archive of more than 2 million images, which the buyer says are incredibly valuable to fashion houses as fashion, sports, and music collide. There's another option for lovers of veggie burgers, plant-based Mexican food. Qdoba is launching the Impossible plant-based protein in more than 720 locations in the U.S. today. The markets were closed Monday for the Memorial Day holiday. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Jenny Cosola.
Nothing changes your life more than God or love than moving your credit score 120 points. I'm John Hope Bryant, founder of Operation Hope. I want you to go to operationhope.org and take your life back. Get your dignity back. Join the Hope 700 Credit Score Community Program and take your life back. Go to operationhope.org today or call us at 404-941-2919 today.
Joe Piscopo here, coming to you from the smart way to buy Studios. If you look around these days, everything is getting smarter. Smartphones, smart TVs, even smart refrigerators. Well, now, after 100 years of the same old dumb way of buying cars, there's the smart way to buy a car. Just go to thesmartwaytobuy.com and see how easy they've made it. With really smart things like the Smart Way to Buy's 110% low price guarantee that ensures you are getting the best price for your next used vehicle. Need a car for commuting to work? Do you have a teenager looking for the first car? Well, then you should definitely visit the smartwaytobuy.com. It's your go-to place for the widest selection of used cars in New Jersey. Plus, every vehicle comes with a 5-day, 500-mile exchange policy, so you can't lose. Now that's smart. The Smart Way to Buy, only at the smartwaytobuy.com. That's the smartwaytobuy.com. Anything else just wouldn't be smart.
This is a message to business owners. The strongest selling proposition is to get your customer into your store in front of your product. Now you can do that digitally everywhere with Salem Surround. Digital marketing that easily takes your business beyond its four walls, putting your message on people's computers, tablets, and mobile phones everywhere. Your digital ad virtually puts them into your store in front of your products. Salem Surround takes the mystery of digital marketing off your shoulders, letting you run your business while we deliver customers. Call us at Salem Surround for a free analysis of your digital marketing effectiveness and suggested ideas that could dramatically increase your sales. There are no limitations on where you can reach customers. Salem Surround, total market penetration for increased ROI. Learn more by logging on to surroundnewyork.com. surroundnewyork.com, connecting you with new customers.
I'm having such a nice chat with Dr. Alan Kadish, president of Toro College and New York Medical College. And Dr. Kadish will join us live on the radio and on YouTube and Facebook momentarily. And then Al said, Joe, you got to tell everybody about Michaels of Brooklyn. And I said, when there's an opportunity to tell you about Michaels of Brooklyn, you know I'm going to tell you about Michaels of Brooklyn. It's right there on Avenue R. Nostrand in Brooklyn, New York. Right in the old neighborhood. Fred is there, Johnny is there, Mary Ann, Michael himself, and they make the sauce right there. This is what I love about it. So if you want one of the 5 best Italian restaurants not only in New York or in Brooklyn, in the United States of America, according to the Food Network, all you got to do, if you're listening in Connecticut, you're watching in Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, go to Avenue R. Nostrand in Brooklyn, and you'll have one. Fred is there, Johnny's there, Enzo will greet you with the best bow tie you've ever seen, and the best food, the best ambiance. That's our hang, Michaels of Brooklyn. We invite you to check that out. And if you're visiting New York, you want to go out to Brooklyn, to Michaels of Brooklyn. Now, if you're listening and watching around the country and even around the world a lot of the time, you could see around the United States, when you go to your supermarket and you go and you see all the sauces. When you go down that aisle, I always do that. I go to ShopRite, I see all the sauces. Look for Michaels of Brooklyn. Take that home. Boom. Best jarred sauce ever made. I'm telling you right now. Where is it made? Avenue R. Nostrand in the borough of Brooklyn, New York. It doesn't get better than that. Michaels of Brooklyn. You're going to love Fred and Johnny, Mary Ann, and Michael himself. So we'll see you out there, by the way, at Avenue R in Nostrand at Michaels of Brooklyn. And don't forget, pick up Michaels of Brooklyn sauce, serving the most authentic tastes of Italy for over 50 years.
Eric Metaxas, the show about everything, coming up tonight at 11 on AM 970. The Answer.
Portions of this show sponsored by Route 22 Honda.
Hey, it's Joe on the radio. Good morning, 728. Dr. Alan Kadish is president of Toro College, New York Medical College. What a great conversation we're having. I'm getting like all my diagnosis about you. You were a cardiologist?
So I am a cardiologist. I practiced in the Midwest for 22 years.
Wow.
And
Chicago.
In Michigan and then in Chicago.
Yeah.
Great town.
Yeah, I love that town. Did you see trauma when you were in Northwest? Was there a lot of? Were you in the emergency room in the trauma center?
So I didn't do the emergency room that much. The city does have its problems with trauma.
Yeah,
but where I was, I took care of people mostly who were not injured in that way.
In cardio. So you're telling me when I get my cardiologist, who is a great guy, and we're very conservative, but he says, well, everything looks great. So that's when I get worried, when it's great. The carotid artery looks clear. We did that ultrasound. You're saying doing a stress test, nuclear stress test, don't take the radiation. You said it's as effective to do an echo right after the stress test.
Well, look, every patient is different. But in general, the results with the echo are just as good as the nuclear test.
Wow.
And it doesn't have radiation. So if you asked my opinion,
Yeah.
I would say unless there's a specific reason to do the nuclear test, I would get the echo.
Yeah, because I'm afraid to take the radiation, Doc. You know what I'm saying?
So it's not a lot of radiation.
Okay.
You shouldn't be afraid of it.
Okay.
But if you have a choice, it's better to avoid it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I had the, forgive me, Frankie Five Boroughs gave me a whole list of what to talk about measles.
No, this is a lot of fun talking about cardiology.
I was like, I am such a hypochondriac. So I had that calcium score test. The calcium score test, where I went in to see if the arteries were clogged, because I remember I saw a couple friends on TV had like stents, they had heart problems, and they looked terribly healthy. They looked remarkably healthy. Let me say it like that. And I went, and that came back okay. But you know, the insurance company got me, and I told this on the air before, because they said, "What, you got a calcium score test?" I said, "Yeah, why?" I said, "Because I'm a hypochondriac. That's why." They raised my rates. Isn't that great? You know, they think, oh, something must be wrong with you. But isn't it good to get the calcium score test, too? Do you need
So the
it?
calcium score is good if you're in a category that's called intermediate risk, which means that there's some things, some risk factors for heart disease, but not a lot of risk factors. That's where the calcium score can help to say whether more testing needs to be done.
No, my doctors they kind of just pandered to me, to my whims, and they said, "Sure, get the test." I just, I guess it can't hurt, but that's if you really think you have clogged heart, you'll be able to see the arteries clogged, right?
Well, you can't necessarily see the arteries clogged unless you have a special kind of calcium test. The regular calcium test.
I have to get another one now?
No, you don't need anything. You look good and healthy this morning. And you're laughing at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh, you gotta.
You're in good shape.
You gotta live. I worry about that. You worry about that. How come people that look great and then they have a heart issue? And I see it all the time. I'm watching my friends on TV or something. Oh, he's off. He's having massive, heart surgery where they cut the chest, and then or somebody has a stent. That's scary. It's very, very scary that can happen like that.
It is, but these days we're able to identify it before you look bad.
Yeah.
So that's why you see people, they look good.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to manage risk factors.
Yeah.
To try to decrease your risk of heart problems.
Does maple syrup help or hurt?
I'm not going to comment on maple syrup because I like maple syrup.
There you go. I'm the worst. I got some spray maple syrup for you. Dr. Kadish, the measles, we're all worried about. This is scary because here it is. Now we're in is it an epidemic? Is it safe to say an epidemic in New York?
It's not quite an epidemic. I would say an outbreak is a better way to refer to it. Remember that there was one time before the vaccine when there were well over 500,000 cases of measles a year in the U.S.
Wow.
So now we're at about 800 or so. So it's not quite an epidemic, but it's certainly an outbreak, and it's certainly concerning.
60 new cases this week alone, correct?
That's right. It's not stopping. It's spreading. It hasn't gotten to epidemic proportions yet, meaning hundreds of thousands of cases.
Yeah.
But it's worrisome enough that we really got to be careful and take action to make sure it doesn't spread.
And Dr. Kadish, in your opinion, what's causing this rise?
We got complacent. We figured measles was gone, that it wasn't dangerous, that a disease that killed 100,000 people worldwide last year.
Measles did?
Measles did. Not in the United States.
Wow.
Because we have most of our people are vaccinated, and most children get vaccinated.
Yeah.
But we kind of fell asleep at the wheel a little bit and allowed people who question the vaccine not to get vaccinated. And when you get the vaccine rate below a certain point, below about 95%, that's when you can get these outbreaks. And we got there.
So the vaccination, everybody's anti-vax. They don't want to give the kids for religious reasons because they're thinking, like we were talking about with Frankie before we went on the air, of that's going to cause autism. And I was on that for a while. I thought, you sure the vaccinations don't cause Alzheimer's, attention deficit? None of that. You should and absolutely have to get vaccinated, yes?
You should absolutely get vaccinated. The autism thing is a myth, an urban legend. There was one paper written by a now discredited British doctor that has been debunked.
Wow.
600,000 kids were studied. There was no relationship between autism and the vaccine. Everything you do in medicine has risks. There's some tiny risks to the vaccine, but it's really safe, and it really ought to be done because we are at a place where if we don't get control of it, measles can come back.
And if they don't get vaccinated for religious reasons, I mean, that really, you hurt your child more than anything else when you go down that path, correct?
So, look, I never want to tell anyone else what they should do with their religion.
Sure.
But in general, if you're putting not just your child, but the community at risk, it's hard to understand why you wouldn't get vaccinated.
It's true. You have a great bedside manner, Doc. Can I tell you? Can I tell you about
So
my
your
cholesterol?
shoulder's bothering you now? We got through the heart, you're fine, and now we're onto your shoulder?
I'm thinking the shoulder I can deal with. What's more vital that I could really sponge some free medical advice from you this morning? I was going to ask you about cholesterol. My doctor says to me, my doctor, Vinny Boombat, my doctor says to me, take the Crestor, man. Your cholesterol, because I guess it's hereditary. He worries about that. And he never worries about anything. He says, make sure you take the Crestor because and I'm thinking, sometimes cholesterol is good. There's good cholesterol and the bad cholesterol, but if it runs high, it's okay to take the Lipitor and the Crestor. You should stay on those. That's a danger in causing heart disease, correct?
So if you're at a certain risk, the recommendations are that you take it. And while there are some side effects, there are hundreds of thousands of people who have been studied to show that if you need it and you take it, you'll live longer. You can be on the air longer.
There we go. I can have more children if I want. I'm just saying, I got an 8-year-old at this point, but I love it, and I feel energized. But Doc, tell us, before we let you go, and you've been very, very patient, Dr. Kadish, thanks so much. Tell us about Toro College. How much do you love leading Toro College over there?
So Toro has 19,000 students.
Wow.
It was started by a great visionary who was the only president before me, who hired me when I was 94. When he was 94.
Yeah.
It's a mission-based school. We have two main missions. One is to provide for people who can't get education otherwise. And we run 5 medical schools.
Wow.
We have a law school and a business school. We're not a religious institution, but we are an institution, what we call in the Jewish tradition. And so we do have some Jewish studies programs as well.
Yeah.
And it's a great place. I've been there for 10 years. We have students who succeed tremendously. And we had graduations this season. So I was just at graduation on Sunday, Lincoln Center. See kids starting their life, excited.
Yeah.
Great place.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Dr. Kadish, you're a good guy. Thanks so much. Thanks for letting us have some fun and keep us posted. But again, onto the measles thing, because it is getting scary. It's certainly in New York. Get vaccinated. Don't mess around.
Everybody needs to get vaccinated. It's going to help not just you, but the community, and we got to be part of the community.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor. Good to see you, Dr. Kadish.
Great
to see you. I'll be visiting you after the show today for a second opinion. I'm so sorry. I am the hypochondriac, the germaphobe, and the maple syrup junkie. Thank you very much, all in one on AM 970 The Answer. Curtis Ellis is in the house, man. We're going to talk some politics with Mr. Ellis when he comes in the studio momentarily. It's 7:37. Big Al standing by with the headline news on AM 970 The Answer.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970, The Answer.
66 degrees at 7:37. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. Officials are saying it was a bunch of New Yorkers behind a violent shoplifting attempt that took place at a Middlesex County mall over the weekend. Woodbridge police report that Joel Cordello, Bruce Garcia, plus Denise and Kevin Orengo, all of Brooklyn and Queens, and a Queens man, James Farrow, have been charged for their roles in the incident. Cops say one of the defendants allegedly tried to run out of the Woodbridge Mall Macy's Sunday evening with stolen proceeds to a car where the other 4 defendants were waiting. When a loss prevention officer purportedly stopped the person, the defendant stabbed the guard in the arm before jumping in the car with the others and driving away. A mail mistake in New York City has a happy ending. UPS went to send delivery notifications via text and accidentally created a group chat with about 20 New Yorkers. People started responding in the group chat, and it has now turned into a club. They decided to have a real-life meetup at a bar in Ridgewood, Queens. Everyone wore brown so they could be easily identified. The people in the so-called UPS club live in parts of Brooklyn and Queens. In sports, Yankees hit 3 home runs in a 5-2 Memorial Day matinee win over the Padres in the Bronx. Mets surrendered 6 runs in the 6th inning, lost 9-5 to the Dodgers in Los Angeles. And Stanley Cup Finals Game 1 goes to the Bruins, who beat the Blues 4-2. Game 2 set for Wednesday night in Boston. Sports is brought to you by Modell's Sporting Goods Stores. You gotta go to Moe's. Stuck in traffic? Debbie Duhame's got the answer.
And good morning, Al. Let's go out to the Northern State Parkway West out by 110. It's an accident in Melville. Traffic is slowing down for you on the Southern State Parkway westbound. That's busy heading out past the Meadowbrook with a collision there as well. Prepare for some stop-and-go traffic on the inbound Gowanus, still bumper to bumper through the Prospect. Eastbound BQE at the Battery Tunnel. Accident involving a truck. It looks like you have a fuel spill involved, so a tough ride. Delays go back down toward the Verrazano Bridge. Traffic is still moving slowly as well on the westbound BQE at the LIE. Looks like some police department activity over there as well. Inbound side of the GWB, Lincoln and the Holland, all about 45 minutes in. 21 south at Route 3. Watch for construction. The Garden State Parkway northbound at 90, an accident being clear, then heavy getting up and over the Driscoll Bridge. Checking the forecast, thunderstorms today, a high of 72. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970. The Answer.
Curtis Ellis is in the studio, Senior Policy Advisor with America First Policies. You do not want to miss Mr. Ellis coming on live. Can I tell you about my buddy Salisaro? Though great guy. He's got an incredible family business, Botticelli Foods. Yeah, it's a true Italian-American success story. I've broken bread with Sal. We talked. I asked how the family business started. I love this. And have you ever wondered what type of olive oil you use in a specific dish? Because I always use Botticelli olive oil. That's my go-to olive oil. I tell you, I make the rice, and then I put the olive oil on the rice because the rice is low calories for me with a high glycemic rating, so it doesn't stick. Like I could go into it, and I put a little Parmesan cheese, but the Botticelli olive oil is it. And with BotticelliFoods.com, you too can become an olive oil aficionado. They have an amazing olive oil cooking guide that shows different ways to use their delicious, authentic olive oils in your home-cooked meals, whether it's sautéing meat, poultry, fish, baking a cake. You could put olive oil in a cake, and like me, I put it on my rice, for crying out loud. I put it on my eggs. I use Botticelli for everything. I really do. This is best. It's pure. You could taste it. It's healthy for you, and we're featuring today the Botticelli extra virgin olive oil, which contains the highest quality olives sourced from the most exclusive regions in the Mediterranean. And I learned recently that extra virgin olive oil is rich in antioxidants. See, I didn't even know that. How about that? And it reduces inflammation in the body. Excuse me. The health benefits can be remarkable. And whenever you go to BotticelliFoods.com, please use the code JOEP. BotticelliFoods.com. Code Joe P, so you can get free shipping on your entire order. Remember the code Joe P for free shipping, please. Next time you're making a meal for the family, make it better with Botticelli. BotticelliFoods.com, the art of Italian flavor.
I want to say something about rush tax resolution. You know, I've always been blown away by people who are in trouble with the IRS and try and deal with it themselves. You know, people who wouldn't try fixing their own plumbing or fixing their own car. No problem picking up the phone and trying to deal with their own tax issues with the IRS. They owe a ton of money. They can't pay the IRS, and they think, oh, I can handle this. This is crazy. The IRS is nothing to mess with. So what do? Call Rush Tax Resolution. Take one listener who owed over $90,000 after hearing me talk about Rush Tax. She picked up the phone. Rush Tax got the IRS to settle her case for $100 total. Now, even if you don't qualify for the IRS forgiveness program, Rush Tax can still protect you, fight the IRS on penalties, and get you the lowest payment plan. They've got an A-plus rating and an incredible zero complaint history with the BBB. Rush Tax is the only company I recommend. 855-IRS-CALL. 855-IRS-CALL. Rush Tax will tell you right away if they can help you. They won't take their case if they can't help you. 855-477-2255. 855-IRS-CALL or rushtaxresolution.com. That's rushtaxresolution.com.
Hey, Piscopo in the morning. Curtis, you okay? Yeah, I consider you a friend.
I'm running out of olive oil, so now I know what to get. So thank you, Joe.
I said at least you're kind enough to come into the show. I'm reading all my commercials. I can give you olive oil. I can tell you about Perillo tours now. Do you mind?
Okay, great.
And shout
I'll
out
go to Italy and buy my olive oil in Italy. It'll be great.
You are so on, my brother. Let me tell you. And a shout out to our buddy Charlie Finch, who always has great things about you, Curtis, and all the great things that you're doing down in Washington. But I want to tell you, if you're watching, you're listening, about Perillo tours. You could stroll the streets of Venice, see the iconic statue of David, imagine yourself in a romantic and iconic gondola sliding through the unique beauty that is Venice. Cruise the magical island of Capri. Visit a 400-year-old vineyard in the rolling hills of Tuscany. How about that? Sounds amazing? Well, it's simply a phone call away with Perillo Tours. Choose from so many options. How about the popular, fully escorted, first-class, 14-day Italy North Classic, Rome, Sorrento, Florence, Venice, and Milano. Or the Taste, there you go, Curtis, the Taste of Italy tour with gourmet meals. Come on, man. Cooking classes in Bologna, Florence. You know you want to go there, man.
Oh, yeah.
Perugia.
I love Italy. And I never get enough of Italy. I've been there a dozen times. I'll go back a dozen more times.
Look at that. There it is. And if you want to go back, you got to go to Perillo Tours. It's the perfect vacation. Steve Perillo and his team can put you in a 16th century villa in the heart of Tuscany, or help arrange a romantic wedding or honeymoon, or a fantasy renewal of your vows in magical Venice. Call for the Perillo 2019 Italy brochure at 888-PERILLO, 888-PERILLO. That is our buddy, Steve Perillo. This is a iconic name in tours, and you want the best of Italy, you've got to go to Perillo, 888-PERILLO, or visit, please, PerilloTours.com. That's PerilloTours.com.
America First with Sebastian Gorka. Coming up at 3 on AM 970. The Answer.
Live from the SmartWayToBuy.com studios.
All right, we got to go to Curtis Ellis now because he's a good guy. We don't. We got to go. I got to go.
No,
I want.
It's not you got to. It's you want to.
I don't want. No, thank God we are sold out by the grace of God. Everything's great, and with some great sponsors that you heard. And you're sitting here and you're kind enough to be patient. So now is the time.
I'm getting hungry. I want to go to Italy, and now I get to be with Joe. It's wonderful.
How are you, man? How you doing?
Great.
Are you down in Washington most of the time?
I am. I'm in Washington a lot.
Yeah, that's good. You right. When there's a plan that comes out from the White House, and then everybody criticizes it, of course. I mean,
of course.
And then
the sun comes up in the morning, right? Plane comes out from the White House, they criticize it. Boom, done.
How great was the president of Japan? How great was that? I mean, how classic was that? And I got to tell you, as a people go, "Oh, Joe, you're pro-Trump. Oh, he's a Trump guy." I like when things look good for the United States, and when I see the president with beautiful Melania, they're the first lady, and they're paying such respect to him.
They love him.
You know,
they love him.
He's
they
like
love
a rock
America.
star.
The Japanese love America. And they love President Trump because he loves America.
Yeah, and they sense that.
And they also hate China, so they love Trump even more.
It was a great play, and correct me if I'm wrong, Curtis Ellis, that the president would go to Japan. Because that's a direct message to Kim Jong-un and to President Xi in China, correct?
Yeah.
Like, this is our buddy.
Alliance is solid.
Yeah.
We're not abandoning our allies because previous administrations, they were ready to throw Japan under the bus in the rush for Chinese gold, which is fool's gold because it's not really there.
Yeah,
there's no money to be made in China. You just get ripped off.
Yeah.
You make a deal with the Chinese, you better count your fingers after you shake hands.
And this is the first president, and even Chuck Schumer, I hear, is standing behind the president in this in regards to dealing with China. But do you think the tariffs, are they working? Are they going to work? And how long do you think this little tit for tat will play on?
They are working. They're going to work. They're already working. We saw that in that the Chinese wanted to negotiate. And then they did their usual negotiation two-step. They lead you on. Yeah, we got a deal. And then at the last minute, when you're all excited, you're going to have a signing ceremony, you're going to have a deal.
Yeah.
They pull back and say, but you got to change this, the whole thing. And then I was talking to a business guy, and he says, same thing happened to him. He negotiated for months with the Chinese to do some big deal. At the last minute, after everybody was all excited, the Home Office was expecting a deal, they change everything, expecting him to go along with it because he's now emotionally invested in the deal. This president's smart enough to say, you change the terms? Forget it, no deal. Look, we have more leverage than they do. Just last week, we saw the Chinese are buying more hogs from the U.S. than ever before. They need our food more than we need their cheap junk.
You know what I thought too? Maybe, and correct me if I'm wrong here, because I really believe, we were joking about how I went to Walmart, and it looked like they jacked the price up a little bit, maybe because of tariff. I was happy to pay $5-10 more. Let's do it. But can we? How does the president get Nike to manufacture sneakers in the stressed areas of the United States?
That's the final point.
Is he
right?
pushing?
That's the
Is that
end
what he's
game.
doing, Curtis?
Let's get them back in the United States. Look, they can leave China, go to Vietnam, leave China, go to Cambodia, some other
slave labor, man.
some other slave labor place. But why don't they come back here? See, I personally, you've got to appeal to patriotism. We've got to revive that spirit of we're in this together. This is one America. Make America great again. Pay Americans to buy the product.
Yeah.
Pay Americans enough that they can buy the product they make. Henry Ford figured that out a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
He paid his people enough that they could buy the Model T cars. And then he decided, I'm going to give them an extra day off. People were working 6 days a week. He said, you know what? Let's make it a 5-day work week. That way, they'll have time to use the car that they just bought.
Yeah. It's so true. I wonder if the president should have set up or maybe he's doing it now, setting up a manufacturing base.
Well, there is opportunity zones. I was just with the National Diversity Coalition the other night and with the president, and they are, it's about in the distressed areas, giving tax breaks, giving incentives to do business there, to rebuild those areas.
Curtis, that should be every day. Should be out there. We follow you online, and we retweet you online. Curtis Ellis, you have to check that out. I wish the White House, because the president, what he's doing is monumental. It's what the Democrats used to do.
That's
man.
right. That's right.
And he's doing it.
He's doing it. That's why it's driving him crazy. That's why the Democrats are going nuts.
That's why they don't report about it in the mainstream media.
Yeah. And they're going nuts. Every time he has a success, they go crazy. They can't. They talk about cover up. Cover up what?
I know. And
there's a report out there for everybody to read. And the result of an investigation that he cooperated with. Where's the cover up? What are you talking about?
I know. I can't believe they said that. Now, before we let you go, Curtis, tell us, you had a great op-ed piece for Breitbart in which you said that everybody except Joe Biden recognizes that free trade with China is a bigger mistake than the Iraq War. Why is that the case?
Well, look what's happened. We are now behind the 8 ball with China. They've been stealing our jobs, our technology, everything else. Everybody knows this, thanks to President Trump standing up to them. But Joe Biden is out there saying, they're not bad folks. They're not. And I actually have him on tape saying it's in our interest for China to prosper. Well, that's not really the case. And I think when history is written, we're going to see this opening to China, which has been going on for 20 years, full scale, full tilt, is a bigger mistake than Iraq War. Iraq, we lost, God bless them, we lost thousands of people, trillions of dollars, all the wounded. With China, we have lost, this is the greatest illegitimate transfer of wealth in human history. They've taken our jobs, our industries. Go look at the opioid epidemic throughout the heartland. Those are jobs. Those people used to have something other than drugs. They used to have hope. They used to have jobs and a future and a middle-class existence. And it's just been a disaster.
Any help that we could give you, Curtis Ellis, you're doing a great job there. A senior policy advisor right here, Curtis Ellis with America First Policy. Let us know, because there's some areas in Jersey that need manufacturing bases. It'll take 10 years maybe.
Hey, we remember when there was manufacturing in Jersey. Western Electric, we invented the transistor. We invented telephones. Patterson.
Keep the fight, man.
Alexander Hamilton invented Patterson, New Jersey.
Look at this. Beautiful. Well said. Keep the fight, Curtis Ellis. We appreciate
you, Joe.
Always appreciate you joining us right there. Curtis Ellis is 752. Debbie Duhame's out there looking out for you on the roads on AM 970, The Answer.
Hey, good morning, Joe. Let's go out to the Taconic southbound at the Croton Reservoir Bridge. It's an accident. Palisades Parkway North, exit 15, getting into Stony Point. A crash there. Southbound Thruway picking up volume at the Tappan Zee Bridge. Inbound GWB 40, Lincoln 35, Holland 35. But we're getting reports of an accident on the covered roadway as you get out toward the Holland Tunnel. So it's going to be pretty heavy from 1 and 9. A lot better from the Turnpike approach. 21 south of Route 3, ongoing road work. It's busy on the Garden State Parkway North at 90 with an accident being cleared. Then at 135, another accident heading up through Clark. It's still pretty busy on the eastbound BQE at the Battery Tunnel, but they finally cleaned up an accident there. Westbound BQE at the LIE, a collision there as well. And the Grand Central Parkway westbound right at LaGuardia, it's an accident in the left lane. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Want a great night's sleep? Get a 2-pack of MyPillow's premiums for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow, which is the lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. Only available at MyPillow.com or call 800-651-0798. Promo code AM970.
Follow the flag to savings every week at Modell Sporting Goods. Visit your local Modell Sporting Goods store and look for the flags with Mitchell's face to find deals in all departments in the store for 7 days only. These unbelievable deals begin every Wednesday, and you'll find select items at our lowest prices ever. Visit our stores this Wednesday and every Wednesday for new Mo deals. Remember, follow the flag with Mitchell's face to save today and every day. If you want to save big, you gotta go to Mo's. Savings for MVP members only.
Maybe you'd like to know what exactly Relief Factor is. It was created by doctors. It's a 100% drug-free supplement with 4 key ingredients that simply help your own body deal with the natural inflammatory response that it has. It's easy to swallow, 4 little capsules in each packet, like the packet that I carry with me at all times. 3 packets a day for a week, then 2 packets a day for 2 weeks, and I have just described the 3-week quick start. And you will know in 3 weeks. That's the beauty of it. Whether it works, they don't drag you on. That costs just $19.95. There's a very good chance that a very serious percentage of my listeners suffer from some sort of muscular or joint pain. You should try this for $19.95. That's all you can lose. If it works, they will send it to you automatically. If it doesn't work, tell them not to send any shipments, and it's as simple as that. It is all at ReliefFactor.com. I've been using it for years now. ReliefFactor.com.
Guess what? Right now is the perfect time to tackle those home projects you've been putting off. So come summertime, you can just sit back and relax. Home Advisor can help get you started. Home Advisor matches you to the right pro for the job in seconds. You can read reviews and even book appointments online. Home Advisor can help with any home project, big or small, painting, plumbing, even remodeling. Find a great pro now before the busy season hits. Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app.
Home Advisor. Hey, Joe Piscopo on the radio 5 minutes before 8 o'clock, 7:55. I have to give a shout-out. Forgive me. I want to tell you about the Gold Shield momentarily, but I want to give a shout-out to my beautiful daughter, Charlie, who's watching on her way to school. And, Charlie, I love you. And, look, I'm wearing a tie that you picked out. See? I would have worn the gold. She said, no, Daddy, wear this striped tie. So this is Charlie, the fashion designer. I love you, sweetheart. Daddy's watching you. And I appreciate it very much. Say hi to Mom for me, and I love you. Have a good day at school. Hey, but can I tell you about the Gold Shield now? This is a great concept. So I met a gentleman. We refer to him as Frankie as the unknown veteran, right? He doesn't want to be a
right. He's not a veteran himself, but a big supporter of veterans.
He really is, and a great patriot. So he comes up with the idea of the Gold Shield. Why? Because 22 veterans a day are committing suicide. And as we celebrated Memorial Day over the weekend, I'm telling you got to think about it. Frankie, that was great that you posted that on Twitter. You have to think about the veteran suicide. If you go and become a Gold Shield member, you could fight that. Find out. Just check out, please, the goldshield.us, the goldshield.us. You know, if you're a merchant, you put that right on your window, and then you could make donations to a nonprofit designation, a 501c3, to help veteran suicide, help those with PTSD, also cancer research. And we're not asking you to make a donation. We want you to check out where the Gold Shield merchants are. And you can make they will make a tax-deductible donation directly to that 501c3 to help veteran suicide. 100% of the donations are distributed to fight veteran suicide as well as cancer research. Please check this out now, thegoldshield.us.
Portions of this show sponsored by Route 22 Nissan.
Hey, Joe Lumberger's a meteorologist. Good morning, Joey. How was your biking? You did like 1,000 miles over the weekend, I'm sure.
Not 1,000 miles. I probably did about 120, something like that.
Good, unbelievable.
For 3 days.
Unbelievable. I got back in the pool and I did my half hour. Now, when you're in the pool, how long do you do, Joe? Tell me.
About a half an hour to no more than 40 minutes.
That's good, though, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's tiring. It drains me.
You are unbelievable. Hey, we got rain coming in today.
Yeah, in fact, there's some showers knocking on the door. Should be here within the next 30 minutes or so. And off and on rain showers throughout the day. It's going to be coolish. The temperatures most places will stay in the 60s today. Things settle down later tonight. And tomorrow, warm and more humid. Could be a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon as well.
All right. Thank you, Joey. Always great to hear your voice there, Joe Lumberg. A couple minutes away from 8 o'clock. It's Piscopo in the morning. And Martha Boneta will join us, Executive Vice President of Citizens for the Republic. Mike Gallagher is going to join us as well. Deidre Scaramucci. Anthony's wife will join us live in the studio. So it's Piscopo in the morning with Frankie Five Boroughs and Big Al. Charlie, thanks for watching. I love you. Thank you for watching, too. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. We're YouTubing and we're Facebooking. And I see the phone calls. Hold those phone calls. I'm going there when we come back. 877-970-2999. Our Balance of Nature phone lines. Piscopo in the morning coming right back at you.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970. The Answer.
67 degrees at 7:59. I'm Al Gattullo with local news first. Here's what's going on. The New York Yankees paid tribute to a World War II veteran from Westchester County. During the seventh-inning stretch of yesterday's game, they honored 104-year-old Louis Forte. He served his country during the war and now lives in Somers. Yankees television broadcaster Michael Kay also praised Forte during the game. Forte brought good luck to the game. Yankees beat the Padres by the final of 5-2. Mayor de Blasio will take part in a rally on the steps of City Hall this morning regarding paid personal time off. Mayor supports legislation calling for employers to give 10 paid vacation days off per year for workers at most businesses. This would be in addition to paid sick leave. There's a city council hearing today on the matter as well. In sports, Yankees over the Padres. Dodgers beat the Mets. Stanley Cup Finals Game 1 goes to the Bruins. They beat the Blues 4-2. You now know what's going on. I'm Al Gattullo, AM 970, The Answer.
From the studios of AM 970, The Answer, on Broadway and Wall Street in Manhattan, this is WNYM, Hackensack, New Jersey, New York City.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Massive destruction across parts of Indiana and Ohio following severe storms, including tornadoes that roared through overnight. Storm survivor Dale Hassler in Montgomery, Ohio, says it was a terrifying experience.
Everything that they ever said about a tornado was really true about it sounding like a freight train coming through, and very, very frightening.
Speaking with WKEF WRGT TV, Madison County, Indiana, also hard hit, particularly the town of Pendleton.
We do not know at this time if this was a tornado, straight line winds, or what the cause was. There are several videos floating around that show funnel clouds. The National Weather Service will actually make that determination.
Todd Harmison with Madison County, Indiana Emergency Management. Lots of property damage, but no reports of any fatalities. The state of Oklahoma taking Johnson & Johnson to court, accusing the consumer products giant of contributing to the nation's opioid crisis. That trial set to begin later today. President Trump and the First Lady on their way back to Washington following a 4-day state visit to Japan, the visit ending with a stop aboard an American warship.
An enthusiastic welcome on the amphibious vessel for the Commander-in-Chief and First Lady.
I'm thrilled to be aboard the USS Wasp with the brave sailors and Marines, the 7th Fleet.
President Trump spoke of the amazing visit that he had with Japan's new emperor and the prime minister, without mentioning lingering disagreements over trade rules and North Korea.
Correspondent Jackie Quinn. A stabbing attack at a bus stop near Tokyo left 3 people, including the attacker, dead. On Wall Street this morning, Dow futures now positive. They're up 10 points. S&P futures down 1. NASDAQ futures 5 points higher. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Okay, first time we read this commercial, he got one, so I had to get one.
And we are both in love with this product.
The glass chair mat by Vitraza. They're unbelievable.
You know that junky plastic chair mat under your office chair or at home? Piece of garbage.
It's the ugliest thing in your office.
Vitraza glass chair mats are beautiful.
Durable.
Each one will support over 1,000 pounds, so it'll even hold me. They've got a lifetime warranty, and the way you feel rolling over smooth glass instead of cheap, crackly plastic, it's like working in $1 million office. And it's your office.
And we got to mention this. Shipping is absolutely free.
Absolutely. Lifetime warranty, scratch-resistant, stylish Vitraza glass chair mats.
You can't get them at the office superstore. You got to order them direct at vitraza.com/life. That's V as in value, ITRAZZA, vitraza.com/life. You'll want to remember that website. There's a discount code waiting for you for 10% off, only at vitraza.com/life.
This is Dr. Howard, founder and formulator of Balance of Nature. We're changing America one life at a time.
Well, I have different vitamins I had to take because of my post-cancer, post-cardiac situation. But the Balance of Nature, that being so condensed and so natural and, is amazing stuff. I haven't felt this good in 7 or 8 years. I would not be able to do a third of any of this stuff. After I started taking Balance of Nature, I started to have more energy. It's a godsend. It really is.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. For a limited time, all new preferred customers will receive an additional 15% discount and free shipping on your first Balance of Nature order. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code THEANSWER.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Starting off on the island, northern state west of 110, an accident. Southern State Parkway westbound out past the Meadowbrook. It's an accident there as well. Traffic is still busy eastbound BQE getting up toward the Battery Tunnel with an accident cleared. And the westbound BQE stop and go at the LIE with a collision there as well. Heading to the inbound GWB, that's going to be about 40 minutes into the upper level with reports of an accident here on the upper level. Better to the lower. Lincoln 35, Holland about 35 in from the Turnpike, but it looks like you're waiting about an hour in from the Pulaski Skyway. Accident over on the covered roadway. Checking in on the forecast. Thunderstorms later today with a high going up to 72. Showers likely for tomorrow with a high of 76. Thursday thunderstorms likely with a high of 80 degrees. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Live from the smartwaytobuy.com studios.
Good morning. Tuesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day. With your host, former Saturday Night Live superstar Joe Piscopo. Produced by Frank Morano, with news guy Al Gottulo, and traffic with Debbie Duhame. This is the Joe Piscopo Show on AM 970. The Answer.
Hey, little girl.
I like that. I'll do it. I wasn't wear gold. This really does go. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah. I worry. We have guests in the studio, and I always like to dress. I'm a dinosaur. Joe, you always dress up. Someone comes into the studio, kind enough to come in live to the studio. I'm going to put a tie on for them. Frankie Five Boroughs. Look, Frankie Five Boroughs even has a tie on. I just noticed that. Look at
Not
that.
every day. Just some
Francis
Tuesdays.
Albert Sinatra. Thank you. No, but
Once it gets too hot, then I will.
But I like you in a tie. I like that.
Thank you.
And Al's
Yep.
like throws. No, you
Slob.
balance this out.
Slob.
You. No, you
Slob.
don't.
Say it. Say it.
But I like it when
Say
I look
it.
at Al. It looks like a T-shirt. You go.
Say it.
But it's a Tommy Bahama
Say
T-shirt.
it. It's very nautical.
Huh? Yeah.
It's summertime.
You look good. You look
Thank-
good
yeah.
with the hair. And then
Slob.
It goes really well with the giant
Well, the
cockroach
mohawk's
that's in
going.
our-
The mohawk's going. in
Don't
another
go.
week.
Don't go there. My
No,
goodness.
the mohawk. Frank will be able to look at me again. The mohawk is going in another week.
Well, now why is that? now?
Because the color is starting to fade out. It's getting annoying. I don't feel like recoloring.
It's getting
it, so I'm gonna
annoying.
just it was annoying for you the moment I did it, but for others it wasn't. But my wife is getting tired of it too. She's like, all right, go shave and be
like
bald for the
when
summer.
we talk politics. I
Right.
mean, when we do, which
Which
this
is
morning,
few and far between.
This
in this
morning,
program.
you don't even think about
Maple
it.
syrup, coffee.
And then Frank
people
and
in
I,
bathrooms.
Frank and I go into politics, and then they go, and now the news, live and local with Al Gottulo, and then you're looking at a guy in a T-shirt with a mohawk. It kind of balances
Some
it
guy
out.
ripped me on Twitter when we were at the hospital in Elizabeth. called me some nasty names. I blocked him.
What?
You know,
Because
I,
of the
I had
mohawk?
yeah, he said, "How can you take this guy seriously because he's got a mohawk?" I think it was
I like it.
Frank and a
like it.
fake account or
Well,
something.
I like it.
I would
on
never.
Twitter.
I like Matt.
Well, that's true.
Matt-
You told me right to my face.
exactly.
That-
Anything
yeah.
I've said about you,
That's a good point. You haven't sugarcoated it.
Why-
Like other people that follow me on fake accounts.
Well, I
that,
maple
you know.
syrup coated. You're right.
Right.
And then Matt, your hair is long, Matt, right? When you're Matt Conklin behind us, and you put it up in kind of a bunnish look just to keep the conservative look of the station. But look at this guy over here. You can wear what you want. By the way, Matt Conklin and Charles, doing our intern, and Yuri helping out George there in video, all went to IS 119. You all went to the same middle school together. See the talent that comes out of Queens, New York.
Absolutely.
Look at this right here, right? Look at how did you end up here? You thought you'd do a lot better, didn't you? Honestly, Matt.
Yeah,
honestly, but
that's true.
Stick
Sorry.
like you telling Matt Conklin. Stay with
sorry.
us. We're going to the next level. Stay with us.
We don't know what that level is, but we're going to the next level.
Sales.
Yeah.
Sales.
It could be up, it could be down, but it's a level.
I love the kid. I go to the boss. Says, "Hey, we need this social media guy." And then Mike Lindell, the social media guy of all time, says, "Boy, Joe, all your graphics are great. All the social media is great." I said, "I know it's from Matt Conklin. He does this whole thing." And then
Mike suddenly went, "Are you available or whatever?"
Let me
And
tell
Joe,
you
like,
something. But if you could graduate to My Pillow, you're doing pretty darn good.
absolutely.
You know? Meantime, they said to Matt, "Hey, could you sell some things for us already?"
Don't forget, he was going to be taken away by Mike Gallagher initially, and then didn't, and now he and Mike don't talk or look at one another.
Stop.
You know.
No. Mike is with Pavlina, who's doing great.
Well, Pavlina's with Mike,
who started here. Who started here. So we guard anybody that walks by from another network show. We guard the window.
We throw a drape over them.
Right. So they don't look. I want that kid.
Yeah.
I want that kid. No.
Why is everybody wearing a drape?
9 minutes after 8 o'clock. Let me go to the calls. Charlie Finch, the professor. Good morning, Charlie. How you doing? Always nice to hear from you, my friend.
Joe, I'm calling on the bone phone. That's the Balance of Nature phone line.
Thank you.
The bone phone.
I got it. Thank you, Charlie.
My landline's been down for 2 months, as I wrote Frank yesterday, due to Verizon shenanigans near Veneros in the East Village. And things could have been a lot worse, Joe, at that 7-Eleven rest stop, if you remember Kevin Smith's great Jersey film, Clerks.
Yeah.
What happened in the bathroom there.
Thank you.
My Uncle Norman Fitch was Cole Porter's roommate at Yale, and you were talking about Cole before. All his songs are love letters to men. Night and Day, for example, was written about Cary Grant. But Cole was also crushed by a horse. He lay in a field with his leg smashed for 2 hours before he was rescued, and he had to do opioids basically to live.
Wow.
So that's where the heroin rumors come from.
But under my skin wasn't about any drug. That was a true love song from Cole Porter. You're saying?
Yes, it has to do with man-on-man relations, shall we say, just as Night and Day was written for Cary Grant. And, of course, Cary played Cole Porter in the film Words and Music.
Right.
You know, not just Buttigieg. And Trump loves gays, too, and we love Trump, and we love you.
Thank you, Charlie Fitch. I appreciate it. So I should have been singing that song yesterday when I went. Okay, Big Julie. Hey, Big Julie, how you doing this morning? What's on your mind this morning?
Hey, Joey, good morning. I just want to tell you, I've been hearing about this maple syrup thing every morning with the French toast. It's making me hungry. But let me tell you something.
Yeah,
I did some studying on the maple syrup.
Uh-oh.
Let me tell you something, Joe. You have divine intervention. Maple syrup, number one, is a great germicide. The maple sap, it's good for cancer. It's good for E. coli. And they're even thinking of making an antibiotic maple sap capsule.
Is that right?
Online. Yes. Check it out online, and you can see how many things that maple syrup does. Never mind gluing paper together. That's all I got to say, Joe. Have a great day.
Thank you, Big Julie. I'm telling you, so I'm a maple syrup junkie. If you look, I have maple syrup here, from Costco. We have the Crown maple syrup on the show, which is really the greatest you can get, I think. But then I always have the maple syrup at home. When Charlie and I did pancakes, we did French toast, and I've always with the maple syrup because it's a natural sugar. I like it because it's a slow-burning carbohydrate. I got introduced to maple syrup by a bodybuilder, a guy named Pete Browning, who really knew bodybuilding. He said, you got to have maple syrup because it's a slow-burning sugar. It doesn't just, it doesn't just be, it's not used up immediately. It will give you a sustained power. Then I find out it's got antioxidants in it, and then Al buys me this spray-on.
It's actually pretty cool,
I think this is awesome.
How did it taste?
You know what? Really good.
Okay.
Oh, see?
They're not an advertiser.
No, stop.
It's my favorite maple
You don't
syrup.
like it. You don't like it.
Spray
Just
it on.
say that you don't like
Spray
it.
it on.
Just say,
I'm gonna
he
do
doesn't like
spray on
my
tan,
hair. He
spray
made
on
it very
tan,
clear.
And spray on maple syrup. That's what I'm going to have. No.
Oh, my goodness.
No, it's actually, you know what?
No, you don't like it. You're trying to find the proper adjective to compliment yet not insult me at the same time. And you're failing miserably.
Yeah.
So just say, not a fan.
You are right, maple syrup breath. You are right. I mean, you know what?
If it's not for you, it's not for you. Oh, boy. Here we go.
Did you try it out?
No, I only bought one for him.
It's
I have
really
maple
great.
syrup at home.
The fact
I don't use a gallon of it every time I put it on my pancakes. That's the difference.
The fact that it's so easy to use overcomes any taste
You know what?
factor.
There's a lot to be said for
You know what I'm saying?
convenience.
No.
It's true.
Again, trying to let me down easy.
Overcomes any taste factor.
Forget it.
Well, it wasn't
It's like the
bad.
Pinochle card.
It wasn't bad.
No, we're done. We're done. Not buying it. Nah, not going to get it
You
for
know,
you again.
you know why I enjoed going to Trinity Church so much? It was right next door. That's the thing. Convenience can overcome a lot.
That's it.
I think
Forget it.
It was
when they start selling that at Walmart, and then you buy it, and you come in, and you make it like it's a. Oh my God! It's a spray. No, I'm done.
No, I absolutely love it. It's 8:14 with Joe on the radio. Hey, Martha Boneta is going to join us, who we absolutely love.
She like maple syrup?
Exactly.
Maybe
I hope so.
Okay. Because I know you're going to gift that to her. Right. Great. Great.
Not in front of you.
No, of course not.
Of course
not. Frank buys you gifts. They sit in your office in a pile, and they gather dust. And Frank goes in there and goes, oh,
Do you
I
re-gift?
got that.
Do you re-gift?
Not when you used it already.
If you get from me a maple syrup,
Yeah, watch out.
Maple
It's probably
Stream,
used.
it's from Al.
Yeah.
It'll be half used, but I'll re-gift my maple syrup. Martha Boneta will join us. Mike Gallagher. Deidre Scaramucci is on. We're excited to talk to a very, very bright young lady. That is Anthony's beautiful wife. Will come into the studio, coming in live, and then Frankie books this for me because I like to work out. You know, Mr. Workout over here. Caren Boscaino and Lori Sawyer. They're the co-founders of Clean Cut Fitness and co-authors of the new book, Shrink Your Body, Grow Your Mind. We'll see what they have to say about maple syrup. And the weekend, by the way, was great. I was with my 8-year-old, I told you, and then we were watching the president in Japan. I had that on the television. And my 8-year-old says to me, why don't people like President Trump? This is what I hear from 8-year-old. I'm telling you. And again, because, well, I didn't want to say because Mom's very, very liberal and is a Hillary person, that sort of thing, which is great. So I had to walk through my child to tell her how great it was that the president was in Japan, that he supports the United States military. And I said, and he supports all the police officers, law enforcement. And I said, and Daddy's working more than he's ever worked in his whole career since President Trump has been in office. Because the economies how you make money is good. Now I have to explain that to my 8-year-old because people always say he's orange. This is what I hear. So I swear to goodness gracious. And she goes to a great school, so I don't know that, it's coming from the liberal parents, right? So I said, look, we are in good shape. We are safe because this president is in office. I have to explain to my 8-year-old, because of even then. And then I always ask, and I'm the guy that doesn't like when the president tweets. I understand why he has to, because even in the elementary school, she's hearing negative things about this president. But I was proud to say, as I watched President Trump and Melania with Prime Minister Abe in Japan, and then the emperor of Japan, all I kept thinking was how General MacArthur, after the Second World War, after we defeated Japan, after that dastardly attack on Pearl Harbor, and then General MacArthur met Emperor Hirohito, And I remember this, and I've told you this before, where we could have taken over Japan. We could have been the United States of Japan. It could have been, and we did. And General MacArthur said, no, we want Japan to retain its sovereignty. And I explained, I didn't explain it the way I explained it to you now. I explained it to my 8-year-old exactly what happened with Japan, the war in Japan. Now we're friends with Japan, and that's how great America is. She's asking me all this question: do we win wars? Have we lost wars? You know, you got to teach the kids how great the country is, because in school you're not going to get it. Although I must say, in Charlie's school particularly, what she's hearing about is outside that school. I got to tell you, big plug. She's going to the best school, and they actually did a Memorial Day celebration and sang the Star Spangled Banner in school, and saluted the flag, and that is going away. So the fact of the matter is, when I saw the president with Melania in Japan, and knowing all about the Second World War, and being a history buff of the Second World War through my father, rest his soul, I was proud to see this president being treated. And like Curtis Ellis just said, they like the president. They appreciate the United States. This was a shot toward Kim Jong-un, even though the president kind of says he couldn't. He wants to keep the negotiations alive. So he says, well, I think we're going to work it out with Kim Jong-un. But he's in Japan, and that's a shot at China, and it's a shot at North Korea. The fact that, again, he says something about Joe Biden, and I understand the criticisms when he says something about Joe Biden. What he says, why do I find this amusing when there's the Japanese flag and the American flag, and they're talking to the president, and he's got the world press, and he goes, well, you know, Kim Jong-un said Joe Biden really didn't have high intelligence. I go, why do I go, yes, Mr. President, say it. Why? I love that. Why? It's so dramatically politically incorrect. And I understand the criticism, but come on. And you're not supposed to go against any other American, whether it's the president or not. Once you go out of the United States, you shouldn't do that. But I must say, I got such a kick out of that. And I know I'm wrong. But I love when he does that, and guilty as charged. 19 minutes after 8 o'clock. But the fact of the matter is, tell your kids how great the country is. Tell your kids how great we have done as a country in helping other countries. Debbie Duhame knows that. She knows that better than anybody, Deb, coming from a great political family in the great state of New Jersey.
Well, it's tough to explain it to your daughter because sometimes Trump tweets certain things that aren't always appropriate. So that's, probably the one downfall that he has.
You know what? But the fact is, people always say he has no choice because they're constantly attacking this guy. So now, do I agree what he says about Joe Biden? I understand the criticism, I must say. But gosh, I just thought that was just so on the money. Because, he's in campaign mode already is what that's about.
He is funny. But sometimes, it's like, come on, President Trump, maybe he could slow down on some of those tweets, but whatever.
Oh, guilty as charged. 20 minutes after 8 o'clock. Debbie, how are we doing traffic-wise out there in New York, New York?
I'll tell you what's happening, Joe. First of all, it looks like we're still seeing a 20-minute delay on the New Haven line of Metro North. Also, the Waterbury branch, a 20-minute delay because of some earlier problems and some power issues reported with Metro North this morning. The inbound side of the GWB, that 3-car accident on the upper level was just cleared, but you're still waiting 35 into the upper, 20 to the lower. Lincoln 35 in. Holland about an hour in from the Pulaski Skyway. Watch for some delays as on 78 East, exit 24, a collision. 80 East is still kind of busy by exit 57 in Patterson with a crash over there. And it's still kind of busy this morning as you head over to the westbound BQE by the LIE with a collision. Sponsored by Wendy's. Craving chicken? Head over to Wendy's. The Made to Crave menu now has a lineup of tasty chicken options. Try the delicious avocado BLT. Saw some bacon, chicken, and barbecue chicken sandwiches. And download the Wendy's app for craveable deals today. Available now at participating Wendy's. Watch for some showers today, high of about 70. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
I'm going home. Why? I knew we'd all be punchy after a long week. Because I put all this stuff in my hair, And he goes, well, you got something in your hair. He's telling me what I got in my hair. If you're watching on TV, I oversprayed it with the hairspray, but I do put the topics in. I put everything to try to make
lint. And I'm trying to explain to you. And then Ron Popeil over here with the GLH. I mean, come on. You're killing me. And why was it number 9? Why was the GLH number 9? The first 8 formulas didn't work?
Al calls me right. He goes, Rob Popeil over here. Remember that?
For you young people, that was the guy who made the Pocket Fisherman.
Hey,
this
is the guy who made $10 zillion, that
you
guy.
just set it and forget it rotisserie grill. He made all these great
you are the
infomercials.
best.
So,
but Rob Popeil, it was a GLH spray, yeah. Oh,
he sprayed it on his head because he had a
hysterical.
big bald spot on the top of his head. He sprayed it in. It's great. It's the precursor to what you're using now.
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me tell you about Parry and Sons, if I can. Parry and Sons, we love Parry and Sons right there in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey. They've been selling fine jewelry, watches, diamond engagement rings for years. Beautiful jewelry necklaces, bracelets, and earrings. Top designers like Charles Kripel, A-Link, watches by Ebel and Oris. I mean, you bring your watch in, whatever you have, and they will fix it up brand spanking new. They repair, they restore. You know, they'll make your old tired jewelry look like new. That's what I love about Parry and Sons. It's like a I say old-fashioned, but like an original jewelry store. That's what you want. That's really what you want. You don't want to go in and just get shipped in, shipped down, and buy. And when you buy a diamond, people in other jewelry stores, I think, are going to try to just sell you a diamond. Here, look at this diamond. No, you have to look at the cut, the clarity, and the color of the diamond, and only a jeweler like Glenn Parry and Debbie and Maria and Katie over at Parry and Sons in Franklin Lakes will know what a diamond looks like. And when I bought the little cross for Charlie, for her first Holy Communion, I don't know, is it a good diamond? Not all I know is that cross shines beautifully with the best diamonds. And then I got a paper, in the mail, authenticating the diamond that I just bought. You're going to love Parry and Sons. And check out the website. The website is great, parryandiamonds.com. And then you'll see what you want to go, what direction you want to go in when you're buying a stone or a watch or one of these designer jewelry pieces, Parry and Sons. It's right there, again, on Franklin Avenue in Franklin Lakes, New Jersey, or you could start here, parryandiamonds.com.
Larry Elder wants to know what's wrong with earning citizenship.
I want to just say something about the word that they use, merit. It is really a condescending word.
Merit is a condescending word. At least you didn't say it was racist. Approximately 12% of immigrants admitted are based upon employment and skills. 12%, 66%. Precisely are admitted based upon family connections.
The Larry Elder Show, weeknights at 7, right before Joe Walsh at 9 on AM 970. The Answer.
Attention business owners, join us at New York City Small Business Expo on Wednesday, June 5th at the Jacob Javits Convention Center. Free to attend. You'll network with thousands of business owners and entrepreneurs. Get access to more than 20 free business workshops, speed networking, exhibitors, and keynotes from leading industry experts. Plus, attend a special 45-minute digital marketing workshop presented by Salem Surround. Learn about cutting-edge strategies that can help you get more customers, grow your bottom line, and get ahead of your competition. Stop by the Salem Surround booth and get a free digital analysis for your business. New York City Small Business Expo, 100% free to attend, Wednesday, June 5th at the Jacob Javits Convention Center. Register online at thesmallbusinessexpo.com. That's thesmallbusinessexpo.com.
Hey, Joe, on the radio, Martha is in the studio. Thank goodness. I'll tell you what happened in a second. Let me just tell you about. We're talking about Botticelli right here. I'm proud to tell you about Botticelli Foods. Because my friend Sal Asaro is a great guy. He's got an incredible family business, Botticelli Foods, a true Italian-American success story. And now, have you ever wondered what type of olive oil you use in a specific dish? BotticelliFoods.com. That's where you got to go. You could become, like me, an olive oil aficionado. They've got an amazing olive oil cooking guide that shows different ways to use their delicious authentic olive oils in your home. You could saute meat with the olive oil, poultry, fish. I put it in my rice, even baking a cake. Did you know that? And today we're featuring their Botticelli extra virgin olive oil, which contains the highest quality olives sourced from the most exclusive regions in the Mediterranean. Now, I heard recently that extra virgin olive oil is rich in antioxidants and reduces inflammation in the body. The health benefits are just remarkable. Hey, so whenever you go to BotticelliFoods.com, by the way, don't forget to use the code JOEP so you can get free shipping on your first order, okay? Joe P is the code you use when you go to BotticelliFoods.com. I use Botticelli for everything, and I invite you to do the same. Remember, please just use the code Joe P. Next time you're making a meal for the family, make it better with Botticelli. BotticelliFoods.com, the art of Italian flavor.
Dennis Prager, coming up at 1 on AM 970. The Answer.
Portions of this show sponsored by Route 22 Toyota.
Morning, Joe Piscopo on the radio. Oh, what a morning. My goodness gracious. If this is not a morning for Martha, yes. We're posing. Martha Boneta, one of the brightest gals we know, Executive Vice President of Citizens for the Republic, which was Ronald Reagan's original PAC. And I know Martha, Frankie introduced me to Martha. We were down at Brent Bozel's event.
That's right.
Which is just great. I love Brent and the Media Research Center. I'm going out with their cruise,
Yes.
by the way. Are you going to be there?
I've got to get on that cruise. I've heard it's a lot of fun.
Okay, well, maybe. Sure. I'll make a call.
There you go.
I mean, how are you? You just came up from Virginia this morning?
I came in last night and went to the Metropolitan Club, met with some friends. Memorial Day. What a great day to honor and remember all those that gave their lives for our freedom.
Yeah, it's so very, very true. So you were in the city.
I was in the city.
Yeah, Fleet Week is something. It's so moving when you see all that.
Absolutely, right? And that's after we just had the Rolling Thunder in Washington D.C.
Yes, what happened? They were not going to do that. They were going to do that. What happened with that?
Can I tell you, we have the greatest president in the world, and since in my lifetime, the greatest president, and just another example of what a great man he is. The Rolling Thunder. This was going to be their last ride. And the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, said, "No way, you're coming back, and I'm going to see to it."
Cool.
So, I mean, which is, it's part of our American
Why were they
heritage.
not going to do it?
It had, what happened was they were just being overregulated to death, like everything else.
They
needed a permit for this, a permit for that, another fee for this, another fee for that. But 100,000 rode into Washington. 100,000.
Yeah,
the
it was
largest ever.
Yeah, it was great. The patriotism was great, and the president and Melania in Japan. Yeah,
Yes.
I was proud to see that. I thought that was very, very moving.
And he's the first president.
Yep, over there, and to meet with the emperor. He met the emperor, so it was great. And you could see he was, and then he stops and he sees the troops and everything. The criticism won't stop. If you criticize on something, and I don't even know what that, because he's got everything pretty much in order, President Trump does. But all they're going after this impeachment thing. Now you're down in that area.
Yes, I'm in the swamp.
But how do you see? That's why we're out of the swamp. So I could objectively speak on the air. If you're going to say something to the president, maybe about the tweeting, about the bluster, whatever, but they're going after the impeachment, and it sounds. You know what it sounds like? Like when you say the Trump derangement syndrome, when you got this guy Blumenthal won't stop. This is Gerald Nadler's district down there. He doesn't care about the district.
Right.
He's going in. Adam Schiff. It's getting scary.
Well, they've literally gone absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And they're getting the American people are seeing firsthand. We've got a president. Lowest unemployment rate for minorities. The stock market is booming. Employment rates are high. We're open for business. New business is coming. He's given us incredible judges. I mean, peace talks on the Korean Peninsula. The one of 5 presidents that promised to move the embassy in Jerusalem, and he actually did it. I mean, I can go on and on and on.
Yeah.
And yet, they cannot. They're willing to do anything they can to try and destroy this man any way they can.
Yeah.
And the American people, the American people are smart, and they see what's happening, and they see how deranged the left has become.
Anyway, and then Vice President Biden goes. Biden said, "I saw this clip earlier before we on my way to work this morning. Oh, the president is going off on the what do you say? The Obama-Biden economy." He says that to people cheer. It's like, what? How can they even say it? How can they even say that?
It's really incredible, and I think we're going to see as we get more and more deeper into 2020, we're going to see more antics, more craziness from the left, and as a result of that, we're going to see huge amounts of people coming over to our side of the aisle. I mean, look at the Jexit movement. Have you been following Jexit?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, and it's really been incredible, and this is my view and my take.
This is our Jewish friends leaving the Democratic Party.
I mean, if you support Israel and you're pro-Israel,
please.
you cannot be a Democrat.
Please.
It's impossible to be a Democrat if you support Israel. If you support Israel and you love Israel, there's no way you can be a Democrat. I mean, you've got Ilhan Omar, who is not only anti-Semitic. I mean, she blatantly hates the Jewish people, and she has no problem letting the world know that. And she sits on our Foreign Affairs Committee, one of the most powerful committees.
Why isn't Chuck Schumer really putting his foot down? He's Mr. Israel. And those of us in New York, Martha, help me out here. Why doesn't Schumer just go, this has got to stop? They're afraid. And Nancy Pelosi, you know what she looks like? They say they get on her for slurring her words, and she looks like she's slammed. She's having a couple drinks. That may be the case, but you know what she looks more than anything to me? Scared.
Yes.
She's like scared.
They are scared. And they're afraid to push back. They're afraid to do what's right. And, you know, Omar has received how many resolutions condemning her for her hate speech? Her hate speech.
Yeah.
And yet she's still sitting on this committee. I mean, what is it going to take? How much more is she going to say, you know, bold-faced, blatantly asserting her hate for the Jewish people before Schumer and Pelosi and all of them do something about it?
Yeah, and they're not standing up at all. We talk about it all the time. Martha Boneta is with us, 8:33 with Joe on the radio. Hey, Martha, tell us about the, you're the Executive Vice President of Citizens for the Republic. Tell us about that before we go into some other issues here.
So Ronald Reagan created Citizens for the Republic in the 1970s, and he very much wanted to reach out to the American people, so he created Citizens for the Republic. It was dormant for a while, and then it was relaunched with this administration.
I love it.
It has great Reaganites on it that either served under Reagan or want to continue Reagan's legacy. And it was such a privilege. I was asked to come on board and be their executive vice president. It was such an honor and a privilege. Went to the Reagan Ranch that I'd never been to before, and you know what a great man.
That's small. The ranch is virtually small, where he and Nancy used to go.
Yes.
But I love that he went back to where he was from. You know, I like that he did that. You know, I never understood how. You know, I'm not saying this in an attacking way, how the Clintons never went back to Arkansas. You ever notice that? And Barack Obama staying in Washington, D.C. Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? The president cannot wait to get back to New York. You just know it.
He loves New York.
You know? And Ronald Reagan loved that ranch, boy, huh?
And I'll tell you what really impressed me was how simple it is. I mean, he loved to chop firewood.
Yes.
He wanted to be part. He wanted to feel the land and experience the land, and you know, he wanted to be in his cowboy boots and jeans and just work on the land. And
were you born? You weren't even born when he was president. Wait,
well, I'll tell you, my father was a big Reagan guy, and so I grew up with the Reagan shrine in our house. So right next to the crucifix, there is the Reagan shrine.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Still, one of the greatest presidents, and just his whole approach, his demeanor, and everything. Hey, so tell us what you doing. You were down to the border. You were down.
Yes. So I've been.
You went down yourself.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
my Lord.
So I've been to the border 3 times, and the first time I went through McAllen. And was right there. You know, it's one thing, we talk about the border and we talk about this the immigration crisis, and it is a crisis that we have in our country.
Yeah.
It's another thing to actually be there. And so many members of Congress that are against the president's wall, you know, and our country's need for the wall, have never stepped foot there. They want to thwart the efforts to secure our borders, and you know, a country without borders is not a border. And to be there firsthand and to witness the crisis right before our eyes was like nothing I've ever experienced before. And then I went back 2 other times. I interviewed ranchers that are on the border in New Mexico.
You're a farmer, is that right?
Yes.
Frankie told me you're a farmer.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep.
Well, what you?
She left her overalls home today.
I did. I clean up really well.
Thankfully.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So what kind of farming did you do?
So my family has a working farm about an hour and 20 minutes from the White House. You leave the swamp, you drive out west, and it's this rural bucolic farm countryside. We're surrounded by thousands of acres of farmland. We have about 65 acres, and we produce everything from eggs to honey, raw honey. I have an apiary to
Did you have to get
vegetables.
up? You have to get up like we get up here, like 4:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. You did that? Did go look for Did the chicken lay the eggs? Like, oh my God.
Exactly. It's incredible. And you know what? My body wakes up automatically now. I don't even need an alarm clock. I mean, when you're used to waking up that early, you just leap out of bed.
So you talked to some of the farmers down there.
I do. And these are ranchers. Some of them have been in ranching in their family for multiple generations, like 7 generations or more. They own hundreds of thousands of acres along the border. And while we're filming them, you can see illegal aliens trying to cross the border, and they're so bold and so brazen, they don't even care that we're there filming, because they're so used to just coming on over.
Wow.
And coming back. And a lot of the border there is nothing but barbed wire. There's nothing else there. I mean, you could literally, you know, cut it with bolt clippers. You can drive through it. I mean, there's no security there whatsoever. And, as you know, the Border Patrol just confiscated enough fentanyl to kill millions and millions and millions of Americans.
Amazing. Coming across the
southern border.
And also something that people forget about is these families coming. They're fake families that are coming across. And they're bringing children over, and they're paying for this. And these coyotes are bringing people across. Why won't the Democrats even acknowledge? And they know what's going on.
Of course.
They know what's going on.
And, heaven forbid you should suggest, we really need people to prove that they're related to each other.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, you're a racist or there's something wrong with you because you actually want to prove. But a lot of children are trafficked through that process, through creating these fake families, and then they're sex trafficked once they get here. And it's a crisis. It really is a serious crisis in our country that, as you said, the left doesn't even want to acknowledge that we have this serious problem at our border with these fake families being created.
And I speak to you, Martha, and we appreciate Martha Boneta with us. We always appreciate and respect you coming in. And like I said to Curtis Ellis, who's here, is that I know we got a break, but the president with the inner cities, the way he's helping out with the enterprise zones, the way what he did with First Step, with criminal justice reform, that is the word that should get out there because it's, to me, cuts the Democrats at their knees. And listen, I'm a former lifelong Democrat. We have Democrats they've gone on the show, and we like to have nice, objective conversations. But they're protecting more people who are coming in from other countries here to hurt us, to use us. I can't afford to pay for somebody's free health care, free school. I can't afford it anymore. But they are neglecting the stressed areas of the United States of America. The president is there for the folks in the inner cities of the United States.
Oh, absolutely. We have a president who is making America first. He's making our veterans first. Listen, we have right now as we speak, we have over 30,000 homeless veterans in our country. 30,000. And yet we have illegal immigrants, illegal aliens in our country that are receiving benefits when we have men and women that were willing to die for our freedom on the streets of our country.
Martha, you're so refreshing. Great to see you. We had so much fun down at Brent Bozel's thing. We'll see about the cruise. You should come on the cruise.
I am. You know what? You may just see me on that cruise.
For Martha Boneta, right there, executive.
That's a threat, huh,
Executive Vice President, Citizens for the Republic. Martha, thank you. We appreciate it. It's always great to see you. We appreciate it. And Big Al Gattulo. This is so funny. Martha comes in. She goes, I have to touch your hair. How about that? You got blessed. You got blessed. It just you like it. You like it. He's losing it.
Yeah, I said it's like good luck. Everybody that comes on the show has to rub their hands through your hair.
Kind of like a little troll thing.
Right,
It's like
troll. Nice. All right. Can we do the news now?
Al's got the headline news, live and local and purple on AM 970, The Answer.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970, The Answer.
66 degrees at 8:40. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. The Middletown Township Fire Marshal's Office is investigating a Memorial Day blaze that left a firefighter injured. The Asbury Park Press reports the Middletown Township Fire Department responded to a call about a house fire yesterday on Hopping Road in the township's Belford section. The residents had already escaped when the fire company arrived, but the home was already heavily damaged. The injured firefighter treated at the scene for undisclosed injuries, and the fire was reportedly brought under control in about 20 minutes. Wildlife experts say the presence of seals off the coast of Staten Island shows New York City's waterways are getting cleaner. In fact, officials maintain that the water is the cleanest it's been since the Civil War. Christy Bailosi, a professor at St. Francis College, says seals migrate to New York from places as far north as Canada to enjoy the relatively warmer temperatures during the winter. She says the seals are a stable population that they're continuing to track and that the marine animals are eating good food. In sports, the Yankees hit 3 home runs in a 5-2 Memorial Day matinee win over the Padres in the Bronx. Mets surrendered 6 runs in the 6th inning. They lost 9-5 to the Dodgers in Los Angeles. And the Stanley Cup Finals Game 1, that goes to the Boston Bruins. They beat the St. Louis Blues 4-2. Game 2 set for Wednesday night in Beantown. This report brought to you by Rawlings, the mark of a pro. Stuck in traffic? Debbie Duhame's got the answer.
Good morning, Al. It's busy on the New England Thruway southbound right into exit 21 into Port Chester. Accident in the right lane. A tough ride on the Taconic. Taconic south at the Croton Reservoir Bridge. A 7-car pileup. And 17 eastbound. That's going to be stop and go by exit 130A with an accident on the shoulder getting heading down through Monroe. It's still going to be stop and go for you this morning as you take it out to the Southern State Parkway westbound by the Meadowbrook with an accident cleared out of the way. And the westbound side of the BQE at the Battery Tunnel, it's a disabled vehicle. Getting reports of a serious problem here on the LIE westbound right before the Queens Midtown Tunnel at Greenpoint Avenue. A truck fire, all lanes subject to closure. LIE West right into Greenpoint Avenue. Inbound GWB 25, Lincoln 30, Holland about 45 minutes in. Chance of some rain today with a high of about 70. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970. The Answer.
At Farmers Insurance, we know a roof can withstand a lot. One exception being an airborne car. Seen it, covered it. Talk to Farmers.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Okay, one of those days. I feel like why we even opened the microphones this morning, I don't know. Hi, how are you? Nice that we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. Can I tell you about Empire State Bank? Oh, love Empire State Bank. It's a community-oriented bank that truly takes your business personally. They provide a full range of business deposit and lending products in addition to consumer deposit products that are tailored to meet each customer's specific financial needs. Now, the banking professionals provide in-depth knowledge, experience with a personal touch, all aimed at helping your business succeed and prosper. I've seen what Empire State Bank does firsthand. It's spectacular because when small businesses succeed, our communities succeed. No one knows that better than Empire State Bank CEO, my pal, Phil Guarneri.
Thanks, Joe. Empire State Bank is different from other banks because we developed that personal relationship to help you support your business. Our business customers don't need to come out to us. We come to you to provide that service.
Phil, thank you. I tell you, this is a great guy. He is so dedicated to helping everybody, not only in Staten Island and Brooklyn, the whole area. Empire State Bank is as community a bank as you possibly can get. You have many banking choices, but none that deliver the personal touch that you'll experience at Empire State Bank. Locations are on Staten Island, Brooklyn, the lower Hudson Valley as well. Empire State Bank, visit esbna.com. That's esbna.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you need anything from a simple home repair to a major remodel, you need to know about Home Advisor. It's a totally free service that instantly connects you with top local service pros.
Home Advisor is a very easy way to find a home contractor, and for me, it's the only way.
You can use Home Advisor for everything. Your house cleaning, your painting.
Electricians, plumbers, handymen. We've had nothing but fabulous every single time.
Just select the type of work you need done, and Home Advisor's Pro Finder technology instantly finds top pros in your area. You can read customer reviews of the pros, even use their cost guide to find out what hundreds of other repair and improvement projects cost in your area.
I think everybody should use Home Advisor. In fact, I tell everybody to use Home Advisor.
Home Advisor is a total solution to any type of work you would ever want to do around your house.
And best of all, it's completely free. Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app.
Home Advisor.
Yes, what, the maple syrup? I'd like to. Look at Al got me this. It's like spray maple syrup. You believe that? It's great. It's like and it tastes good. You think it doesn't taste as good as this stuff. It tastes good. Al puts it on his hair. Actually, that's how he gets that.
No, I do not.
That's how he gets that hair going there. Hey, can we tell you about Connors and Sullivan? Oh, I had the best time. Connors and Sullivan, the best. Listen to this, Martha. Martha's still with us. We're just chatting. I go to Connors and Sullivan. Like you think about will, you think about power of attorney, healthcare proxy, estate plan, all that you worry about. Connors and Sullivan. They first of all, let me tell you about the free seminars that you can get on May 29th, Wednesday at Lenny's Clam Bar. Yeah, Lenny's Clam Bar, and Mike will be there himself. Mike Connors will be there himself Thursday, May 30th at Connolly's in Queens. Mike will be there, 11 a.m., 3 p.m., 7 p.m. And you go to am970theanswer.com or call connorsandsullivan.com to find out where Mike's going to be. Finally, May 31st, the Adria, Northern Boulevard in Bayside, Queens. But what I love about Beth and about Mike and about Rose over there and Kelly and Bridget and Lisa and this great family at Connors and Sullivan, that's the mass we went. We went to a mass. After I did my whole will thing, we went to Our Lady of Angels in Brooklyn with Father Paul Bilecki. That was so moving for me. This it's not just a law firm. It's people who care about you and want to protect your family through your financial legacy. So please go to ConnorsandSullivan.com, and you could also get a free initial consultation with Mike himself, by the way, if you'd like. Call 718-238-6500. It's 718-238-6500. I tell you this because you're part of the family. When you're kind enough to listen or to watch Piscopo in the Morning, Mike Connors himself says the biggest mistake when it comes to estate planning is not planning at all.
Everybody knows this guy. Now, everybody knows he can do a radio show. Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.
Live from the SmartWayToBuy.com studios.
Not yet. Oh my God!
We're gonna have to break.
Well,
in a
we have
minute.
Martha Boneta, so Mike will come when he gets. Mike Gallagher's he's the big national host. You know, he's our buddy. He follows us, so he will join us momentarily. And hey, so Martha, tell me, you're you're young, and you're a gal, and you're a Republican.
Yes.
You know, which is so unusual, and you must get a lot of criticism for that.
Well, you know, I speak all over the country, and I speak to groups, and I don't always speak to Republicans. I'll speak to groups from every walk of life, and I always get this question: how can you be pro-woman and support Donald Trump? And this is my response. This is the most pro-woman president we've had. Look at who he surrounds himself. Brilliant women that are serving under the president as his personal advisors. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Kellyanne Conway, Katrina Pearson, the heads of the secretaries that he's appointed. I mean, we can go on and on and on. He has more women serving in his administration than any other president.
Yeah, and his daughter, he listens to his daughter.
Yes.
Like a true,
Yes.
On every move he goes to his daughter. We break in here, Albert. We're going to Debbie right now. Speaking of great women, this is the gal. She's the gal that could do a traffic report better than anybody else. Debbie Duhame on the roads looking out for you. And we won't ask your political affiliation, Debbie, but I think your heart is in the right place for sure politically.
Oh, yes. I think you kind of know where my heart is, Joe. You know,
the Duhame family, which is legendary in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And Deb, it's 8:49 before we go to Mike Gallagher. How are we doing traffic-wise on the roads of New York this morning?
I'll tell you what's happening. Good morning, Joe. We're going to, first of all, see what's happening right now as you head over to the New England Thruway southbound. It's busy by exit 21 into Portchester. It's an accident there. To Connick South at the Croton Reservoir Bridge, a 7-car accident, and traffic is moving slowly over on 17 East exit 130A into Monroe. It's a collision over there as well. Watch for some stop-and-go traffic this morning as you head over to the LIE in Queens. Problems continue. LIE westbound getting out toward Greenpoint Avenue. Looks like everything closed with a truck fire. You're going to see a lot of traffic there. Jackie Robinson heading westbound into Cypress Ave, an accident. And it's still kind of busy on the westbound BQE right at the LIE with an accident taking one lane. Inbound side of the GWB, that earlier 3-car accident on the upper level, that was finally clear, but we're still seeing delays here across that upper level. Still about 20 minutes in. Lincoln 30, Holland a 30-minute delay. Volume as well on the Garden State Parkway northbound, getting up through 137 and 80 East exit 57. An accident cleared out of the way. Alternate side parking rules are in effect. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970. The Answer.
Want a great night's sleep? Get a 2-pack of MyPillow's premiums for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow, which is the lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. Only available at MyPillow.com or call 800-651-0798. Promo code AM970.
Pain is the #1 reason people go to the doctor. And that's why Relief Factor is doing so well these days. People don't like being in pain, but you also don't want to go down that prescription drug path. You want a 100% drug-free solution to back pain, to neck pain, to leg pain. Nobody more committed to helping people get rid of pain than the father and son team of Relief Factor, Pete and Seth Talbot. I know these guys. They are on a mission. They have a heart for the hurting, and they are focused like a laser trying to help people with back or neck pain. Relief Factor, the Quick Start is discounted to $19.95. It's about $1 a day for 3 weeks. Then after that, less than the cost of a cup of coffee a day. Try the 3-week Quick Start. If after 3 weeks Relief Factor doesn't work for you, notify Relief Factor. You're only out $20. What do you have to lose? Except a whole lot of pain. As a customer, I know it works. I take a packet in the morning, a packet in the evening, never miss it. ReliefFactor.com or call 800-500-8384. 800-500-8384. Get started with a 3-week Quick Start today.
I'm Sarah Wallace, General Manager at Magnolia Bakery.
Every cake has the backstory of who you're giving this cake to. It's happy birthday, Jessica, or happy sweet 16, Amy, and wanting Amy to have the best sweet 16 that she could ever have. I'm working for a sweeter world, one treat at a time.
At ADP, we're designing a better way to work so you can achieve what you're working for. HR, talent, time, benefits, and payroll, informed by data and designed for people. Learn more at design.adp.com.
So let me tell you about the Gold Shield, if I can. You know, we talk about veteran suicide at 22 a day, over 140,000 since 9/11, right? Now, we need to put an end to this, and we tell you about the Gold Shield all the time, and we want you, please, to go to thegoldshield.us and to sign up, because if you're a merchant and you put this on your window and you can make a tax-deductible donation directly to a 501c3, 100% of that donation will go to fight veteran suicide as well as cancer research. It's great. So the concept of this comes to our friend, and this is new, and I love this innovation here, is if you put this, you're like a merchant, you put this outside your window, and then you and I, as we go by as consumers, we go, I'm going to shop there because they have the Gold Shield. And donations that for the money that you spend in that store will go to fighting veteran suicide. It's a wonderful, wonderful concept. We want to take this into our own hands and not so much trust the government. The goldshield.us. Please check that out. Also, you can call 888-526-9111. It's 888-526-9111. Again, 100% of the donations are distributed to fight veteran suicide as well as cancer research. Please check out thegoldshield.us.
If it's happening in New York, New Jersey, or Long Island, hear about it with Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.
Portions of this show sponsored by Hudson Honda.
Joe on the radio, you're most kind. I love you for listening. Love you for watching. It's been crazy. It's such a crazy long weekend, and it's just good to be back and just to have fun with you. And it's good. And we have Mike Gallagher as well. Mike, a belated Memorial Day greeting to you, my friend. How you doing?
I'm great. I always follow your tweets and your social media messages about Memorial Day. They were patriotic.
Thank you.
Filled me with the great spirit of patriotism and love of our country. In fact, you had a great tweet over, I think it was yesterday, that featured the American flag. One of the things we're going to tackle today at 10:05 is the story of a big RV dealer in North Carolina wants to fly a big, massive, beautiful American flag, and the city is saying, take it down. So
Mike,
we're going to
you know what, too, and I spent the weekend with my 8-year-old, a beautiful little Charlie, and I was saying, and she said to me, and I just said this on the air in the last half hour, why don't people like President Trump? She says to me, because she comes from a very liberal family. So now I have to re-educate my child. And I'm going to say, this is a great president. And I showed, I'm here with Martha Boneta, by the way. Say hi to Mike Gallagher, Martha.
Hey, Martha.
Hi, Mike.
And she's been still doing so many great things with the president. So I have to say, look at the president with Melania, right, Mike, in Japan, doing a great job. He supports the military. He supports the police officers that you see on the street. And I have to... And you're talking. I'm afraid they're going to take the flag away from our kids. I'm afraid there's not going to be a national anthem. And there's problems when kids do the Pledge of Allegiance. So this is great.
And it is heartbreaking to hear the way children are being, as we know, indoctrinated. Here's a president who has gotten so much done and has had so many extraordinary achievements in just 2.5, going on 3 years. And they're talking impeachment. Hannity last night on his Memorial Day special ran some of his best monologues.
Yeah.
And the monologues where he just lashes out against the nonsense. And Rashida Tlaib, she said it, over the weekend, that the House is moving forward towards consensus for impeachment. Of course, Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, they'll be ready in the Senate. It'll take all of about 5 minutes. But it could very well guarantee President Trump's reelection. We're going to also tackle a very, very compelling article in the New York Times of all places, because it was written by somebody who knows a thing or two about the economy, Steve Ratner, the Obama administration's auto bailout czar. Well, he sent terror into the hearts of Trump haters everywhere. A New York Times column Sunday arguing the president has a much easier path to re-election than many even want to admit. So it's the economy, stupid, and I don't mean stupid towards anybody in that studio right there at AM 970 The Answer, but you remember the famous James Carville line, and it's
so
he's
true.
right.
It's so true. And that impeachment just guarantees 2020 for President Trump. I think you're absolutely
I guarantee
right.
you.
Yeah.
And Franklin Graham calling for a day of prayer to help strengthen our president and give him leadership and give him guidance, and I like that a lot. So we'll be all over that. We got a busy Tuesday to kick things off right after you, my friend.
All right, Mike Gallagher. We love you, Mike. Welcome back.
Love you too, Joe.
We'll be listening 10:05. Mike Gallagher on AM 970. The Answer. It's 8:57 right now. Joe Lumberg looking out for you. Good morning, Joey. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great on this Tuesday. It seems like a Monday.
I know. Everybody's saying the same thing. I thought it was Monday. So I got in the pool. I was thinking about you. You do, and I'm doing 25 minutes, like a half an hour. And I'm thinking I'm doing so good. Then I'm thinking about you in the Speedos, and I'm thinking you do like 4 hours. But you're telling me you do about a half in the pool, right?
Half an hour, 40 minutes. That's usually all I do.
All right, but on the bike.
Now, if it's on a bike, no, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 hours.
Oh my gosh! But you got to give Al credit. Al's Al's on the bike. He's doing the 10 miles. Al, you do down about 10.
I mean, I alternate from the treadmill and then.
Yeah, but that's good. That is good. At least that's a start.
That's consistent. That's what you got to do.
We're all trying to be Joe Lumberg. Joey, how we doing? Weather-wise, we got rain right now in the city, correct?
Yeah, some showers are moving in right now. There's some thunderstorms out toward the Lehigh Valley. They're moving eastward into the area. So we're going to see some showers and a thunderstorm or two today. Into the evening hours, temperatures probably won't get past 70. Dries out overnight. Tomorrow we'll see clouds and sun, a late-day shower or thunderstorm. More showers and a thunderstorm Thursday, but dry Friday into the start of the weekend.
We love it. Thank you, Joe Lumberg. We always appreciate it. 8:58 with Joe on the radio. Deidre Ball Scaramucci, Anthony's wife, will join us live right here in the studio. And then, of course, Frankie booked, for me, Caren, Boscaino, and Lori Sawyer. They have got a new book called Shrink Your Body, Grow Your Mind. They are the founders of Clean Cut Fitness, all about working out, especially after Memorial Day. We're trying to get right back in shape after the long weekend. Martha, thank you for being with us. We'll see you soon. Keep up the fight, my girl. All right, and Piscopo in the morning. We are coming right back at you. Don't you go away. Live from New York City.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970. The Answer.
66 degrees at 8:59. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. Police are investigating after a Lyft driver was attacked by a passenger in Queens. Eduardo Medino had a dash cam which shows a man in the back seat lean forward and start punching him. Medino was not seriously injured. He was taking the attacker and a woman to Mount Sinai Hospital in Astoria after hitting Medino. The passengers got out of the car and took off. Lyft tells NBC New York that they're aware of the incident and have permanently banned the passenger. An airman from upstate New York who died during World War II will be laid to rest next week. The remains of Vincent J. Rogers were identified 2 months ago. He and 6 other crew members died when their B-24 bomber went down in the Pacific in June of 1944. On June 5th, a memorial service will be held for Rogers in Southern California at Riverside National Cemetery. Rogers was from Snyder, New York, in Erie County. In sports, Yankees over the Padres, Dodgers beat the Mets. Stanley Cup Final Game 1 goes to the Bruins, who beat the Blues.
From the studios of AM 970, The Answer, on Broadway and Wall Street in Manhattan, this is WNYM, Hackensack, New Jersey, New York City.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Dayton, Ohio is ground zero for the fierce storms that pounded the Midwest overnight, flattening homes and businesses and leaving millions without power. In Montgomery, Ohio, Lisa Hassler has no doubt it was a tornado that visited her neighborhood.
The train sound, the pressure, and the damage noise.
She spoke with WKEF, WRGT-TV, as did Blake Gifford. He says the roar of the storm was deafening.
Dead quiet. You could hear a pin drop within 5-10 seconds. It goes from dead quiet to a jet engine taking off. It's the loudest noise I've ever heard.
Parts of Indiana were also slammed. So far, no reports of fatalities. In Oklahoma and Arkansas, meanwhile, flooding is a major concern, forcing homeowners to evacuate. A 62-year-old attorney from Colorado is the second American and the 11th person overall to die on Mount Everest in the past 2 weeks. Most of them died while descending from the summit during the few windows of good weather that typically open up each May. President Trump and the First Lady return to Washington later today. from Japan.
The president capped off his 4-day state visit by greeting U.S. service members aboard the USS Wasp, an American assault ship docked in Japan. It was still Memorial Day here in the United States when he addressed hundreds of members of the U.S. Navy's 7th Fleet. During his weekend visit, the president met Japan's new emperor, and he golfed and dined with the prime minister, discussing North Korea and trade. Mr. Trump also attended a sumo wrestling tournament.
White House correspondent Greg Clugston. An attacker armed with a knife in each hand attacked a group of schoolgirls at a bus stop near Tokyo, killing one child and one adult. The attacker also died apparently from self-inflicted wounds. On Wall Street, Dow futures up 42 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
When it comes to your pain, many of you might be skeptical, like I was, about ordering Relief Factor. Pat Boone again for this wonderful 100% drug-free supplement designed to help your own body lower or eliminate occasional aches and pains due to aging, exercise, everyday living. I'm not skeptical any longer. The 3-week quick start is now discounted to only $19.95. Why don't you let us see if we can get you out of pain, too, at ReliefFactor.com.
Attention timeshare owners. Getting out of your timeshare is probably at the top of your to-do list. Hi, I'm Caren, owner of Lone Star Transfer. With rising costs, you probably wish you had a way to get out of that burdensome and expensive timeshare. Thankfully, we can help. Our process is done legally, ethically, and quickly. Give us a call for a no-obligation consultation at 844-284-4863. That's 844-284-4863. Or visit us online at LoneStarTransfer.com.
Follow the flag to savings every week at Modell Sporting Goods. Visit your local Modell Sporting Goods store and look for the flags with Mitchell's face to find deals in all departments in the store for 7 days only. These unbelievable deals begin every Wednesday, and you'll find select items at our lowest prices ever. Visit our stores this Wednesday and every Wednesday for new Mo deals. Remember, follow the flag with Mitchell's face to save today and every day. If you want to save big, you gotta go to Mo's. Savings for MVP members only.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer.
Over on the LIE westbound at Greenpoint Avenue, truck fire, 2 lanes remain blocked. Traffic is moving slowly this morning as you head over to the westbound side of the BQE at the LIE with a collision. And it's still busy on the outbound Gowanus at the Battery Tunnel with a disabled vehicle. Inbound GWB 20, Lincoln 30, Holland about 25. Over on the New England Thruway South exit 21 into Portchester, an accident blocking 1 lane there. This report is sponsored by the T.J. Martell Foundation.
The T.J. Martell Foundation. Music's promise for a cure. To learn more, visit tjmartell.org. That's tjmartell.org.
Checking in on the forecast, some thunderstorms likely today, high of about 70. Tomorrow afternoon, showers likely with a high of 76. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970. The Answer.
Live from the smartwaytobuy.com studios.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day with your host, former Saturday Night Live superstar Joe Piscopo. Produced by Frank Morano, with news guy Al Gottulo, and traffic with Debbie Duhame. This is the Joe Piscopo Show on AM 970. The Answer.
Oh, baby, all good? Let it rip. Come on, Albert. Let's get this party started. Joe Piscopo on the radio, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Great to have you with us this morning. It's one of those days, and please forgive us. It's just kind of a silly morning after the long weekend, so we haven't got our traction up. So I apologize for being silly and everything, but I'm having a lot of fun. Alice,
Yes, she was.
Yeah, so funny. Martha comes in. The first thing Martha Boneta goes, she's a great patriot and a great gal. And I know her through Frankie for years now. And she's great. What does she do? Oh, Al, I have to touch your hair. That was good. You kind of went, what?
Yeah. No, I don't. It's fine. Just I put a little product in it today, so some people get thrown off.
Maple syrup? Did you put the maple syrup in?
No, gel and a little hairspray.
Frankie,
but again, in another week, it'll be gone.
Frankie said to me when I went down to Brent Bozell's Media Research Center gala, which is huge. I was down there with Mark Serrano and Rush Limbaugh was down there as a speaker. And it's a big, big event for a great organization that Brent has. And we're going on the MRC cruise. I'm going to be one of the speakers on that cruise. Frankie says, you got to talk to Martha Boneta down there. What a nice gal. What's the pin? You got a pin from her?
It's similar to the one you have. It's a Secret Service pin from the West Wing. And it's so funny.
Wait, excuse me. That is from the West Wing. There's different Secret Service pins you get out.
So I've heard. I just got an education.
No, I got my Secret Service pin. Jerry, when Mr. Crowley was with me, he got the most recent one. Because why? Because he's the boss.
Naturally.
I'm very impressed with that.
Me too. Martha just gave it to me. So I always wear a lapel pin. I usually rotate them.
Yeah.
But what happened is I crashed the Arthur Idala Charles Joe Hines Memorial Lunch on Thursday. So
he crashed.
No, I did. I did. So
it was a free meal.
Arthur always wears a certain type of lapel pin, and it's I don't want to get too much into it, but he says to one of the guys at the lunch, "What do we do to get this guy one of our pins?" Meaning me. And the guy takes off his lapel pin and hands it to me. So I took off my lapel pin and gave him the one that I was wearing.
The New York one?
The New York State shaped one with the New York seal on it. And it was one of my favorites, but I gave it to him as like a show of respect. So I was putting on that one this morning, and I forgot. I left the house without putting it on, and I was lapel pinless, which I hate to do.
Isn't that something?
It is. I felt like I was undressed. And it just so happens Martha gave this to me, volunteered. I didn't ask for it. I didn't tell her about my story of woe.
Because the same thing. I was yesterday. I put a outfit on, and it was a casual outfit because I was just like driving into.
Lapel pin for that?
Yeah. I didn't have one on now. And I felt lapel. It was
casual outfit.
It was lapel thing.
Exactly.
So I went into my bag as I parked my car, and I got out at least an American flag that we should wear. That you should wear. But you see, I feel there's a duty to be patriotic. I feel there's a duty to show your faith nowadays because there's such a fight against everything, and I feel they're trying to take everything away. And then 8 minutes after 9 o'clock with the guys, and Deidre Scaramucci will join us momentarily, coming in the studio.
Yeah, she should be here in about 10 minutes. Yeah.
So then with the president, and when he goes after Joe Biden, and you're not supposed to do that outside of America. You shouldn't attack another political foe, but. Why it made me chuckle, but all I keep hearing about, and I don't know if this is a concerted effort by the mainstream media and the news media itself to keep talking impeachment because it makes everybody upset when he goes, no, stop, impeach what? What is the impeachment about? I wonder though that if the president, we talked about, Frankie, you and I off mic, the president going after Joe Biden because he feels he can win that race. So he's emboldening Joe Biden. This is in the weeds, but he's actually saying if I talk about Joe Biden, the Democrats will not like Joe Biden. They'll think I don't like Joe Biden, and they'll put him into office.
Well, so Biden, before he can get to the main event, has to win the Democratic nomination.
Exactly.
And he's running against some very formidable people, all of whom are going to have a lot of money to spend. And being the front runner in a field of 24 is a pretty dangerous place to be because that means you have 23 other people all targeting their slings and arrows at you. So Biden really doesn't have much going for him in terms of his record, okay? Because it's not a progressive record. It's not the kind of record that gets you nominated in the 21st century Democratic Party. He has three things going for him that he could legitimately make a case to Democratic primary voters. One is his relationship with Barack Obama, who is still a rock star. He's more popular than any of the other 24 candidates running on the Democratic side. So he's going to exploit that as much as he possibly can. The second is the myth of, I'll call it a myth because it's untested, the theory of electability. All right? Biden makes the case that I'm electable. I'm the only person that can beat Trump because I can appeal in places like Pennsylvania. But beyond that, the guy has offered nothing. He hasn't proposed a single policy initiative. He's the only candidate who hasn't. He hasn't really said anything except I'm not Donald Trump, and we have to unite around beating Donald Trump. Now, so what Trump is doing, it actually helps Biden win the Democratic nomination, because the most popular thing for any Democrat right now is to be hated by Donald Trump. And with Trump attacking him, Biden can actually brandish his own credibility as the anti-Trump candidate in the primary. Now, the guy that's got to know that better than anybody is Donald Trump, right? He understands messaging in a Twitter era better than anybody.
Doesn't miss a trick.
So I tend to think that you're right, that this is a strategic decision to start going after Biden because, somebody like a Kamala Harris, who's a wild card, and we don't know how she's going to play in a general election, or Pete Buttigieg, maybe, that's not the kind of race that Trump wants.
Yeah, I think it's exactly what it was. It's concerted effort when he does it. And was it wrong that he did it on internationally like that? There's no laws.
Well,
or rules
you know what? Trump can take a break from responding to criticism from Biden and others as soon as they stop criticizing him when he leaves the country. The guy, whatever happened to when the president, is abroad, you don't attack him for a day. I mean, wait till he comes back stateside to talk about how terrible he was. Here's the mistake I think the president makes and made, is by tweeting out that Joe Biden was a low IQ individual, and then by misspelling the word Biden in that tweet, you open yourself up to ridicule, and it undercuts your argument. That's why I think so many of the president's issues can be mitigated by just having someone proofread his tweets for both content and for grammar and syntax, because it's such an unforced error that he didn't need to make.
You know what? You can call in our Balance of Nature phone lines, 877-970-2999. I'm torn. I wish the president would just do all that he's doing. When he looked great in Japan, here's a guy who loves the country. He's with Melania. They make a great appearance. Be is bold. Be pro-America. It was great. When they start the tweeting and the going after everybody, I don't like that at all. But who else is going to stick up for him?
Well, you're right. I don't have a problem with him tweeting. I just wish there was somebody that was proofreading some of these tweets. Doesn't matter who it is, but somebody whose job was to just proofread tweets.
Hey, so Al, Bill Buckner, he has died, 69, after battling dementia. And you know what? I knew when that happened. When back in when was that? 1986 World Series.
I was there,
and you were there. You saw the. You saw that.
So the whole thing happened.
So he makes the error of a century, and this is what he goes to his grave with. It's so unfortunate.
It is
it's something like that, because he was a good ball player. Buckner was one of the best ball players.
This is the whole thing. So that's what his epitaph is going to read. And meanwhile, people forget about the fact that Buckner played 22 seasons, was an All-Star once, won a batting title in 1980. By the way, who did he beat in that batting title? Keith Hernandez, who would eventually become a Met. This was a guy who played in the World Series with the Dodgers in '74. It is a shame that Bill Buckner is being remembered for a costly error that cost the Red Sox the game, by the way, not the series. They went back a Game 7 a couple of nights later and were leading by 3 runs against the Mets. So you can't put the blame on Bill Buckner for the reason why Boston lost the World Series against the Mets. The pitching is why the Red Sox lost that World Series. It's a shame. And for years, Buckner was much maligned by Boston fans. He eventually struck up a friendship with Mookie Wilson, and they signed baseballs together, and they were at trade shows and things of that nature. He actually rejected an appearance with the '86 Boston team a number of years ago to come back to Fenway.
Oh, my
And then
gosh.
finally, I guess a couple of years later, after the Red Sox won the World Series, he came back and threw out the first pitch, and people gave him a large standing ovation. But this was a guy, Bill Buckner, class act. I mean, even after the game in '86, he said, look, it's one play. I made a mistake. Got to get back out there the next night. We got to take care of business.
Yeah.
So, a true
rest in
stand-up
peace.
guy.
Rest in
True
peace,
stand-up guy.
Bill Buckner. It just pains me when what little blip in your life that happens on such a grand scale. That's the way the obit is here, and I think people are talking about the fact
And it's
that
terrible. There were a number of websites that that was the first line, that he passed away. How about, that he did all of these other great things and then mention it in the article. And then somebody, of course, mentioned he was fantastic in Curb Your Enthusiasm when he caught the baby being thrown out the window. And earlier in the show, he missed the pitch from Mookie Wilson.
That was great. That was great. We breaking now, Frankie? You want to break?
Yeah, Deirdre's here. So we'll
beautiful. I love it. What a show. What a show. And we appreciate you watching. Appreciate you listening on AM 970 The Answer and AM970TheAnswer.com. Joe on the radio. Debbie's out there on the roads for you, looking out for you traffic-wise on AM 970 The Answer. How you, Debbie?
Hi, Joe. And they said Bill Buckner was a really wonderful husband and father, too.
There you go.
Gotta give him, gotta give him props, And he helped my Metsies win the 86 World Series, so I do love that. Let's see what's happening out here, Joe. We're going to head to the LIE westbound. We're still moving slowly out through Greenpoint Avenue with a truck fire. It's in the right lane, so a tough ride there. And watch for about a 20 to 25-minute delay at the Queens Midtown Tunnel heading into town. Southbound New England Thruway, exit 21 in Portchester. An accident in the right lane. It's a tough ride on 18 northbound. 18 northbound bumper-to-bumper traffic getting up past the New Jersey Turnpike into New Brunswick. It's an accident on the shoulder. 21 southbound slowing down at Route 3 with ongoing road work. And it's busy on the Taconic southbound at the Croton Reservoir Bridge. 7-car pileup. It's on the shoulder now. And the Palisades Parkway South right at the Thruway. An accident blocking one lane. Watch for some rain today with a high of about 70 degrees. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Joe Piscopo here, coming to you from the smartwaytobuy.com studios. If you look around these days, everything is getting smarter. Smartphones, smart TVs, even smart refrigerators. Well, now, after 100 years of the same old dumb way of buying cars, there's the smart way to buy a car. Just go to thesmartwaytobuy.com and see how easy they've made it. With really smart things like the Smart Way to Buy's 110% low price guarantee that ensures you are getting the best price for your next used vehicle. Need a car for commuting to work? Do you have a teenager looking for the first car? Well, then you should definitely visit the smartwaytobuy.com. It's your go-to place for the widest selection of used cars in New Jersey. Plus, every vehicle comes with a 5-day, 500-mile exchange policy, so you can't lose. Now that's smart. The Smart Way to Buy, only at the smartwaytobuy.com. That's the smartwaytobuy.com. Anything else just wouldn't be smart.
Dennis Prager believes the information gap is significant.
I want people who do not agree with me to read me. This is a very real problem in America. Conservatives read and know what the left thinks, and the opposite is not the case at all.
The Dennis Prager Show, weekdays at 1, right before Sebastian Gorka at 3 on AM 970. The Answer.
Let's think about customization presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty Mutual customizes your auto insurance so you only pay for what you need. So why aren't more things in life customizable? Why isn't a burger cheaper when you ask for no onions? I don't want them. So shouldn't you deduct the price of the onions? Right? Otherwise, I'm paying for the onions, but I'm not receiving any onions.
Go to libertymutual.com for a customized quote and you could save.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Equal housing insurer.
Hey, it's Joe on the radio. Deidre Scaramucci will join us momentarily live right here in the studio. I want to tell you about Balance of Nature. I love telling you about Balance of Nature because it's simply this: fruits and vegetables in capsule form. Look at this is how Balance of Nature I am. I carry it around in my plastic bag. I took it, and Frankie started it and told us about it, and then Al's on it, Debbie taking Balance of Nature, and now we're all on the Balance of Nature train. We invite you to do the same. Fruits and vegetables in capsule form. And don't forget, I talked to you as not as severe as what Al had, the cancer that Al had, but I had a thyroid cancer, which was scary. It's so scary. So all I knew, even back then, is take antioxidants to put off those free radicals that cause the cancer in your body. This is not a clinical study, I'm telling you. This is my personal story. That's why I take Balance of Nature, because it is fruits and vegetables, antioxidants right in capsule form. It's so easy to take. I take the vegetables, I take the fruits in the morning, the vegetables at night, and Dr. Douglas Howard says Balance of Nature is changing America one life at a time. And Dr. Howard is so right. Now experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. For a limited time only, all new preferred customers will receive an additional 15% and free shipping on your first Balance of Nature order. You can call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com. Use the discount code, please, the answer. Good health, it's only a phone call away.
Eric Metaxas, the show about everything, coming up tonight at 11 on AM 970. The Answer.
Portions of this show sponsored by Route 22 Honda.
On the radio, happy Tuesday. Hoy, what a show. You're very patient. I love you for listening, love you for watching, because it's been nuts, but we're having such fun. So we thought it would be awesome to bring Deidre Ball, Scaramucci live. Is it without Anthony?
Without Anthony.
Without Anthony.
Once. I finally lost that guy. He's been
Deidre,
following
great
me
to
for
see
10
you.
years.
I tell you, you are such a great gal. We met probably at NIAF, the National Italian American Foundation, you said, many years ago.
Once I met you there many years ago.
And
you were
then-
actually hosting.
Yes, we do it. We do it with Johnny Viola,
Yes,
with the
exactly.
Viola family.
Yep.
So then I saw you
Where
at
did I see you
the
again?
convention.
Oh,
it
at
wasn't the convention there, but
How bad is it that I can't remember?
No, because it's a whirlwind, especially when
No, it's a whirlwind, and I have like sleep deprivation from Anthony because he doesn't sleep, and I have 2 little kids that sleep in my bed. So I'm exhausted. I can never remember anything.
You look spectacular.
Thanks.
It
That's
was
what makeup
at
does.
election night. It was election night, 2016.
Night. Okay, yeah.
And Anthony,
oh, that was the beginning.
Anthony
of the
kept going. Anthony was the guy that kept saying, "Hey, we're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win." And everybody's going, "I don't think so." Pennsylvania was still up, and Wisconsin was still. We don't know. Anthony was the big, and he was. You know what he kept saying? He goes, he came over to me. He goes, "Joe, we got this. We got this." He goes, "Where's my wife? I got to get my wife."
Oh my God! I wish I had a video of him running towards me when we won Pennsylvania because he slipped on a poster, like those like laminated posters they have, and he's like, "Babe, we won!" And then he like went flying in the air, and he's always trying to be so smooth and everything. And I was like, "Ooh, good one." A lot of people saw him flat on his back.
Oh,
it was very in the the big ballroom there.
All for you, you know.
Oh my God!
So wait, I got to ask you
Yes.
because Anthony's a longtime friend and a great guy, a man I have immense love and respect for.
Yes.
So he doesn't sleep at all, I guess.
No, I mean he sleeps, but it's
3-4
limited.
hours?
Well, I mean it's out of necessity because he works like till the evening and he comes home late and then he has to get up early, and he tries to work out and do all this stuff. So he jams like 3 days into one.
Yeah.
And so that's what his deal. I mean he would like to sleep, but it's just not an option.
And how old are the little ones?
The little one will be 2 in July. Yeah, and he like helps me with him at night. Even if he gets home really late, he'll help me with him at night.
Yeah.
And the other one just turned 5.
Oh, it's the best thing in the world.
No, they're so cute, but they're just a little more like labor intensive right now. But they're worth it, obviously.
So now
you have 4 kids, right?
5 kids.
You have 5 kids?
5 kids.
Oh gosh. All right, so you and Anthony went 1 for 1. You toe for toe on the kids. Sorry, I just skipped you.
I got the older ones. I kept saying all morning long, I'm still on cloud 9 because I had my 8-year-old. I have an 8-year-old.
So
at
is
my
that
age.
your youngest?
It is.
Okay.
And I just love it. And
wait,
it
so you're
inspires
what?
me.
How old are you?
Something like that.
Oh yeah, blah blah blah. Well, Anthony's going to be 100. Like he said, he's making his own grandchildren.
You guys are so young. Stop it.
He's
Anthony's
not that young. He likes to tell people he's 55 because he thinks he looks so good. But like when our kid is 30, he'll be 85.
No, he looks great. He looks great.
True.
I am. And then I told Al I was at the Walmart. Yes, I go to Walmart, and I'm there with the baby, and the guy goes, and I'm buying all the stuff for Charlie, because nothing else was open over the weekend, and the guy behind the desk, oh, your grandfather treats you well.
Oh my God, that's the worst.
Yeah, and I'm going like, all right, and Charlie just rolls
you don't
around.
Even try to explain it.
I know,
to the poor gentleman or whoever said that to you.
So how did you get involved with Anthony, where you do the podcast together?
So I was with him in LA. We went to a radio station that he was going on.
Yeah.
And it was right after we started reconciling and spending time together. So it was kind of still on the down low that we were back together. And the producer's like, "Is that your wife? I thought you guys split." Because, of course, like with all things, the bad news is on page 1.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And then, like, the great news never made the newspaper. So no one really realized it. And he goes, "If you don't mind, do you mind if we drag her on the show?" So then I start having a small heart attack because I've never done radio or anything before. And I went on with him, and we had a little bit of a banter because he has some opinions politically that are a little bit different than mine. And after the show, the producer said, would you do a podcast? I think this is amazing.
Great.
Like Mooch and the
That's
Misses. You guys could like skip therapy, go off on each other once a week on the radio, and you'll be good to go. So we've been doing it since last Labor Day, so we're approaching our 1-year anniversary.
This is great. Do you do it in the office?
Yeah, we do it at 345 Hudson.
It's
CBS,
in the office.
WCBS.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
then.
they have a little studio for us. It's fun. It's good for me. I love it.
I'll tell you. So, and can I? And boy, oh boy.
You could ask me anything you want.
You sure?
Honestly, there's nothing I haven't been asked, and there's nothing I haven't said. So don't worry.
So because I worry, see, in the business, it's very tough in the business. Well, in politics and entertainment, it's the same.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
So even now, when I get frustrated with my exes, I always look. See, but I love that you guys use the word reconcile. God bless you for doing that. How hard is that? Because I always think, I look at my exes now. Exes, I know I'm a mess. But
don't worry, we all have them.
But I said, and I feel bad. I said because I'm even like, let's take Kimberly. I don't think she'll mind me mentioning her. Very young when we started going out, you know.
Yeah.
And then I look at her now and I go, gee, you know, she went through a lot for me, with me.
Yeah.
You know, and so that makes you forgive, but to reconcile. I can't quite grasp that. And for an Italian guy like Mooch, you know, he's a classic Italian guy. That's what I love about him.
He is.
Tell me about reconciling, because maybe I could get some. I'm looking for free advice here.
You know what? This is why I love doing this stuff, because maybe I could help somebody somewhere in some weird way.
Please.
I don't know.
You could help me, boy. That would be
well,
monumental.
I don't really have all the answers or anything, but from my standpoint, I never wanted to be apart from him or separated from him. He was on this path, and he'll admit it. He admits it every day. He was so driven and so focused on this whole political thing.
Sure.
And when you get caught up in it, you know, it was the sale of our company, the politics, being right with the to-be president or president to be. He completely forgot about me. He really did. And he admits it till today.
Yeah.
And of course I'm at fault for things. I'm not 100% right about anything. But he just got so, I don't know, dragged away by all of that. And when he finally woke up, I was still waiting because we had just had a baby.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we had James. James was born in July. Anthony became the White House communications director 3 days before James was born. And we weren't even talking at the time. So I went through that whole thing alone. And I was like, this guy has got to wake up one day. And he finally did.
Yeah.
After everything hit the fan, he came to me and said, like, we have to repair this. Because we always, if you see us now and if you saw us before, people were in disbelief because we have problems, but we have like a good relationship and we get along.
This man,
so it's so confusing
I've
to me.
never seen a man love a woman like Anthony loves you. I'll tell you right now. Why? Because I know. I'm a romantic. Anthony and I come from a similar background. The love he has for you, I've not seen before.
Well, he's a passionate guy, but that's why, on the flip side, the passion can sometimes go bad because you can be too passionate in a negative way sometimes.
Can I thank you for understanding, because what Anthony was doing is the biggest fundraiser for candidate Trump, and he put, in my opinion, the right president at the right time. That's a monumental decision. So if he was going to spend the time on that,
at least it was worth it, right?
Well, is it okay to say that?
It's
I'm
totally
sorry
okay
to say that.
No, we are in a.
It's nice
good
that you
place.
understand it. That's what I'm saying.
I understand it. Like, I've learned a lot, and I'm in many ways thankful that it happened because I have different perspective on him, life, kids, everything, and I don't regret it. I wouldn't want to go through it again, but it's part of my thing now. It's part of my story, and it made me a different person. And you know what? I wouldn't be out there talking to you if that didn't happen, because I was home with our kids. So it's kind of given me a platform, and I think.
And you're great at this, by the way.
Thank you.
You really are. You're great at this. You're very easy to talk to, and
so are you. I mean, I feel like I'm talking to a friend. It's not like hard-hitting news or anything.
Tell me about the. I'm like a little.
Ask me everything.
So the reconciliation.
Yes.
Who said? Did Anthony come to you? Look at me. This is like I feel like I'm Dr. Phil. I'm Dr. Phil.
He dragged me on Dr. Phil, by the way. Did you know that?
No.
Oh my God, this guy, he gets his way. You wouldn't believe how much he gets his way. So after we patched it up, I threw the divorce papers in the garbage for I think it was Thanksgiving.
Divorce papers, right?
Yes. We went to court. Everything.
Oh
my! It was so bad. It was.
No, I've done it all. But
and they follow you to the courthouse, and I just had a baby, and I'm like, I always say to him, Aunt, listen to me. I'm a bunch.
You are so New York. Aunt, listen to me. Good.
So I'm with all these women all the time that are, housewives. I'm not knocking anybody, but they're always saying, how hard it is with the kids, and they're so depressed. They just had a kid. A lot of women have like postpartum, and they go through a lot of things when they have a baby.
Absolutely.
And I always say to him, like, you have to know that I really love you and that I'm strong because I went through all of that by myself. So don't ever give me a hard time about anything, because if I ever have a bad day, allow me to have the bad day, because, you know, that was a lot to handle. So
I don't know what it is, but then
I have a free pass for life.
Yeah, you know what? That's right.
I got the green light on anything forever.
Meantime, he's YouTubing you and putting you on Facebook. When at the Billy Joel, you watching Billy Joel.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
That
love
was
Billy
so
Joel.
beautiful, but it was beautiful that he kept the camera on you like that. I'm watching. I said, look at the love this guy has for this woman.
I
love
always
that.
laugh. It's called. I say it's like the apology tour. You know? We've gone on more vacations. He spent more time with my kids than he ever has, and he's like, you know, every 5 minutes I see a picture of me somewhere, like in his office.
Does
or
he?
up on,
One morning, I promise.
No, ask me.
So
Come
he
on.
came to you. He said, "Oh, honey, it was
yeah,
epic.
he said
It was the
really,
president.
It was epic failure.
It was but it was the president of the United States,
Yeah.
and
There was more to it than that, but we won't get into that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of it had to do with politics, but there was some personal. But you know, families are tough. Families get involved. Things happen.
Oh my Lord.
You know how that goes.
Yeah, no, please,
But-
I really, really do. And now you're different politically than Anthony.
You know what? The funny thing is, I'm not political. I was always apolitical. Of course, I care. I love our country.
Yeah.
I consider myself a patriot, but I'm not. I was never focused on it like on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But like I said to you before, the things I've gotten roped into with Anthony is countless and nameless. So that's one of the things that I'm focused on now, because he was always so focused on it. So it's in my mind and it's in my wheelhouse, and now our podcast is about it. So, and you know what? As a mom, having 2 kids now, I am more in tune because it's things that affect them and us. So I have to know what's going on. I have to be in the know.
Yeah,
So,
yes.
but yeah, we are a little bit different. We have a lot of things that we agree on in terms of social ideas and, you know, things. We don't care about what anybody does in their life. Like, that's your life. It's more about policy. I'm economically, I agree with Trump on a lot of things. I think he does a great job. I think our economy is amazing. Jobs are amazing. I have no problem with that. It's more about his style. It's hard to explain to our young child like why he's saying those mean things about someone when I spend 24/7 saying don't call your brother stupid and all this stuff, and then he's like, but he's doing it, you know, and he knows exactly who Donald Trump is because of Daddy.
Oh yeah.
So you know, and the other
But
day
yeah,
he
go
said
ahead.
to me, Mom, does I think it was yesterday, does Donald Trump know who I am? I said, I don't think so, baby. Don't get too carried away. He knows Daddy, but I don't think he knows you, Nikki.
It is. It's tough, and I didn't realize it when I was younger. And then you have you know, when I think of my exes, and you're in a situation, and you have your purpose and your mission for being there. I'm talking about the guy.
Yeah.
And then the gal is there to support you. That's very tough. It's very tough. And you, what
You
thoughts
have to
are?
have a certain personality to
Yeah.
be all good with that, and I am. I love that he is the star of that show, and I never need to be in the spotlight. I never wanted to be, and when he and I got together, we were just like 2 bozos that were, you know, working at Skybridge. He was running Skybridge, and I was one of the original people that started working there, and so we were just doing like our Wall Street thing, and I never ever would have imagined any of this would have happened. Like, he propelled himself onto TV and then into politics, and I was along for the ride, but it wasn't something that I knew would ever happen. Not that we ever know what's going to happen or not,
It's a
life,
great-
but that was kind of, you know, unforeseen.
Deidre Scaramucci. It's a
Yes.
great love story.
Yeah, it is.
It's a great love story, and I'll tell
More
you,
people can have the same story if they don't give up so easily. It's just everything is so disposable now. That's one message I have to say. Work on it if you still love the person. That's what I got to say. That's
why
my
did
piece.
I should have known this? I should have known this 10 years ago. I'm telling you. Did you
Well,
work?
you can always call me next time. Hopefully, I mean, hopefully you won't need to know next time. Hopefully you already
I've
know.
given up. No, I'm
Don't
giving
give
up. I've
You
given
should
up.
never give up on love.
All right.
You'll meet somebody. You're a young man.
No, you are so kind.
It's true.
And thank you.
here we go.
Where can we find the podcast?
It's
Deidre
on
and Anthony.
radio.com on Tuesdays. On Thursdays, it's on iTunes.
This is
so it's on
huge.
2 different
It's huge.
2 different places you can find us. But Tuesdays, we do it every Tuesday.
My friend Anthony is right.
Yeah.
You are magnificent.
Thank you so much.
God
Thank
bless
you for having
God
me.
bless with the
Thank
family.
you, guys.
There's Deidre Scaramucci right there, in person, live. And check it out in the podcast with our good friend Anthony Scaramucci. 9:35, Big Al standing by with the headline news on AM 970. The Answer.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970. The Answer.
67 degrees at 9:35. I'm Al Gattullo with local news first. Here's what's going on. More details are coming out about a New Jersey family involved in a deadly upstate New York crash. The Perth Amboys family's minivan was passing through an intersection Sunday morning in Sheldon, about 30 miles southwest of Buffalo, when a truck allegedly ran a stop sign and plowed into them. 4-year-old Kiara Hernandez was killed, along with her mother, Malin Brito Castro, and her grandmother, Andina Castro La Cruz, while 4 other children were injured. The other driver, Richard Swaki of Lackawanna, was arrested on counts including DWI and aggravated vehicular manslaughter. Arnold Schwarzenegger is coming to the defense of a 102-year-old California woman facing eviction. The actor and former governor of California reportedly reached out to Thelma Smith, who is being kicked out of the Los Angeles apartment she lived in for 30 years, so the landlord's daughter can move in. Schwarzenegger called the move heartless, told the landlords they'd be hearing from him. On Twitter, Schwarzenegger said, "Imagine doing this to a 102-year-old woman who gave back to the community her whole life." Smith knows Schwarzenegger through charity work they've been involved with. In sports, Yankees hit 3 home runs in a 5-2 Memorial Day matinee win over the Padres in the Bronx. Mets surrendered 6 runs in the 6th inning. They lost 9-5 to the Dodgers in Los Angeles. And in the Stanley Cup Finals, Game 1 goes to the Bruins. They beat the Blues 4-2. Game 2 set for Wednesday night in Boston. Stuck in traffic? Debbie Duhame's got the answer.
And good morning, Al. Thanks a lot. Let's see what's happening on the westbound BQE getting down toward the Battery Tunnel. Stalled vehicle there. Traffic is moving slowly here in town on 61st Street, getting out toward Madison Avenue. A closure. It's fire department activity. LIE West at Van Dam Street. That truck fire cleared about 20 minutes in over at the Queens Midtown Tunnel. Stop and go traffic this morning as you head over to the Hudson River crossings as well. Inbound GWB, a 20-minute delay. Lincoln 15, Holland 15. Expect some delays on 21 south at Route 3 with some ongoing road work there. And traffic is still moving a little bit slowly as you head over to 18 north, getting up into New Brunswick with an accident cleared away. Southbound Thruway, some stop-and-go traffic right at the Tappan Zee Bridge. Taconic south at the Croton Reservoir Bridge, an accident cleared. Watch for some thunderstorms today, high of about 70. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
At Farmers Insurance, we know a roof can withstand a lot. One exception being an airborne car. Seen it, covered it. Talk to Farmers.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Okay, we need more beautiful women, I think, on the show this morning. I think.
Come on.
Let me tell you about Connors and Sullivan, if I can. See, a will, a trust, power of attorney, healthcare proxy, living will, estate plan. When I tell you those things, you go cross-eyed like I do, right? Well, I have the answer, and the answer is Mike Connors. You got to go to Connors and Sullivan. And Mike himself is doing free seminars. Let me tell you where they are. Wednesday on May 29th at Lenny's Clam Bar. That's right there, Howard Beach in Queens, 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Thursday, May 30th. At Connolly's, that's the corner of Grand Avenue in Maspeth, Queens, 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. Finally, on Friday, May 31st, Mike will be at the Adria in Northern Boulevard in Bayside, 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. These are free seminars, by the way, by one of the most knowledgeable guys I know when it comes to trusts and wills and healthcare proxies and things you don't even want to think about. But if you do not or cannot make these seminars, these free seminars from Mike Connors, please, you got to check out ConnorsandSullivan.com or go for your own free office appointment. And here's how you can do that, by calling 718-238-6500, 718-238-6500. Mike Connors, I tell you, I went with my son Joey. He's my consigliere. We went to Brooklyn. I was there with Rose. I was there with Mike himself and beautiful Beth, right? And Bridget and Lisa and all the great folks at Connors and Sullivan. Then we went to a mass afterwards, you know. It was great. Check out Connors and Sullivan, please. It'll put your mind at ease. I feel the weight of the world off my shoulders now that I put all my trust and my will and everything in place with Mr. Connors. 718-238-6500. Mike always says the biggest mistake when it comes to estate planning is not planning at all.
Imagine your increase in sales with your web at the top of search engines, getting first crack at millions of potential customers. We know how to make that happen. We're Salem Surround, digital marketing experts who offer a free analysis of your digital marketing effectiveness and suggest ideas that could dramatically grow your profits. Getting your website at the top of search engines is a process that takes unusual expertise. Our team can help you achieve. In fact, we can put all your digital marketing under one roof, give you monthly reports on results, and instantly move your dollars to the most effective areas of your digital marketing suite. Social marketing, geofencing, web search enhancement, event targeting, and more. There are no limitations on where you can reach customers with Salem Surround. Total market penetration for increased ROI. Learn more by logging on to surroundnewyork.com. Surroundnewyork.com. Connecting you with new customers.
Yes, we're going on in a second. I keep losing my
What are you
headphones.
doing over there?
I'm going. It's one of those mornings. Don't even think about it.
You're a mess.
Well,
Yeah, you can put
the
those on.
headphones.
Yeah.
The headphones go down. If you look at a picture that I posted just now on Instagram at Jersey Joe, JRZJOI, something like that, you will see I gave Michael my Rawlings sweatshirt. It's a red shirt, and it says Rawlings on it, and it is great. And Mikey said, Dad, I need a shirt. I go, so I give it to my son. I will never see that shirt again. It's my favorite shirt, but I love everything Rawlings, including the sweatshirts, including the leather bag that I have behind me that we call my radio bag. And it's the #1 Rawlings' baseball brand in the world, and they have more than 130 years of expertise, right? They're known as the Gold Glove Company. I'm so honored every November to be the master of ceremonies at the Rawlings Gold Glove Awards at the Plaza Hotel here in New York. Always proud to be part of Rawlings. And today, more than 50% of the pros wear that iconic red Rawlings patch. You know that. Aaron Judge, Sanchez, Stanton, and the Yankees. Rawlings is the official helmet in baseball of countless organizations. And can I tell you, when you buy the Heart of the High gloves, like when Charlie has her glove for the girls softball, you get the Heart of the Hive glove. It's already broken in. This is what's great about the Rawlings. They actually are smart enough to give you a glove rather than putting the rubber band around it and the oil and everything else. Also, the new Quattro bats, the workhorse batting gloves, mock batting helmets. Rawlings makes the very best baseball gear for everybody in Little League all the way up to the big leagues. So I tell you, because they're my friends in St. Louis, Mike Thompson and the great team down there in Rawlings, and so proud to be affiliated with Rawlings for all these years. Please check this out, Rawlings.com, all right? Anything you need, leather, baseball gears, this is Rawlings, the most iconic name in sports, Rawlings.com.
America First with Sebastian Gorka. Coming up at 3 on AM 970. The Answer.
Live from the smartwaytobuy.com studios.
It's a Joe on the radio, 943 on AM 970, The Answer, AM970theanswer.com. We're YouTubing, we're Facebooking all morning. Hi. And it's so funny, so many people watch and they look and you see on YouTube, and you can check us out on the air. So here we are. We have Caren, I'm going to say Boscaino, and Lori Sawyer. Caren? Yeah, that's Boscaino, is that right? I got that right. That's Italian name.
You did.
Look at these gals. Talk about jacked up. Come on now. Now, I said if I was.
Why don't you just take the jacket off and flex? Would you? I mean, my God, look at you.
No. The book is Shrink Your Body, Grow Your Mind. This is a great picture, by the way. George, you get a close-up of the book here. Thank you, sir. There it is right there. This is a great book. Tell us about you guys. Are you a team together?
Yes.
Clean Cut is it's fitness and nutrition. And tell us about Clean Cut, and then we'll talk about the book if we can.
So we designed this program. How many years ago?
Oh, probably like 5 years ago.
5 or so years ago. It started off really small, and we created this great program. We try to make it super easy because food should be easy. The relationship with food should be easy.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be that confusing, and it should just work. You shouldn't have to overthink it. So we made a simple book and put it together. You follow along. It's week by week. It's 6 weeks long.
Yeah, and I think one of the biggest things is that we preach real life. So you can have a cheat, you can have a treat. We teach you how to eat around those cheats and treats. And, it's real life. If you find something that's super crazy strict, you're not going to follow it.
Yeah, it's so
you have to bring it into real life.
So what, is it like the joke I always say when I started working out, and I met Sylvester Stallone, and I looked at him. He always shred, and I asked him, what his diet like, and he goes, fish and rice, fish and rice. Is that what it pretty much is?
No,
it's like a little bit of
not
everything?
just kale and quinoa.
No, thank you. 'Cause that's what everybody worries about, right?
No, it's real life. There's real food. There's butter. There's cream. There's
really
here. Flip to the front page, and you can see our little mantra in there.
We tried to figure out a way that you could still enjoy the things you love in life, but still maintain your weight, health, and just be able to live life, socialize, not feel like you're depriving yourself all the time.
Yeah, because you do. I always do. I would do 3-month diets. I
Yeah.
would do with fish and rice, and oatmeal in the morning.
But
oh
then
my
you
God.
crash. Then you're like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore.
But we were obsessed with food. You get obsessed with food like that.
We're trying to change that relationship, that it's not your love of your life.
Shrink your body, grow your mind. This is from Lori Sawyer and Carmen Boscaino. Do you like coffee, cream butter? This is from the book. Tequila, vodka, bacon, wine. We do too.
Everything tastes better with bacon.
So we figured out a way to enjoy them all and still lose weight. This is genius, girls, that you could do this. Now Lord, you worked with Eric Casaburi, our buddy from Retro Fitness.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
He was my boss when he owned a powerhouse.
Wow.
And,
I remember Powerhouse.
Yeah, and
Detroit,
I personal trained and taught classes over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how you got into it.
Yeah, I sort of just always personal trained and taught classes, and that was sort of like my side gig for a while. And then once I had kids, I sort of brought it into full circle because I could do that while still raising kids.
Yeah. How many kids you got?
I have 3.
God bless you, girl. What are their ages? If I can-
13, 11, and 7.
Oh my gosh, it's so busy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
busy.
still-
It's hard. But that's the thing is that you could still have kids. You could still work full time. We have one of our clients who's a pilot who will send us pictures from the cockpit of her clean foods.
Yeah.
Like you
Oh.
can do it. You can do it. You just have to change your mindset.
Do you send the foods, or they have to cook them
They have to cook themselves.
They cook themselves.
Yeah, so
that's
you
a
tell-
big hiccup for most people. They always say, "Do we have to prep?" And we always say, "You're feeding now.
Yeah.
You're cooking now. You're just going to do it differently."
Yeah. What's a good carbohydrate I could eat? The problem is carbs stick to me too much, like
Okay.
pasta,
Mhm.
but it gives me great energy. If I'm doing a show like Saturday, we have a big show.
Mhm.
I will eat pasta 3:00 in the afternoon. It'll
Mhm.
kick in by 7
Mhm.
and power me through, the live performance show. But sometimes if it's late and I get in late and I can't, I use rice because of the high glycemic rating in rice.
Yeah.
So it's used up pretty quickly,
Yeah.
and that doesn't seem to bloat me.
Yep.
But there's got to be an invention of is there a better carb? Because bread you don't want to touch.
No.
Potatoes are too long to prepare. You right? You know what I
Quinoa's too
mean?
long to prepare. Everything's easier now.
So I do the rice. I do the rice. 90 seconds. Is that okay?
It's
the rice?
fine.
Right?
Quinoa is great as well, and they make those rices like in the bags now, and the quinoa's in the bags.
What's
that
the
are easy.
quinoa? I should know what that is.
So quinoa is actually a complete protein.
Hmm.
And also is a very healthy complex carb. It's an ancient grain.
Well, how do I not know this? I should know this.
You
I'm
You've
embarrassed.
probably eaten it and don't even know.
Yeah.
No, wait. Can you buy quinoa? Like, I'll go and ask for quinoa.
You cook it like rice.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
cook
yeah.
it like rice.
It's a grain, just
It's
like
a grain.
rice.
It's in a box.
And it's an equal amount of protein and carbohydrates,
Yeah,
which
and
I
it's
love.
what's
a
nice
lot of
is that
fiber.
it's plant based, but it's actually a complete protein as well.
Yeah.
So you're getting all those different essentials in there.
So you're trainers too. You look great, by the way. I'm like a workout freak. So tell me. So what are you doing? I got this work. I got to tell you. Now I'm in my zone. I could be out of the gym 12, 14 minutes. Superset. You got it's exhausting. Chest, back, biceps, abs, legs. I do it all quick like that, you know. And so virtually it's kind of an aerobic. So do you do, but back in the day, 90 minutes. I would never leave less than 90 minutes. And I think that's overworking out, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't need that much time.
Right? What's a good workout for you?
I do more like HIIT type training.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of cardio with strength combined and running, as does Lori.
Yeah.
I do max an hour, but if you can get it all in and you keep that heart rate up,
That's
for
the
that
thing.
30 minutes.
You do the weights and the cardio at
Together.
once?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
So we'll do burpees, box jumps, running in between, kettlebell swings.
Oh. This is you know what they want to do. We bought a gym in the Retro Fitness at Flemington. I told you.
Okay.
You should come do a guest thing
Let's
down
do
there.
it.
This would be
Totally.
great down
Let's
in
do it.
Retro because we have like a multi-purpose room now. And I said to Stacy, my partner, I said, "What is that multi? Just give me the hammer strength. Give me the light fitness, and I'll give me some free weights.
awesome.
But it's good that you do you have to multi-train in those rooms. They do ropes now.
Yes.
They do the rope
Yeah.
thing.
Fun.
You do all that stuff.
Fun.
And you're
Isn't it
also not exhausting. Like you're once your muscles get used to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to see any progression. So changing it up like that and doing different sets and different exercises,
Yeah,
adding
yeah.
the cardio in, you're never going to get your muscles never get bored.
And that
Yeah.
also goes for your food, right? If you do the same thing day in and day out, you're going to make change. And then once you hit that plateau, you have
Yeah.
to change it again.
Yeah.
So we teach you that in the book. We have like plateau busters. So once you get to that certain spot, you need to shake it up again.
This is great. You guys are good together. You doing TV and everything as well?
We're
You're doing
working on
TV now,
We're
actually.
working on it.
Now
That's-
here,
we're working on it. That's the goal.
You could use this as a, as your little, commercial because you're doing great like that. Clean Cut Fitness and Nutrition. Can they find you online too?
Yes. At cleancutfit.com.
Cleancutfit.com. Are you out of New York?
No, we're in
New Jersey.
Hey, excuse me.
Yes.
Jersey girls, I
Jersey.
should know this.
Yes.
Where in Jersey are you from?
I'm in Little Silver.
I'm in
Yeah.
Middletown.
Yeah, this is great. We know the area down there. Is that Monmouth County?
Yeah,
down
we
there?
just took the boat in. Super easy.
You came over like this.
It's a beautiful
Great.
place to
But
live.
the book is great because it's the diet. That's the
Yes,
thing.
right. It
And
is.
it's so hard. Shrink your body, grow your mind. And this is from Lori Sawyer and Caren Boscaino. I love that Italian name. This is great. Two Jersey girls. I'm telling you, this is very, very smart girls. This is what I live. So God bless you for that. And thanks for taking the time for coming in. Thanks a lot. Thank you guys.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it very much. Thanks. God bless you. This is Caren and Lori and Debbie Duhame's always in. And this is great, Debbie. This is great with a diet.
Yeah.
With a kind of
Great
a
idea.
trainer. Now, not. See, I should have some of these pretty girls doing that if I can. Is that sexist to say that? Is it okay to say that? Say that? But Debbie's got like this really handsome dude that trains her. Marsupial. What's his name?
Francisco.
Oh, please. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
you know, it's always nice when you're working out somebody easy on the eyes to look at. You know, just saying. Just saying. You know, it motivates you.
I'm not arguing with you, Deb. 9:51. Debbie's on the roads. Thanks, Deb. Checking out traffic on AM 970. The Answer.
Thanks, Joe, and good morning, ladies. And let's see what's happening right now, guys, as we head around town. You're still busy on the LIE westbound, getting out toward the Queens Midtown Tunnel because of that earlier truck fire out by Greenpoint Avenue. It's kind of busy on the westbound BQE by the LIE accident in the right lane, and the eastbound BQE by Cadman Plaza, a stalled car there as well. It's still kind of busy Cross Bronx West out toward 3rd Avenue, inbound GWB 20. Lincoln Tunnel, that's down to a 5-minute delay. Holland, about 15. Expect some delays right now on the Newark Bay Extension westbound as you get out toward the main line of the New Jersey Turnpike. A disabled tractor trailer, and 287, kind of busy northbound exit 22 up into Bedminster with a collision there as well. We're still seeing some volume. Garden State Parkway North getting up toward 90 and Brick with some earlier problems cleared. And the Palisades Parkway South at the Thruway, an accident is out of the way. You now know where not to go. I'm Debbie Duhame with Joe Piscopo, AM 970, The Answer.
Newsmakers like Congressman Lee Zeldin stop by Kevin McCullough Radio.
You need to speak out and be part of that force for good that is going to identify and crush these evils as opposed to just being silent, going along with Nancy Pelosi's play call of just saying, nah, they're new. That's not the right approach.
Not at all.
Newsmakers join Kevin McCullough Radio weeknights at 5 on AM 970 The Answer with special airings Wednesday at 4.
Want a great night's sleep? Get a 2-pack of My Pillow's premiums for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow, which is the lowest price ever offered on radio or TV. Only available at mypillow.com or call 800-651-0798. Promo code AM970.
Hi, Kevin McCullough. Have you ever had a legal question pertaining to elder law or estate law? Well, every Thursday during Kevin McCullough Radio, you hear from Mike Connors of Connors & Sullivan Attorneys at Law, answering a listener's actual question. Simply email that question to askmikeconnors@gmail.com or call Mike's office at 718-238-6500. And don't forget to tune in to Ask the Lawyer with Mike Connors Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. on AM 570 The Mission and Sunday mornings on AM 970 The Answer at 11.
It's the AM 970 Weather Answer Forecast.
Today will turn out to be a cloudy day, not as warm as yesterday, with some showery rains and even a thunderstorm during the mid-morning and afternoon hours, ending early tonight. Our high today near 70, but staying in the 60s on Long Island. Later tonight, mostly cloudy, low 60. For tomorrow, clouds breaking for some sun. There can be a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon, the high 75. And for Thursday, clouds, some sun, warm and more humid with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 80. AM 970, The Answer.
Thank you. What am I doing? Rhino Shield. I have more compliments about it's a zoo this morning, and we love you for staying with us this morning. It's a lot of fun for us anyway. I hope it was for you. 9:54 with Joe on the radio. I can't tell you how great Rhino Shield is. It is the best. People tell me. I posted a picture of the American flag in honor of Memorial Day, and our fallen warriors and heroes. I just posted a picture. I had flowers, but it was like Americana, I got more comments on how great the Rhino Shield looks on my house from that post. And the same thing for you, for your business. This is a ceramic coating that you talk to Susan, you call Susan, you'll get a free estimate, you'll pick the color, and she will put on, it goes on stucco, aluminum, concrete, a block, whatever coating you presently have. Rhino Shield sticks to it. It's a ceramic coating, and it keeps moisture from penetrating your masonry walls. But I like it because it looks like it's freshly painted. It looks like your house was just immediately freshly painted. People will look at my house and go, oh, did you just paint your house? And it's been, what, a couple years already since I used Rhino Shield. And not only that, when you use Rhino Shield and you Rhino Shield your home or your business, great for businesses, you want to make it, your business is your calling card. Rhino Shield your business. But people say, wow, look at that beautiful building over there. You get a 25-year guarantee against cracking, chipping, peeling, and fading. So stop throwing your money away painting every 5 years. You got to check out Rhino Shield. You can go to rhinoshieldofny.com, rhinoshieldofny.com, or you can call Susan. This gal, she's magnificent. You know why? Because she's a business gal. She's dedicated to this. She's been talking about this on our show for years and years and years. John Gambling before us, and millions of people have done. I think millions of people have done Rhino Shield. All right, that's me. That's my estimate. 877-744-6608. 877-744-6608. Or again, please, rhinoshieldofny.com. Rhino Shield. It's not paint.
Mike Gallagher is next on AM 970. The Answer.
Portions of this show sponsored by Route 22 Nissan.
Jersey Joe on the radio. It is Tuesday. Look at this already. My goodness gracious, what a day this has been. I'm sorry, I'm not even checked Twitter. We haven't had time to do anything. Here it is, May 28th, rolling into June. It's been like a great start of summer with the weekend. We had a nice weekend. But again, it was so nice. I had such a great weekend. And then all I kept thinking about were lives lost in the military, and always with respect to the United States Armed Forces. But the weekend was nice, and there was family. So a big thank you, right? A big thank you and gratitude with respect and love to the military who put their lives on the line for us every day to fight for our freedoms, and to their families who have to endure the pain of lost loved ones. Let me go to Terry real quick. Terry, we got a couple seconds, but who's on? Oh, is that Tom? Oh, Tom. I'm sorry, I didn't have my glasses on. Tom, we got 2 seconds. How you doing? What's on your mind this morning?
Good morning, Mr. Piscopo. All I can say is cottage cheese, low salt cottage cheese, and my wife is a survivor.
That's all right. Give me.
No, I can't. Tomorrow.
What's the matter?
Tomorrow. Because we got 40 seconds.
I know, it's all right. You know what? He loves you, and he calls with love. And Tom, thank you very much. Cottage cheese, low salt cottage cheese. You know what? That's not bad. It's a bit
I
of
actually love cottage cheese.
Yeah, it's good. But do you take the non-fat cottage cheese? You use the cottage cheese.
Well, when I'm dieting, I go non-fat, but on a regular basis, I do the 2%.
Frankie, not enough beautiful women on the show today. What was that? You're
try and ugly it up tomorrow.
You're killing me.
Right?
Tomorrow we'll be back to normal.
Well, we make up for all the beauty.
Yeah.
We make up. And listen, Al, thank you.
James Rosen tomorrow.
Hey, man.
No slouch himself.
Love it. He's the best. James is the best. Debbie, we love you, and we love you for listening, love you for watching. Make it a great day, because you deserve it.
News, opinion, passion. This is AM 970. The Answer.
67 degrees at 9:59. I'm Al Gattulo with local news first. Here's what's going on. One person is seriously hurt, rushed to a hospital following a chemical spill on the Upper East Side. Fire officials say a truck spilled 25 gallons of sodium hydroxide on 61st Street near Madison shortly before 7 this morning. It's also known as lye and can cause severe chemical burns. The road was shut down for 2 hours, traffic diverted, unclear how the spill happened. If you didn't cook out over the holiday weekend, or even if you did, it's time for a burger. That's because it's National Burger Day, and restaurants around the country are offering deals for this quintessential American meal. A recent survey found that Five Guys is the favorite spot for most folks to grab a burger, followed by In-N-Out, Wendy's, McDonald's, and Burger King. In sports, Yankees over the Padres, Dodgers beat the Mets. Stanley Cup Finals Game 1 goes to the Bruins. They beat the Blues. You now know what's going on. Have a great day, everyone. I'm Al Gattulo, AM 970, The Answer.
From the studios of AM 970, The Answer, on Broadway and Wall Street in Manhattan, this is WNYM, Hackensack, New Jersey, New York City.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Ohio.